In a chaotic world where demonic beasts run rampant and strength is the measure of all things, Jiang Chun emerged as a paradoxical existence deemed useless for awakening a life-type profession. A class considered worthless in combat, he had to face disdain and contempt. However, little did anyone know that behind that ordinary facade was an extraordinary identity. Having been reincarnated, Jiang Chun possessed a system and brought with him all the profound memories and knowledge from his past life despite starting with a weak body. He quickly began to reveal his extraordinary talents. 300 years ago, amidst the silent night of a modern city, a colossal purple vortex tore open the sky. And from there, countless mystic realms and dungeons descended upon Earth. And with those mysterious gates came the emergence of innumerable powerful demons bringing the apocalypse to mankind. They came with a massive army led by a colossal winged demon. Yet after the initial chaos and despair, superhumans emerged, becoming mankind's final hope. These superhumans possessed extraordinary powers, and ultimately managed to push back the demonic hordes, saving the world from the brink of destruction in order to continue fighting the enemy and exploring the mystic realms for resources. The world's nations took action, pouring all their resources into cultivating superhumans, allowing everyone to complete their profession, awakening at the age of 18. These professions are typically divided into three main categories: combat support and life. Amidst the solemn awakening hall, a voice rang out announcing the results. Wang Wei Class 12A3. Profession awakening failed. No profession. Wang Hao Class 12A3. Profession awakening successful. Life type. Li Wei Class 12A3. Profession awakening successful. Combat type swordsman. The combat type has always been the most practical and coveted, while the life type, inherently unsuited for combat, is often considered the weakest and looked down upon by everyone. The quality of a profession is also divided into 4 tiers: common, rare, hidden, and god tier. A male student shouted with joy, "Awesome! I awakened as a magic swordsman, a combat-type profession," while another collapsed in despair. Oh no, why did I end up with this useless life-type profession? Suddenly the hall erupted in an uproar, all eyes turning in one direction as a blinding light burst forth. "Hey look, it's Jiang Chen, the academic genius," someone shouted. The others were astonished. "Unbelievable!" A phenomenon. That it's an awakening phenomenon. Because among all the talent tiers, God tier is the rarest, a miracle that appears only once in a century. The nearby teachers were also completely stunned. What on earth? What tier of profession is this? One wondered, could it be a God tier profession? Another whispered in disbelief. It's been centuries since a God tier talent has appeared in Zhang City. This is incredible. Legend says that every time a God-tier profession appears, it triggers a celestial phenomenon, and just like that, in the sky above the city, a giant world tree made of brilliant golden light appeared, radiating its glow everywhere. At the center of this phenomenon, Jiang Chen, the man of the hour, let out a sigh of relief. He stood there, hands calmly tucked in his pockets. Phew, looks like the profession awakening was a success. 2 teachers rushed over, their faces beaming with excitement. Excellent work, young man. You truly are the pride of our school. The other added, I knew you could awaken a profession. A combat type one, at that. But I never imagined it would be God tier. Tell us, what profession did you awaken? Faced with their enthusiasm, Jiang Chun just let out a soft hum. He raised his head and looked directly at the principal. With an unreadable smile, he said, Principal Wang, the profession I've awakened isn't a combat type. Principal Wang's face immediately froze. The excitement vanished. What, don't tell me it's a support type? A green aura enveloped Jiang Chen's body as he calmly explained, My profession is a God-tier life type. A God-tier spirit nurturer. My talent allows me to accelerate the growth of plants and small animals. The 2 teachers shouted in unison in absolute disbelief. What? Principal Wang was aghast. This is terrible. A life type has no combat capabilities. Even as a God tier, it's useless. The other teacher tried to console him. Don't lose heart, Jiang. If you can't fight, at least you can be safe. Spirit nurturers are highly sought after in the research fields, not to mention you're a God tier one. About that letter of recommendation I promised you. That's no longer an option. But if it's for research, I can write a few introductions for you if you'd like. Jiang Chun just replied politely. His gaze was unwavering. Thank you, sir. I'll think about it. With that, he turned and walked away. He left the 2 bewildered teachers behind. Sirs, I have something I need to do. If there's nothing else, I'll be on my way. As soon as he left, the crowd's whispers began to rise. And after such an incredible phenomenon too. Everyone thought it'd be a God-tier combat profession. But it turns out it's just a life type, one person scoffed. Another chimed in, well, life is full of surprises. Everyone thought the academic genius would awaken a combat-type profession. Now, no matter how outstanding he is, he's just useless. The sarcastic remarks continued as Zhang Chen walked away. But it's pretty interesting to watch, isn't it? Zhang Chen has been Mr. Hard Work ever since he enrolled. Let's see how he plans to keep up now, a male student said with glee. All that effort just to end up with a life-type profession serves him right, another added while a shout was heard from afar. Lin the school belle, who always ranked second, has awakened a hidden-tier combat profession, ignoring their words. Zhang Chen walked on calmly. He thought to himself, just a moment ago they were all singing my praises. But now that I've awakened a life-type profession, their tone has completely changed. Just as I thought, this world still only respects power, and what's so wrong with a life-type profession anyway? He was wondering, and just then, a virtual blue notification panel appeared before his eyes, announcing, you have completed your job awakening. Job awakened. God-tier spirit tamer. Condition for apocalypse. Zerg system has been met. Zerg conditions have been met. The initial queen has been unlocked. Do you wish to summon the queen? Reading the lines, a confident smile appeared on Zhang Chen's lips, his eyes glinting with a strange purple hue. It seems this system is a perfect fit for me. He recalled his past. My name is Zhang Chen. After dying in my old world, I was reincarnated into this world of superhumans. After the Dark Era ended, the entire world has been filled with dungeons and monsters ever since. This world began to respect the strong. He had realized the law of survival here early on. Reborn as an orphan in order to survive in this harsh world, I poured everything I had into training and studying. Before turning 18, I never stopped trying. I thought I'd have to rely on my own knowledge and skills to make a living. But to my surprise, a month ago, I awakened this system. An unexpected opportunity had come to him. He contemplated the power he was given. The Zerg, the species that once ravaged humanity during the Dark Era. They are an incredibly powerful and ferocious existence. I heard that the last time the Zerg plague descended, it cost the lives of 9 of the 12 human kings, just to seal them away. This power comes with an immeasurable risk. But Zhang Chen had made his decision. He clenched his fists, determination flaring in his eyes, burning brightly in this world. Power is everything. There's no reason to hesitate. As long as it can be useful to me, why should I worry about using the power of the Zerg, all right? Activate the system. As soon as he finished speaking, Zhang Chen's consciousness was suddenly pulled into a deep, swirling vortex. His body was in free fall within a chaotic dark blue space. He put a hand to his forehead. He calmly observed his surroundings. This seems to be my sea of consciousness. So is this my talent? I can't believe it's a tree! He exclaimed in astonishment, standing before a giant divine tree that emitted a pure white light. Immediately after 3 notification panels appeared. They explained his job talents in detail, all thing evolution, omnifruit, and growth enhancement. Zhang Chen rested his chin on his hand and mused, this system is really good. It even proactively analyzed my job talents for me. Although these talents seem to lack combat ability, it looks like each one can be applied to my Zerg system. At the same time, a new notification appeared. System check complete. Does the host wish to begin summoning the queen? Without a moment of hesitation, Zhang Chen gave the command with a determined gaze. Summon the queen! A surge of dark purple energy immediately erupted around him, and the system announced, Queen summoning in progress. He could feel a powerful presence approaching. His expression turned serious. Such a powerful presence. The final notification panel appeared. Summoning complete. You have summoned a Calamity-class Queen 9-winged Calamity. Before him was a colossal Zerg monster shaped like a dark dragon with brilliant purple wings. The system provided details. Queen 9-winged Calamity. Origin, the Abyss. Title, Lord of Death. Current devour value, 0%. Favorability, 100%. Max. Please proceed with devouring and reproduction to expand the swarm. Swarm skills have been unlocked. Zhang Chen, floating before the monster, couldn't help but be astonished. Damn it! Why is this insect so huge? A childlike voice echoed in his mind. Master. Little Nine likes Master. Master Little Nine is hungry. Wants to devour beasts. A new notification appeared. Current growth rate is increasing by 10% talent. You can use enhanced sacrifice on the target to upgrade. The first time requires no sacrifice. Zhang Chen smiled, satisfied. No sacrifice needed. What am I waiting for? Let's upgrade her first. He thought to himself, looks like this queen needs to devour to level up, and she's not going to be easy to handle. A brilliant green energy flowed from his body, enveloping the queen. He felt its aura changing drastically. This aura. The colossal monster's eyes flashed with a purple light. In a hazy purple mist, the giant monster began to transform, shrinking, and gradually taking on a human form. Ding, congratulations, nine-winged calamity has undergone a life turning point and leveled up. New skills obtained. Nurture shares 10 times experience with the host. Poison mist evolves into lethal miasma. Symbiosis increases all of the host's attributes by 20%. Zhang Chen's eyes widened in amazement. A pair of soft arms wrapped around him and a cheerful voice rang out, "Master Little Nine has evolved." Zhang Chen's face flushed slightly. He thought in a daze, she evolved into a human form. He gently placed his hand on the head of the beautiful Zerg girl with white hair and unique ears. A new status panel appeared. The girl said cheerfully, "Master Little Nine wants to devour flesh." Zhang Chen smiled confidently. "Sure enough, my job and this system are a perfect combination. Who needs a top-tier combat class? My Spirit Tamer talent can accelerate the Queen's devouring speed, and the experience from her nurture skill can help me level up quickly. On top of that, I also get a 20% attribute bonus to enhance my combat power." Surrounding him, countless black butterflies gathered, creating a powerful scene. However, his expression quickly turned serious. "However, the Abyss Zerg the Apocalypse Calamity, they're connected to those incomplete records. Clearly, this isn't a power I can reveal to everyone. If it's discovered, it could lead to serious trouble." He stood with Little Nine in the spiritual space, outlining his plan. "So for now, I'll use the cover of a lifestyle class and the Queen's Poison Mist skill while I go devour monsters to become stronger. Hiding is not my style. I want to become strong enough to reveal my power openly." Suddenly, a powerful tremor pulled him out of his sea of consciousness. Zhang Chen was surprised. "This is..." Little Nine, in her human form, also felt it immediately. Her face turned grim as she said, "Master." Her expression became fierce, her eyes flashing with purple lightning. "Little Nine senses a threat," she growled, her crimson eyes filled with vigilance. Zhang Tren's eyes snapped open back to reality. Before him in the awakening hall was a tall man with a full beard and a black coat. He was looking at him with a scrutinizing gaze. Was he the student who caused the citywide job awakening phenomenon just now? Zhang Tren silently assessed the man as a bead of sweat formed on his brow. "This person is at least a Grandmaster-level expert. Why is he here looking for me?" The surrounding crowd started to whisper. As they felt the powerful aura emanating from the man, someone said, "Wow, this guy's aura is really strong. I can feel it from all the way over here." "What transcendent level is this guy?" Another person wondered, "It looks like he's here for Zhang Tran. Could they have some kind of grudge?" Zhang Tran could clearly feel the pressure weighing down on him. "This is strange. This guy has been constantly pressuring me, releasing this much force without saying a single word. Could it be?" He narrowed his eyes, trying to stand firm against the invisible pressure. "He's testing me." Just then, Little Nine's enchanting voice echoed in his mind, "Master, this guy is a threat, and he looks quite delicious. Little Nine wants to devour him." Zhang Tran's eyes widened in horror as the Queen's instincts surged. "This is not good." A series of red notifications appeared in his mind. The Queen has detected a target posing a threat to the host. The current target can provide a high devour value. The Queen is preparing to initiate devouring of the target. A burst of dark purple aura suddenly erupted from Zhang Tran's body, causing the frightened people around him to back away. When Little Nine sensed the threat, it began to attack on its own. "Ah, what is this? The aura is so cold!" The chaotic crowd screamed as the energy spread. Zhang Tran gritted his teeth, trying to control the surging power, so if the devour value is too low, even the Queen's aggression increases. "I need to find some demons for Little Nine to devour immediately." The man raised an eyebrow and let out a soft grunt. He immediately realized. So this was his goal. He wanted to use his aura to test my strength, but he accidentally provoked my Queen. But luckily, a notification appeared, bringing Zhang Tran a bit of relief. Notification: you have temporarily suppressed the Queen. The Queen's current devour value is low. Please begin devouring to nurture the Queen as soon as possible. As long as the devour value is not over 10,000, he thought to himself, I can still suppress the Queen. The man retracted his aura and smiled in approval. Good lad. To be able to withstand my test right after awakening and even fight back is truly worthy of a god-tier job. Your future is limitless. Zhang Tran sighed in relief. It seems I haven't been discovered. He asked humbly, Senior, you praise me too much. May I ask who you are? The man introduced himself formally. My name is Ji Gong, captain of the Night Watch. He extended his hand. I'll get straight to the point. I greatly admire your strength, young man. Have you considered joining our Night Watch? Jiang Trun was completely surprised. What the Night Watch? He immediately began to think. The Night Watch. They're an organization of the Great Xia. They specialize in fighting demons and dimensional beasts. Whenever a dimensional beast or a new secret realm or dungeon appears, the Night Watch is the first to investigate or directly eliminate it. Because they always fight on the front lines, the mortality rate for the Night Watch is extremely high. That's why most people avoid joining. But for me, it's different. Asterisk. He thought of his Zerg swarm. The queen needs to constantly devour the flesh of demons to accumulate enough devour value to start reproducing. I just need the opportunity to face powerful demons. Asterisk. And once the devour value is full and the queen starts reproducing, who knows how much trouble that will cause. The wilderness is the perfect place to nurture the queen. As long as I join the Night Watch, whether it's the devouring or the potential dangers of reproduction, everything can be easily resolved. Thinking this, a confident smile spread across Jiang Trun's face. He extended his hand and shook Ji Gong's. Looks like the Night Watch is a perfect fit for me. Ji Gong, thinking that Jiang Trun would hesitate, began his pitch. Young man, you may have heard some rumors about the Night Watch, but those are all old stories. As long as you're willing to join, you'll definitely receive comprehensive training. As a god-tier talent, you'll get even more. Jiang Trun gripped Ji Gong's hand firmly. Interrupting him, he said with a determined voice, Captain Ji, no need to say more. To rebuild the glory of the Night Watch is a duty I cannot shirk. I am willing to join the Night Watch, he said while thinking to himself. My swarm of bugs is counting on you guys. Ji Gong was stunned. What? His face was filled with utter disbelief. Really, are you absolutely sure? Jiang Trun gave a wry smile, feeling the urgent prodding of the starving little nine in his mind. I'm not lying, but I still have some things to do today. He said hurriedly, I will report to the Night Watch headquarters on time in 3 days. See you then. Then he quickly turned and left. Ji Gong barely had time to say, huh, looking at Jiang Trun's retreating back. Ji Gong mumbled to himself, this kid runs fast. I thought this would be a hassle, but it went so smoothly. Wait a minute. What's his hidden job? I forgot to ask. Just then, an old man and another man rushed over. Ji Gong recognized them immediately. If it isn't the 8th elder of the Martial Academy, are you guys also here to recruit someone? But you're too late. The old man shouted, where is he? Where's the kid with the god-tier life system job? Kai Kung was surprised. What are those lifestyle class people talking about? The old man was furious. Kai Kung, you're not going to let someone with a god-tier life-type profession join your night guard just to die. Are you? Am I not? Wait a minute. You mean that kid from just now is... Ki Kung was stunned as he recalled the colossal phenomenon in the sky. So the phenomenon in the city was caused by him. After leaving the square, Zhang Chen returned to his familiar neighborhood. A purple-haired girl spoke up. Uncle Wong, could you keep your voice down a little? What if someone causes trouble? A large man chuckled. Heh, listen to you, Uncle Wong. Zhang Chen smiled gently. It's okay, Uncle Wong. It's not something that has to be kept secret. The man Uncle Wong said proudly. Exactly, little Chen. Even though life-type classes aren't great at fighting, I've heard that those spiritual herb cultivation businesses all need people with life-type classes. If your parents were still alive, they would be so proud. Thank you, everyone in the building. Ji, for helping me over the years. I will definitely not forget any of you in the future. Uncle Wong put his arm around Zhang Chen's shoulder. All right, little Chen. Don't worry about these small things. You came at the perfect time. We were just about to head into an entry-level dungeon to farm for gear. Why don't you come with us? I'll power level you. Zhang Chen agreed happily. Awesome. Then thank you, Uncle. A notification popped up. Notification, you have successfully formed a party. A spatial gate opened and Zhang Chen said, enter the dungeon. You have entered the dungeon. The group appeared in a vast, dark space. Zhang Chen observed, so this is what it's like inside a dungeon. Dungeon matchmaking complete. C-rank dungeon, the immortal shrine has been opened. In front of them stood an ancient shrine with giant warrior statues that emitted an eerie blue light. Uncle Wong broke out in a cold sweat, his face pale. These are the undying soldiers. Why did the dungeon system match us with a dungeon of this level? Zhang Chen also realized the danger. It seems this won't be an easy dungeon to deal with. Uncle Wong said in a panic. I know why. It must be because little Chen has a god-tier class to balance things out. The system matched us with a higher-level dungeon. A purple-haired girl next to him cried out in despair. But it's a life-type class. Another girl in the group spoke up nervously. Uncle Wong, maybe we should first... In contrast to everyone's anxiety, Uncle Wong seemed incredibly excited. He slammed his greatsword into the ground and sparks flashed around it. No, it's fine. It's not every day we get to see a dungeon of this level. How will we know if we don't try? Maybe this time, we can rely on Little Chen's luck to get some top-tier gear. From the shadows of the shrine, the undying soldiers staggered forward, their eyes blazing with cold blue soul flames. Little Chen stepped back a bit. These undying soldiers are more dangerous than regular C-rank monsters, Uncle Wang shouted and charged forward. Everyone stay put! We'll head to the center of the dungeon first. With a deafening roar, he swung his greatsword down, cleaving an undying soldier in two instantly. He shouted back, Xiaoxi, boost my talent. The purple-haired girl named Xiaoxi quickly clasped her hands, and a stream of blue energy gathered. Got it. Receiving the support, another girl in the party also charged bravely. She rushed into the midst of the monster horde, the two swords in her hands weaving deadly arcs. Watching from the back, Zhang Chen couldn't help but feel emotional. Uncle Wong and the others have to fight monsters like this every day just to make a living. No wonder they always come back covered in injuries. He remembered hearing that Xiaoxi's sister had become a dungeon raider to pay for the treatment for her younger brother's eyes. Even so, Xiaoxi's sister has always helped me. Zhang Chen's gaze hardened as he resolved. I need to get stronger fast. Once I earn enough money, I will definitely repay everyone properly. Xiaoju's spiritual form appeared beside him. Its voice was full of excitement. Master, there are so many monsters and blood food here. Xiaoju wants to devour them. Zhang Chen realized, it seems Xiaoju has already sensed them. In that case, let's test Xiaoju's abilities first. He held out his hand and a purple poisonous mist gathered. Level 1 Poison Mist, Corrosive Skill. He commanded, Go Xiaoju, these are all yours. Thank you, Master. Xiaoju's voice echoed as the purple poison mist billowed towards the monster corpses. As soon as the poison mist touched the monster corpses, they were immediately corroded and dissolved into purple dust. Zhang Chen was astonished. The moment it touched the monster corpses, they were instantly corroded. Xiaoju's poison mist is incredibly powerful. He opened his status panel. But the monster's levels are too low, which means the growth rate is also slow. He looked at the devour value bar, which had only inched up a little. Looks like I need to devour more monsters. Zhang Chen looked ahead where his teammates had already advanced deep inside. Uncle Wang and the other three are truly experienced teammates. They've already gone deep into the dungeon in such a short time. Poison Mist is a wide area attack and I can't control it precisely yet. I have to be careful not to accidentally harm the others. In that case, I'll just follow behind and deal with these monster corpses for now. Suddenly, a chibi version of Xiaoju appeared on his shoulder, whispering in his mind, Master. Xiaoju senses it. Zhang Chen was surprised. He peered deeper into the darkness ahead. There's fresh blood food here. From the shadows, a robed skeleton emerged. Its eyes blazed with blue fire. Shadow Lurker LVI.10, Strength 20, Agility 15, Defense 10, Health 5, Level 10. Zhang Chen narrowed his eyes, analyzing. Hiding in the shadows. So they specialize in hunting those who fall behind. Is its name Red because its level is much higher than mine? But in terms of stats, these monsters are no match for me. After receiving the passive symbiosis effect, he confidently checked his status window again. Good, I can use them to test out my skills. Xiaoju, turn into a poisonous miasma and follow me, he commanded. A purple smoke enveloped him. Xiaoju's voice rang out, Yes, Master! Immediately, the shadow lurkers charged in to attack him. Like phantoms, Zhang Tran's eyes flashed purple. He calmly faced them and taunted, Come on, then. He easily dodged their attacks. The monsters' swift attacks left them charging into the poisonous mist surrounding him. The lurkers were stunned when their attacks had no effect, and their bodies began to corrode from the toxic mist. Zhang Trun clenched his fist, compressing the toxic energy, then unleashed it. A purple shockwave spread out, engulfing all the monsters. A series of notifications popped up continuously. Notification Devour Value plus 50. Notification Devour Value plus 50. Zhang Tran smiled with satisfaction. The chibi Xiaoju sitting on his shoulder was just as happy. Just as I expected. These monsters are no match for me, and this way the Devour value increases faster. But Xiaoju eagerly pointed forward. Master, there's more prey ahead. Further down the temple's dark corridor, other undead troops were patrolling, completely unaware of the fearsome predator approaching from behind. Zhang Trun frowned as he sensed the number of monsters. There are a lot of monsters hiding in this dungeon. I'm suddenly a little worried about Uncle Vung and the others. We need to hurry. Xiaoju, can you handle it from here? Xiaoju's spirit form materialized behind him, radiating a powerful aura. Of course, Master. They are all Xiaoju's prey. Just leave them to me. Meanwhile, up ahead, an anxious shout echoed through the dark hall. Uncle Vung, you're hurt, surrounded by a horde of undead soldiers. Uncle Vung stood his ground, shielding Xiao Hai. I'm a warrior. This little wound is nothing. But he gritted his teeth, the wounds on his face showing his exhaustion. Damn it. The monsters just keep coming. We can't hold out like this. He turned and yelled at the purple-haired girl. Xiao Hai, go find Xiao Tran first and get out of here, quick. Uncle Vung, she cried out in panic. Just then, a giant shadow suddenly appeared from behind, swinging its weapon down. Uncle Vung sensed the danger. Humph! He turned around and realized it was too late. This is bad. Just as the axe blade was about to strike, a hand suddenly shot out. A purple, poisonous mist condensed into a solid shield, blocking the fatal blow. Right in front of Uncle Vung, the newcomer was Jiang Tran. He calmly asked, Uncle Vung, are you all right? Uncle Vung stared in astonishment at the poisonous mist enveloping the monsters. What is this? Xiao Tran, aren't you a life type? Jiang Tran smiled confidently, a purple poison flame igniting in his palm. I still have a hidden skill poison barrier. Uncle Vung, you're badly injured. Xiao Hai, Shaoli, get Uncle Vung out of here. I'll cover our retreat. Is that a god-tier skill? But even so, it's still too dangerous, Uncle Vung said worriedly. Xiao Hai also pleaded, That's right, Xiao Tran, let's go together. Jiang Tran turned back, his gaze firm. Don't worry, I'll be fine. He focused his power, and an announcement echoed through the dungeon. The conditions for the final stage of the dungeon have been met. The dungeon boss is being summoned. But Uncle Vung still hesitated. Xiao Hai quickly persuaded him, Uncle Vung, Xiao Tran isn't reckless. Let's trust him. Hearing that, Uncle Vung no longer hesitated. He threw his great sword towards Jiang Tran and yelled, Xiao Tran, catch! Remember to give it back to me later. Jiang Tran caught the sword cleanly. Don't worry, Uncle, I'll definitely give it back. Rookie Conqueror's sword. Speed plus 25, strength plus 30, attack speed plus 2%. Passive skill. Cooperation is now in effect. He thought to himself, I can use Uncle Vung's sword to extend the attack range of my poison barrier. With the sword in hand, Jiang Tran charged into the middle of the monster horde. His sword slashes created waves of purple toxic energy, sweeping away everything in their path. He smiled confidently. I did get the highest score in school for swordsmanship after all. He moved swiftly like a ghost, each slash finishing off an undead soldier. Suddenly, he felt something was off. A giant undead soldier, much larger than the others, blocked his attack. Its red eyes flashed with ferocity as it swung its weapon in retaliation. Jiang Tran quickly fell back. Parrying the powerful blow, he twisted to evade a series of combo attacks from the monster. He landed lightly after a backflip. Is this the dungeon boss? It's stronger than I thought. Suddenly, he realized a serious problem. The sword had broken in two, leaving him flustered. But how am I going to explain this to Uncle Vung later? How am I supposed to... From within the thick mist, a colossal figure emerged. Above its head was the red text, Undead King Level 15. The boss charged forward with terrifying speed, its giant sword slashing down. In this life-or-death moment, Jiang Tran yelled with a determined expression, Xiaoju! Xiaoju instantly appeared, her eyes burning with a desire to fight. She eagerly asked, Can I attack it, Master? Jiang Tran decisively replied, Permission granted. Without a hint of hesitation, she shot forward, using her fist to block the Undead King's attack, shattering its sword. An aura of dark purple energy surrounded Xiaoju as she faced the giant boss head-on. The mighty Undead King raised its fist. Xiaoju, her eyes glowing, gave her opponent no chance to breathe. She unleashed a continuous storm of attacks. She moved at blinding speed, evading the Undead King's counterattacks, while the energy blades from her body shredded its armor. A series of critical strikes were unleashed, tearing the Undead King's body apart. In an instant, Xiaoju was behind the boss. In her hand was its severed head. The Undead King's body disintegrated into dust. Jiang Tran smiled, satisfied. I didn't expect Xiaoju to handle the boss so easily. Does this mean the dungeon is over? But just as the immortal king vanished, a floating blue crystal emerged from the ashes. Jiang Chen was surprised. What is that? You sense an unusual flow of energy. Magic power is concentrating around it. The crystal begins to absorb all the remaining energy in the dungeon. It creates a blue vortex of magic. The energy converges, emitting a blinding light. From within the light, a new monster forms, even larger and more terrifying than before. Immortal Tyrant level 20. it reassembled into a new monster. Could it be that the crystal is its true form? Jiang Chun immediately recognized its weakness. He shouted, "Xiaozhou, we need to destroy the energy crystal inside its body." Receiving the order, Xiaozhou shot off like an arrow, dodging the immortal tyrant's massive weapon swing. The boss attacked with horrifying strength, but Xiaozhou was agile enough to dodge. She landed on the ground, then leaped up again, aiming straight for the tyrant's chest with her continuous sharp energy blades, slashing at the boss's thick armor, but the immortal tyrant moved with unbelievable speed, dodging most of Xiaozhou's attacks. Jiang Chun gritted his teeth. Such a huge creature can move that fast to dodge Xiaozhou's attacks. But I just had an idea. He looked down at the stone floor of the temple where strange plants grew through the cracks. If I can use these plants, his eyes flashed with determination. I have to try. He observed the tyrant's movements. This bastard is too fast, and each of its attacks is so powerful. It's like an out-of-control bull. But this is also a weakness. Jiang Chun had sensed it before. I felt this earlier. There are a lot of roots hidden beneath the floor. He formulated a plan. I just need to use my talent the moment it gets close enough, and that will hold it in place. As the boss charged, Jiang Chun's eyes turned green. Now he held out his hand, a glowing green sigil appearing. Innate skill accelerated growth from beneath the floor. Countless giant roots erupted, wrapping tightly around the immortal tyrant, binding it completely. Jiang Chun gestured forward. "Your turn, Xiaozhou." "Yes, master," Xiaozhou replied. She landed on the head of the bound boss. With a single attack, she pierced through its armor, shattering the tyrant's body. Jiang Chun stood on a rock outcropping, looking at his handiwork. I did it. Definitely. As long as I use my skills properly, I can still play a big role in battles. Accelerated growth is now on cooldown for 8 hours. He looked towards the energy crystal hovering over the rubble. Next, I need to break the core. He walked over and grabbed the crystal. Using all his strength, he crushed it in his hand. This is the end. Immediately after a series of system notifications appeared. Congratulations. The C-rank secret realm. Temple of the Immortals has been cleared. Calculating contribution. 3 secret realm points have been created. Level 0, Jiang Chen Spirit Breeder achieved an S rating. Level 12, Wang Wei Swordsman achieved a B rating. Heavenly Dao System. Notification equipment rewards have been generated. Upon clearing the secret realm, a series of virtual screens appeared in front of Jiang Chen displaying the equipment rewards. He examined one of the items, a dagger. Edmu's Swift Dagger D rank. Attack plus 50 speed, plus 5% sword-related profession attributes plus 2. He thought to himself, this dagger is pretty good. I'll use it to compensate Uncle Wong. With a thoughtful expression, he commented, "There's a lot of equipment, but it all seems to be combat-oriented. I'm not sure if there's anything suitable for creation classes. Or not." He continued scrolling through the reward list. Let's see the attributes of each piece of equipment. When he tried to hold a giant hammer, the King's Call strength plus 100. Agility minus 100. Attribute 10% chance to trigger 5 times critical damage. It immediately slammed to the ground, making him exclaim, "This hammer is so heavy!" Suddenly, he felt a surge of energy flowing into his body. Wait, this feeling... A notification appeared. Notification experience points are being awarded. He realized, they're giving out the experience points I got from this secret realm. 1. He felt his power surge. Thanks to the Queen Bug's passive skill, I've reached level 6. This way, the effect of fusion is also more pronounced. Another notification confirmed fusion is in effect. All attributes increased by 20%. He concluded, it seems my physical combat ability also increases with my level. Lost in thought, he was interrupted by Xiaozhou's call. As she tugged on his sleeve, "Master, master," Jiang Chen replied, With sparkling eyes, Xiaozhou pointed at the pile of equipment and asked, "Master, as a reward, can Xiaozhou eat all of this?" Jiang Chen smiled and explained to the pouting Xiaozhou, "Xiaozhou, you can't eat these. This is for Uncle Wong and the others to exchange for money for food. They'll give you a stomachache." Disappointed, Xiaozhou replied, "Oh." Immediately, she pointed towards the corpse of the immortal tyrant and asked hopefully, "Then can I eat that?" Jiang Chen suddenly remembered. "That's right. I almost forgot the devour value of the bug's corpse is very precious and can't be missed." He turned and said to Xiaozhou, "Okay, Xiaozhou, it's all yours." He looked at the giant corpse and was a little worried. Isn't this boss a little big? If Xiaozhou uses her poison bones to corrode it, it would probably take a while. But Xiaozhou couldn't wait any longer. She shouted excitedly, "I'm gonna eat now!" Instantly, her small body transformed into a terrifying giant monster with sharp jaws. Jiang Chen was completely shocked, stammering, "So this is how she's going to eat it." The monster began to gnaw on the corpse, making horrifying sounds. Jiang Chen covered his ears, thinking, "So noisy." A series of system notifications appeared one after another. System devour value plus 100. He silently felt lucky. Thank goodness we're in a secret realm. If we were in the main city, we would definitely have been discovered no matter how well we hid. He remarked with satisfaction, "The devour value is increasing quickly. Just as expected, the value of a boss's meat is on another level. It seems we need to eat more high-level monsters." Even worse, he suddenly heard the damn sound of approaching footsteps. Uncle Wong and the others must have heard the noise. He looked at the current devour value notification. 8,876 out of 10,000. Jiang Chen hurriedly ordered, "Little Nine, quickly change back to your other form." "Yes, master," the monster replied and transformed back. Jiang Chen thought with regret, "Damn it, it was almost full." Just as Uncle Wong and the others arrived, they exclaimed in amazement, "Little Chen, you really cleared this stage. And there's so much equipment." Jiang Chen replied a little sheepishly, "About that, Uncle Wong, I broke your sword. How about you use this for now?" Uncle Wong happily took the dagger. "Amazing. This is a rare item. I won't hold it against you for breaking my stuff. Ha ha ha." The others also examined the items. One person said, "This necklace is also a rare item. It could sell for a lot of money." Liu Ying asked curiously, "Little Chen, how on earth did you take down the insectoid by yourself?" Ye Tian muttered, "Humph. It seems my poison is more effective at suppressing monsters like that." Meanwhile, Jiang Chen was thinking the dungeon was completed perfectly. But once it's completed, it won't reset. Getting the devour value from one more insectoid is enough to start breeding the 7th insect. If I want to find a new one, I have no other choice. How but to go to the wasteland? Uncle Wong turned to him and asked, "By the way, Little Chen, it's a shame you have to go to the research bureau. You haven't even reached level 1 yet. You can already take down an insectoid. In the future, if you reach higher levels, you'll surely be very powerful. What do you plan to do next?" Jiang Chen revealed his plan. "Uncle Wong, I didn't tell you before because I was afraid you'd worry. But actually, I'm preparing to join the Night's Watch." Uncle Wong was stunned. "What, the Night's Watch?" He explained further, "Yes, in 3 days I will join the Night's Watch. Before I go, I want to level up, so I'll be heading to the wasteland soon to keep grinding levels." Hearing this, the others grew worried. "The wasteland, it's dangerous there, Little Chen," Jiang Chen confidently reassured them. "Don't worry, Uncle Wong. I know what I'm doing. Instead of worrying about me, you all should be worrying about the monsters." The scene changes. A train stops in a ruined city. An announcer's voice echoed, "We have arrived at the outskirts. All passengers heading to the wasteland, please disembark immediately." A cloaked figure stepped off the train. It was Jiang Chen, ready for his new journey in the wasteland. Jiang Chen let out a sigh of relief as he looked at the desolate scene before him. Phew, finally made it. "It's so crowded here." While he was eating, he noticed something strange. After awakening the system, my appetite has increased. What's even weirder is that although it's not very stable, my devour value increases slightly when I eat. At the same time, notifications for devour value +1 kept popping up. Sitting on his shoulder, Little Nine complained, "Master's food doesn't taste good at all." Jiang Chen coaxed her, All right, I'll find something for you to eat." He opened the map, feeling grateful. "I can't believe Uncle Wong gave me most of his equipment. Not only that, he also gave me an important storage ring and a map after hearing I was coming to the wasteland. They're a really big help." He continued to ponder the information he received. According to Uncle Wong, the wasteland is affected by the power of the heavenly Tao, and all electronic devices will be scrambled. It's almost like an apocalyptic scenario, and the monsters constantly move their nests. These maps have an extremely short lifespan. Without the latest intelligence, it's very difficult to find monster groups, let alone bosses. He looked at the map. Firebirds and thunder rhinos are the most common, and they are easy to spot when they move. It's said that this place marked with a question mark should be avoided because it's a very dangerous nest with higher risks. He skimmed to another target. According to Uncle Wong, this goblin dungeon is the most suitable for me. It has a low-level enough monsters and fewer people. He decided, I'll go to this one. With the map in hand, I should be able to find it quickly. Suddenly, a voice called out from behind, "Hey! Stop right there!" Jiang Chen turned around. A rough-looking man blocked his path and grabbed his shoulder, growling, "I want to ask you a few things. I've been calling you for a while now. Why are you pretending not to hear me?" "Have you seen a blonde girl around here?" "With eyes that flash purple," Jiang Chen replied coldly. "No, I haven't, and you'd better watch your tone." The other guy screamed in horror as the hand he had placed on Jiang Chen began to turn black and disintegrate. "My hand!" He backed away in fear. "This is poison. How is that possible? This kid doesn't even look like he's reached level 10 yet. He can harm me." "A level 27 primary defense warrior?" Jiang Chen called back casually. "You should hurry and find a healer. My poison is quite difficult to cure. And by the way, get your brain checked too. Goodbye." The man gritted his teeth and blocked his path again. "Did I say you could leave, kid?" He rushed forward with a furious expression, roaring, "How dare you lay a hand on someone from the Shao clan?" Jiang Chen was a little surprised. The Shao clan battle through the heavens. Jiang Chen's eyes glinted sharply. He quickly stepped back, dodging his opponent's attack, causing the man's fist to slam into the ground. Jiang Chen muttered to himself, "The Shao clan. What kind of clan is that?" "But judging by his attitude," the man roared angrily, "Stand still, you brat!" Jiang Chen realized he couldn't just walk away. He summoned his power and commanded, "There's no point in going easy on him. Attack Little Nine." Little Nine emerged from the shadows replying, "Understood, master." Although the man was a bit wary, he still yelled, "You bastard, and that black aura! You think I'm actually afraid of it?" From the shadows a cold voice rang out, stunning the other man. "Trin Tai, didn't I tell you to be more humble?" Jiang Trun also turned around. A man with blue hair and sharp eyes appeared, scolding, "I told you to find someone, so what are you doing here?" Trin Tai panicked. "Young master, The other man spoke coldly. "Useless trash." With that, he swung his hand and slapped Trin Tai hard across the face. He looked down at Trin Tai, who was now kneeling on the ground, and said with a contemptuous voice, "Don't forget you're just a dog used by the Xiao family. You have no right to use the Xiao family's name." Trin Tai trembled and replied, "Yes, young master." Jiang Trun silently assessed the situation. "So this is the master that bastard Trin Tai serves. I couldn't sense his presence at all. He's more dangerous than that warrior from before." The blue-haired young man turned to Jiang Trun and said with a superior tone, "My dog has a habit of biting indiscriminately. Please forgive him. Would you like some compensation?" Jiang Trun calmly replied, "No need." The other man smirked with interest, saying, "Well, now you're quite interesting. You're heading to the wastelands, aren't you?" He stepped closer and made an offer. "Why not come with us?" Jiang Trun turned and walked away coldly, refusing, "No need. I prefer to travel alone." The blue-haired young man watched his retreating back and smirked. "Interesting. A divine grade creator class." Meanwhile, Trin Tai hurried forward. "Young master, I failed the mission you assigned. Should I continue?" The young master interrupted him. "How much longer will you need?" Trin Tai reported. "I discovered she has fled the city and is likely trying to cross the wastelands to reach the nearest post station." The young master's eyes grew cold. He ordered, "Summon all our scattered subordinates and follow me into the wastelands. Remember, do not let her reach the station alive." Trin Tai bowed in obedience. "Yes." Meanwhile, the story is narrated. Humans once dominated this planet and built countless cities. But with the advent of the era of job awakenings, monster tides, secret realms, and dungeons, our homes were invaded, and immense powers are constantly trying to reshape them. Today, only professionals who pursue strength return to these places to fight monsters, level up, and seize riches. Amidst the desolate landscape of the wastelands, Jiang Trun looked confused. Why do I feel like I'm lost? The goblin nest should have been in this direction, but it's already getting late, and I still haven't arrived." He looked around worriedly. "A little while ago, there were still many scattered monsters on the road, but now I don't see a single one. The devour value those monsters provide is too low. If I can't find another monster nest with a boss, I might be late reporting for the night watch. I also need to factor in the travel time back." On his shoulder, Xiao Nine was gnawing on a piece of dried meat, complaining, "Not tasty." Jiang Tran's expression grew more determined. Suddenly, dark clouds gathered and a heavy rain poured down. From within the downpour, a giant spider monster emerged. Jiang Tran looked up. "This rain. It seems to be a magical wave. Did I enter a nest area? Excellent. Even though it's the wrong nest, at least I found one. I'll find the monster soon enough. It's time to fill up my devour value." He sensed something approaching. A giant spider lunged down from above. Xiao Nine on his shoulder asked, "Master, do you need my help?" Jiang Trun replied confidently, "No need. Its level isn't high, it's just a bit big." He dashed forward at incredible speed, dodging the sharp legs of the attacking monsters. He leaped into the air and threw a powerful punch. The punch landed squarely on the monster's head, creating a massive shockwave. Right after landing, Xiao Nine pointed in a direction. "Master over there." Jiang Trun turned. Countless blood-red eyes appeared in the darkness around him. Swarms of smaller spider monsters were crawling all over the ruined walls. Ruins. Jiang Trun drew his dagger, and dark energy enveloped the blade. He said to Xiao Nine, "Xiao Nine, you can eat your fill." With blazing red eyes, they both shouted, "Let's go!" Yes! Jiang Tran unleashed a sweeping slash that wiped out the surrounding monsters. He thought to himself, fighting monsters in the wastelands is definitely better. Killing them gives immediate experience. Just one sweep and my experience points have increased a lot. If we keep fighting on the way back, I can level up at least twice. The monsters' corpses disintegrated into plumes of purple smoke. Standing amidst the spoils, Jiang Tran ordered, "Xiao Nine, eat the rest of the monsters." Xiao Nine thought happily, "Master is the best." Suddenly, Xiao Nine exclaimed, "Master, there's something tasty nearby." Jiang Tran speculated, if Xiao Nine is this attracted to it, then it must be a bug-type monster. He raised his hand, channeling his power. "Find it, Xiao Nine." A stream of dark energy shot out, but it was immediately followed by a cry of pain. "Ah!" "Ow, ow!" Jiang Tran was stunned. "Huh!" Before him was a girl lying unconscious on the ground. He couldn't help but be amazed. Is that really a monster? The girl slowly woke up, looking around drowsily.
Huh. Where is this? This isn't where I was before.
Jiang Tran approached and asked, "Are you awake?" The girl was startled and panicked. She hurriedly backed away, shouting, "Ah, who are you? Don't come any closer." Jiang Tran reassured her. "Calm down. I'm an awakened hunting monsters here. I won't hurt you." The girl suddenly realized something. Pointing at him, she said, I remember now. You're the one who ambushed me just now." Jiang Tran answered honestly. "Sorry you looked like a monster." The girl, blushing with anger and embarrassment, snapped. "How could you say that, you rude bastard?" She frantically patted herself down. "My ears are here. My nose is here. Everything's still here." Jiang Tran was surprised, thinking, she seems fine even after taking a direct hit from my attack. Who is she exactly? At the same time, the ring on the girl's hand began to glow. Looking at the ring, displaying the time, the girl grew anxious. "Damn it, I've wasted too much time here. I need to go now or they'll catch up to me." Jiang Tran watched her with suspicion. Is she being chased? What is she hiding? He wondered, seeing how desperate she was to leave. Jiang Tran spoke up. "Hey, what's going on? Why are you in such a hurry to leave?" The girl turned back with a forced smile, stammering an explanation. Well, I mean, there are monsters here and I'm not in good shape to fight, so I have to go. You can keep hunting monsters here if you want." She gave a stiff wave and turned to leave. That's all I have to say. Goodbye." Jiang Tran watched her go, thinking, this kid is a terrible actress. He stood in the middle of the battlefield, lost in thought. If what's chasing her are monsters, that's the best-case scenario for me. The monsters here are no match for me, and I can gather more devour value. However, if their other awakened things could get tricky. The wasteland is lawless, and there are plenty of murderers and thieves. Maybe I should just grab her and ask again. Suddenly, Xiaozhou appeared with a worried expression. "Master, a lot of things are coming this way." Jiang Tran replied happily. "Oh, a lot. Then it must be monsters. Great." His smile vanished as he sensed the scale of the approaching threat. Monsters. That's a whole swarm of monsters. Giant spiders with countless blood-red eyes were swarming towards him. He couldn't help but be stunned. Isn't this a bit much? He instantly understood. So this is what that kid was running from. Realizing they were monsters and not people, he breathed a sigh of relief. Well, I don't need to worry anymore. Since they're not other awakened, there's no reason for me to turn down all this devour value running right to me. He drew his dagger and commanded Xiaozhou poison bone form. Xiaozhou replied, "Yes, master." The monsters roared and charged at him. A sharp blade slashed out. Jiang Tran leaped into the air, dodging the attack and landing on a monster's head. He killed it instantly. He noticed something unusual. Strange. These monsters seem faster than the ones before. Not sensing any danger, he immediately dodged a sneak attack from behind. He spun around and sliced the monster that had just attacked him to pieces. Standing in the middle of the encirclement, he felt that something wasn't right. Something's off. He realized their tactic. They're taking turns. These monsters were coordinating with each other, attacking and retreating. His gaze shifted towards the boss monster in the distance. Don't tell me. That boss is controlling them to attack in this formation. He looked at the massive army of monsters. Thousands of monsters, all with a single will. No wonder no one else is here. He quickly identified his target. Looks like I need to find a way to get to the boss and kill it first. He tightened his grip on his weapon, acknowledging this is going to be tough. Suddenly, Xiaozhou spoke up.
Master, I think I can understand them. They are challenging you.
Zhang Tran was surprised. Huh? Understand what? Suddenly, Xiaozhou flew into a rage, shouting, "How arrogant!" A wave of energy erupted from Xiaozhou, and the smoothly coordinated monsters suddenly fell into chaos. Zhang Tran stared in astonishment at the scene before him. The monsters are in chaos. Is it because they're also insects? Wait, are spiders even considered insects? Xiaozhou explained. Xiaozhou has severed their connection. Zhang Tran thought to himself, I never expected her skill could be used like this. This makes things much simpler. Zhang Tran smiled and raised his dagger. Good job, Xiaozhou. Now let's go kill that boss. Xiaozhou replied excitedly. Understood, master. He charged forward, ordering, Xiaozhou, stick close. Without the boss's control, these monsters are just a weak mob. His blade easily cut down the monsters in his way. They were no longer a threat. No more wasting time. Dashing past the minions, Zhang Tran pointed his weapon directly at the boss and shouted, We have only one target. The boss monster let out a ferocious roar. With a cold glint in his eyes, Zhang Tran thought, and this bastard is the one that'll give us the most value. He lunged forward, delivering a fatal blow to the boss's head. Finally, he stood triumphantly on the boss's corpse, declaring with an expectant look, It's time to create my 7 insects. He breathed a sigh of relief. Phew, it's finally dead. A notification panel appeared. Level 14. Combat Power Assessment, 127 stars. Passive skill activated. He clenched his fist, feeling his new strength. 127 stars. It seems my personal combat power is almost equal to an awakened. A level 25 combat type awakened. As my level increases, my power will continue to grow. He glanced over at the remaining monsters. Now for this bunch. Watching the remaining monsters flee in a panic, Zhang Tran remarked, They're not a threat anymore. He thought to himself, They're even running away. They must sense that it's useless to fight. He decided, I won't chase them for now. Completing the swarm is my top priority. Turning back towards the boss's corpse, Zhang Tran raised his hand towards it. He signaled to Xiaozhou. Xiaozhou, it's all yours. Xiaozhou replied gratefully. Thank you, master. A series of notifications appeared. Devour value plus 150. He watched as Xiaozhou absorbed the corpse. He thought to himself, elite-grade monsters are really on another level. They can provide so much devour value. It seems hunting these elite-grade monsters is a good way to accelerate my swarm's growth. The final notification panel appeared. Devour value has reached its maximum. Do you wish to activate the swarm? His expression turned serious. The devour value is maxed out. Xiaozhou came before him and said, Master Xiaozhou can begin to reproduce a swarm. Please allow me to become stronger under your command. Zhang Chen smiled and agreed. Good. You can start reproducing immediately. A massive surge of energy erupted, and a system notification rang out. You have begun reproduction. First generation of the insect swarm. Your growth acceleration talent has taken effect. The current growth rate has been blessed. Zhang Chen was completely astonished. I never expected my talent could also speed up the swarm's reproduction process. An insect-shaped seal appeared on his hand along with new notifications. Congratulations, Master, you have obtained the exclusive skill, Insect Nest Level Max. Congratulations, Master, you have obtained the exclusive skill, Overlord Level 1. He exclaimed, These are new skills. A countdown notification appeared. Reproduction process is being accelerated. 8 seconds remaining. The reproduction was nearly complete. He stared at the scene before him with a look of utter disbelief. Is this my swarm? A colossal swarm of purple insects burst from the ground, a magnificent sight. Congratulations, Master, you have completed your first insect swarm. Current swarm count 9, netherwings 2,300. Zhang Chen murmured in awe. What a significant number. To get over 2,000 from the broodmother's first reproduction. I wonder how large the swarm will be by the 3rd and 4th generations. He observed one of the new insects, remarking, It's very attached to me, but its skills seem different from Xiaozhou's. It seems like a few new skills have been added. A detailed information panel appeared. Descendant Netherwing. Skills Poisonous Bones. Camouflage, Fury, and Self-Destruct. He nodded. Camouflage and Self-Destruct. Both seem pretty useful. Suddenly, Xiaozhou hugged him from behind.
Master.
He turned and affectionately patted her head. Xiaozhou, you've finished reproducing. There didn't seem to be any major changes to Xiaozhou. She took his hand, her voice weak.
Xiaozhou wants to rest. Jiang Chun asked in surprise. Rest? What do you mean?
Xiao Zhou's hand gradually faded into thin air as a system notification appeared. Broodmother Netherwing 9 has returned to the nest. Jiang Chun smiled in understanding. I see. So it's actually a space that can hold the swarm. Fantastic. Now, no matter how large the swarm gets, I can hide them all away. I don't have to worry about being discovered anymore. However, level max seems to be a utility skill with a fixed level. He thought of Xiao Zhou sleeping soundly in the nest space. Oh, she's already fallen asleep in the nest. Looks like she needs to sleep after consuming so many insects. He suddenly remembered, oh, right. I also got that skill called Overlord. Let's try it out. He decided to activate the new skill. Activate exclusive skill Overlord. Instantly, the eyes of the entire swarm began to glow purple. This showed they were completely under his control. With his own eyes gleaming with power, Jiang Chun whispered, so that's what this is. He raised his hand, feeling his connection to the swarm. A skill to control the swarm, and it's so effortless, as easy as moving my own arm. His eyes flashed with a white light. And that's not all. They can share their senses with me. His vision expanded, covering the entire ruined city. So this is the world through an insect's eyes. There are monsters everywhere. He looked at the eager insects swarming around him. Looks like you all are pretty excited too. He commanded the swarm, let's go. I want to test out these new skills too. Instantly, the swarm shot forward like a storm, sweeping over a group of goblins and other monsters. They only had time to look bewildered before a purple mist of poisonous bones enveloped them. In an instant, the monsters were completely corroded, their bodies disintegrating under the swarm's power. Standing amidst the devastation, Jiang Chun remarked, with this swarm, I barely have to lift a finger. The range of the poisonous bones has increased, and it corrodes faster over a wider area. With the shared vision from the Overlord skill, regular monsters have nowhere left to hide. He smiled, satisfied. It seems I'll be able to create another swarm soon. He opened his status panel. Oh, right. I haven't checked how much Devour value I need for the next level yet. His eyes widened in shock. Huh. Wait, what is this? Meanwhile, elsewhere. A man reported to his leader, Boss, I'm back. The leader asked impatiently, what took so long? Tell me what's happening at the spider's nest. The man replied in a panic. Someone cleared the whole area out, and there's not a single monster left. The leader stared in disbelief. What, are you serious? His subordinate confirmed. Yes, all the monsters were wiped out. The leader ran a hand through his hair, frustrated. Damn it, the client only needed one vial of spider venom and we couldn't even get it. Looks like this time, we'll just have to make do by robbing some unlucky saps on the way back. For everything to be wiped clean like that. It's shocking. Could it have been the Night Watch? But this isn't their style. It's more likely the work of a hidden clan or some other powerful group. A subordinate warned, someone's coming. Jiang Chun stepped out of the shadows, saying cheerfully, finally found some other awakened. The men shouted warily, who's there? Jiang Chun continued, don't worry, I'm just another awakened here to level up.
I want to trade for some food.
The leader sized Jiang Chun up and then smirked.
Well now.
You gave us a startle, but you're all alone. Sure, we can trade with you. But food isn't cheap out here in the wastes. What are you offering? Jiang Chun stepped forward and answered confidently, I know, I have valuable items to trade. The leader and his subordinates exchanged a meaningful glance. Oh, valuable items, the leader said, giving a signal. Is that right? Well, then let me see them. Instantly, his men drew their weapons and surrounded Jiang Chun. Jiang Chun simply snapped his fingers and countless spider monster corpses poured out of his storage ring, piling up into a massive heap in front of them. He asked, so, these are pretty good, aren't they? The group backed away in horror. Those were the spiders that were supposed to have been wiped out. Don't tell me he killed all of them by himself. Jiang Chun stared at them coldly. A small notification panel appeared next to him. Jiang Chun's current level 17. I know what you all were planning to do just now, he said. He continued in a warning tone. I'm in a very bad mood right now. Take what you need and get lost. The robbers hastily gathered the venom and fled in terror. Sorry, boss. We're leaving right now. Jiang Chun raised his hand, ordering the swarm to hide and guard the area as he sat down. As he prepared to eat, he frowned at his status panel. Damn it, I'm getting hungry faster again. I should have known when I first got Xiao Zhou. I never expected that creating a swarm would have this kind of side effect. A notification panel appeared. Devour value 2,768 out of 1 million. I have to level up as fast as possible. He sighed. I initially thought my Devour value would increase faster after I got the swarm. But I never expected the requirement to double. This is going to take forever. He figured that the devour value from a single insect was now just a drop in the ocean. Even if all the creature nests outside Zhang City open to the awakened were cleared out, it might not be enough for the next reproduction. However, I've heard that the creature nests and secret realms controlled by the Night's Watch aren't disclosed to the public. It seems if I want to get more devour value, I need to sign up for the Night's Watch as soon as possible. Thinking about little Nine. Is she still sleeping? Looks like creating a swarm completely exhausted her. Suddenly, his gaze sharpened as he sensed something. That aura. Why is he here? He stood up on guard. The smell of battle. And it sounds like there are a lot of people. What's going on? A figure suddenly bumped into him. It was the girl from before. She fell to the ground, groaning.
Ah, that hurts.
Zhang Tran was surprised.
It's that girl again.
The girl looked up panicked when she recognized him and pleaded.
You're the one who cleared out the spider's nest. Please don't tell them you saw me, I'm begging you.
Zhang Tran was completely bewildered. Why her again? I didn't even recognize her until she was this close. How did she do that? Wait, I think I get it now. She must be the one those guys are chasing. Zhang Tran's gaze hardened. He knew it was too late to leave. Just then, the blue-haired young master and his underlings appeared. He glanced at the scene and said, "What a sight." Trintai growled when he recognized Zhang Tran. "It's you." The young master turned as well. You again." They looked at Zhang Tran, who was sitting calmly by the campfire. The young master continued, "Camping out here all alone again." Zhang Tran merely responded with silence. Trintai couldn't hold back and stepped forward menacingly. "Hey, did you see a girl run through here? Tell us, or this time we'll actually kill you." The young master raised a hand to stop him. "Stop." He stepped closer, looking at Zhang Tran with amusement. "Hey, for someone with a creation-type class, you level up quite fast. Not even a full day has passed, and you're already level 16. I'm finding you more and more interesting. But right now I have urgent business to attend to." He pointed his sword at Zhang Tran. "Let me ask you, did you see a black-haired girl a moment ago?" Zhang Tran thought to himself, such a powerful aura. He feels like he's over level 30. What's more, this guy can accurately tell my class and level. He must have some kind of appraisal gear on him. Zhang Tran pointed in another direction and replied nonchalantly, "I saw someone go that way a moment ago, but I'm not a perception-type class, so I can't be sure if it was the person you're looking for." The young master sheathed his sword. "Good. I'll take your word for it. But I'd advise you to be a bit more honest from now on." He moved closer, leaned into Zhang Tran's ear, and threatened him. "If I find out you're helping her, the Shao clan of the Zhen Empire will not let you rest in peace." After they left, Zhang Tran muttered, "So, they're a clan from the Zhen Empire." He mulled over what he knew. The clans from the Zhen Empire have a long history. They are all high-ranking officials on the border and are extremely secretive. They rarely make an appearance unless there's a major disaster. Some of the more powerful clans are even capable of destroying entire realms. This guy's power is even greater than I thought. Damn it. Being on this kind of person's radar is not a good thing. He looked in the direction they had gone. They're gone. Looks like I can't stay here any longer. It's not safe. Just as he was about to leave, the girl stepped out from the shadows, sighing in relief.
Phew, I'm saved.
Without a word, Zhang Tran rushed over, grabbed the girl's hand, and started pulling her along. "Come with me." The girl was startled. "Huh." He grabbed her by the collar and snarled. "Last time you nearly got me killed. This time I helped you again. Now tell me the truth. How did you get mixed up with those people?" The frightened girl explained, My family runs a cargo transport station. That guy was tempted by greed and wanted to steal the goods we were escorting and kill everyone. But he didn't expect me to escape. He's afraid I'll expose him and spread the word, so he's hunting me down to silence me." The girl clasped her hands, pleading, "I'll remember that you helped me. I'll definitely repay you in the future." Zhang Tran brushed her hands away, annoyed. "Repay me who asked to get involved in your mess." Suddenly, a strange sensation washed over him. Zhang Tran was startled.
What is this?
The girl was just as panicked. "No, someone just cast a barrier spell. We've been discovered." Zhang Tran looked out, knowing there was no escape. "Hey, you should come on out." He thought to himself, it's too late to leave now, and those bastards probably wouldn't believe me if I said I didn't know she was here. Figures began to emerge from the darkness. He noted there were quite a few of them. The blue-haired young master and his lackeys surrounded the two of them. He said coldly, "You bastard, I know you're lying. Seize them." The terrified girl looked at Zhang Chen and stammered, "You—" She turned to face the young master and confronted him. "You people have taken everything my family owns. Why are you so determined to kill me?" The arrogant young master replied, "Do I need a reason?" Zhang Chen heard the name La Family, and a thought flashed in his mind. The girl turned to look at him, stammering again. You... Mustering all her courage, the girl yelled, "If you kill me, the La Family will never forgive you. They will never let you live in peace." "Never." The young master burst out laughing. "Ha ha ha ha! The La Family!" he snarled with contempt. "So? They think they're so great just because they have a little money, huh? 100 years ago, without the protection of our Shao family's ancestors, you foolish trash would have been wiped out long ago." He glanced at the girl with disdain. "In the eyes of my Shao family, you people are nothing more than lowly peasants." He looked at them both and said with a cruel tone, "You're just livestock for us to slaughter." Zhang Chen remained silent, thinking, and even if they wanted to investigate... The young master created a ball of energy in his hand. Yay. What could they possibly investigate if there's nothing left to find? A massive red barrier enveloped the entire area, trapping everyone inside. The girl screamed in terror. "That's the Xiao family's dragon imprisonment formation. We can't leave." Zhang Chen looked at his enemy with a cold expression, thinking to himself, "This bastard." A henchman ordered his comrades, "Follow the young master's orders. Leave no one alive." The others responded in unison, "Yes, sir." But the blue-haired young master stopped them. "Stop. Although that girl from the La Family must die today, I'm quite interested in that creator class awakened over there." He looked at Zhang Chen with a condescending gaze. "A god-tier creator class. A common profession. You're different from those who don't know any better. Today, I will give you a chance to obtain everything under this sky." He extended his hand, making an offer. "Capture that woman and I will spare your life and allow you to work for us. What do you say?" Zhang Chen burst out laughing. "Ha ha!" The girl behind him thought worriedly. "Don't tell me he's also going to..." Zhang Chen glanced at the young master with contempt, thinking, "This Xiao family bastard really knows how to make..." "An offer," he snarled in response. "Get lost." He stood up straight, a dark aura enveloping him and the girl, and declared loudly, "I refuse. Come on if you want to fight." The young master, utterly enraged, roared from above, "Kill them!" His subordinates also shouted in unison, "Damn it, kill them all! This guy isn't easy to deal with, so don't be careless!" The group of subordinates charged forward like a pack of hungry wolves. Zheng Tai, who had clashed with Zhang Chen before, who warned his comrades, "He can use poison. Don't attack him head-on." The others replied, "Yes." Zhang Chen just smirked. Zhang Chen raised his hand, and a stream of green energy began to gather. "Poison isn't the only thing I can use. Activate talent." A subordinate leaped up, swinging his sword down. Instantly, giant green vines erupted from the ground. Surrounding the attackers, Zhang Chen shouted, "All things evolve!" A man ensnared by the vines exclaimed in horror, "What the hell? What kind of skill is this? Isn't this bastard supposed to use poison?" Another man tried to slash the vines. "Cut them down! These plants are weak." Realizing Zhang Chen's intention, the young master hurriedly shouted, "You idiots, that's to block our line of sight!" He's about to attack. But it was too late. From within the thicket, Zhang Chen's swarm of dark insects rushed out, surrounding the enemy. He said coldly, "Too late." Zheng Tai could only watch in horror as his comrades were devoured. The swarm of insects attacked frantically, tearing the subordinates to pieces. Zheng Tai tried to fight back, but his sword was shattered by the swarm. He roared in terror, "This guy actually broke my weapon, and this isn't even poison. Summoned monsters. This guy can summon monsters." An insect lunged towards him, ready to inject its venom. Zheng Tai thought in a panic, "The venom is actually from the monsters. I can't dodge it." At that moment, Zhang Chen reached out his hand. "Gotcha." Instantly, a foot stepped on his shoulder and leaped up. "You trash, get out of the way!" The young master swooped down from above, unleashing a powerful technique. Kongming 9 forms first form. Zhang Chen was surprised by the attack's speed. "He's faster than my poison sting." A giant golden dragon charged towards him. "Zhao Clan's secret technique, Dragon Drive," the young master said confidently. "You bastard, I already knew you were difficult to deal with, but your level is too low. And you're not fast enough. This blade is more than enough to..." Suddenly his eyes widened in surprise. Just as the young master's blade was about to strike, the girl from the La family suddenly rushed forward. A jade-green energy shield as solid as the earth appeared from her hands, blocking the roaring golden dragon's energy. She gritted her teeth, enduring it and groaning in pain. "It hurts so much." A line of text appeared on the shield, "Hidden Profession, Eternal Shield of the Earth." Zhang Chen couldn't help but be amazed. This woman is actually a defensive type. The young master gritted his teeth in anger, realizing his mistake in underestimating her. "Damn it, I can't believe I forgot about..." "This woman." Jiang Chen realized this was a golden opportunity created by his opponent's moment of carelessness. A chance! He immediately commanded his swarm. The dark insects moved like a flood, charging at the young master from behind. A surviving subordinate shouted in panic, "Young master, behind you!" Without a moment's hesitation, the young master grabbed the dazed Zheng Tai by the collar. He coldly used his subordinate as a human shield. The insects with their sharp pincers pierced through Zheng Tai's body with a sickening squelch. The young master was knocked back by the impact, coughing violently. Jiang Chen looked at him with utter contempt. What a filthy bastard using his own men to take the hit. Zheng Tai whispered his last words in a pool of blood. Cough, young master. The young master looked down coldly at his loyal subordinate and said, "If you can take a blow for me, then raising you wasn't a complete waste." He turned to Jiang Chen and admitted, "Kid, you are indeed very strong." He took out a green pill, smirking maliciously. Unbelievable. So I'm forced to use the Dragon Origin pill. He tossed his subordinate's corpse aside and declared menacingly, "This is where it all ends." He swallowed the pill instantly. A destructive crimson aura erupted from his body, his eyes glowing like two burning coals. "My next attack will take your head," he roared, his voice filled with killing intent. A giant golden dragon, many times larger and more ferocious than before, materialized behind him, ready to unleash a devastating blow. Jiang Chen sensed the deadly threat instantly on high alert. "He's attacking!" The young master swung his sword and shouted, unleashing his ultimate technique, 9 forms of the void. Second form, dragon-slaying tiger, subduing, slash. All of the golden dragon's energy converged into the blade, forming a slash that could tear through space itself. Once again, the girl rushed forward. She pushed forward with both hands as a sturdy earthen shield appeared, reinforced by an even denser layer of energy. Reinforced eternal shield of the earth. The golden dragon slash collided head-on with the shield. An earth-shattering explosion rang out the ground around them, shattering into pieces. The girl cried out in pain as critical cracks began to appear on the shield. "Ah!" His power multiplied after taking that pill. "My shield can't take anymore. We might die." Standing behind her, Jiang Chen also felt the immense pressure. All of his attacks are fatal, and his previous one was already surprising enough. I can't believe he still has so much power left. The young master frantically swung his sword repeatedly, unleashing dragon-slaying tiger subduing slashes against the crumbling shield. Jiang Chen clenched his fist, the insect sigil on it glowing brightly. He knew he couldn't hold back any longer. Extremely ruthless and with extraordinary power is what it takes to deal with this kind of person. I can't show any mercy. A sea of dark insects, many times more numerous than before, rose from the ground, blotting out the sky and transforming the surrounding area into a purple wasteland. The young master was stunned by the terrifying sight. The girl couldn't help but stare in astonishment at Jiang Chen's back. Is this guy really a creator class? With glowing eyes, Jiang Chen commanded the swarm, "Charge!" The young master gritted his teeth in hatred as he found himself surrounded. He tried to fight back, but the sheer number of insects was overwhelming. They swarmed him like a tidal wave. "There are so many!" He swung his sword, shouting, "Dragon-slaying tiger, subduing slash," and cut down a few of the insects, but remained contemptuous. No matter how many there are, they're still just insects. Jiang Chen just smirked coldly. Is that so? The young master watched in horror as the insects he had just sliced apart began to reform their bodies from the fragments. They're regenerating! He shouted in a panic, slashing wildly. "What the hell is this? Why won't they die?" The young master roared in desperation. Jiang Chen stood by with his arms crossed and said nonchalantly, "Let's see how long you can last." He once again unleashed the dragon-slaying tiger-subduing slash, but this time as his golden dragon shot forward, the swarmed of, in biting and devouring his dragon aura. He was shocked. "My dragon aura? It's being devoured?" A few insects got close and injected venom into his right hand. He roared in pain, his sword falling to the ground. "Damn it! My right hand is poisoned. I can't use my sword anymore. I have no other choice." He took out a jade pendant and yelled, "Guardian jade pendant, jade pendant. You think a few broken-winged insects can take the life of me, the great Xiao Yuan Wu? Dream on." A brilliant red shield enveloped him, pushing back the entire swarm. Jiang Chen looked at the shield in surprise. What kind of treasure is this? How can it be so powerful? He raised his hand, commanding the entire swarm. "Devouring Overlord!" The insects madly charged the shield, biting and absorbing its energy. The young master thought with disdain. The shield remained completely unaffected. I I'd advise you not to waste your energy. This is a precious treasure passed down by the Xiao clan, the young master Xiao Yuanwu declared confidently. Once activated, it can block any and all external attacks. With this guardian jade pendant, you can't harm me at all. He looked at Zhang Chen condescendingly. I never expected you'd be able to push me this far. You're truly unbelievable. But as you can see now, even with all your trump cards, you can't do anything to me. He made his offer once more. Again, as long as you're willing to follow me wholeheartedly, I can allow you to join the Xiao clan and even grant you the Xiao surname. This is something countless people dream of, so you'd better not be disrespectful. Zhang Chen scoffed. Are you serious? Are you so used to being a young master that you can't even see the situation you're in? Xiao Yuanwu grew angry. Still trying to bluff your way out. It's fine if you don't agree, he said, moving closer with a threatening tone. I may not be able to kill you today, but what about tomorrow? Or the day after? What do you know about the power of the Xiao clan? Do you really think you can stand against us? Zhang Chen smirked and retorted sarcastically, Didn't you say earlier that to investigate someone you need a trail to follow? So what happens if you die without leaving so much as a single hair behind? Instantly, a giant black shadow emerged from behind Zhang Chen, roaring, Master! Xiao Yuanwu looked up at the monster in terror. That thing, a giant insect just appeared. It was Xiao Zhou in her combat form. She cheered excitedly. Xiao Zhou is awake. Xiao Zhou is here to eat. Thank you, Master Xiao Zhou is really hungry. Xiao Yuanwu could only stammer in horror. Without a moment's hesitation, Xiao Zhou fired a massive beam of purple energy straight at the young master's red shield. He screamed in pain as the energy beam collided with his shield. Zhang Chen stood watching calmly and said, You and your protective jade pendant will be good nourishment for Xiao Zhou. The young master still couldn't believe his eyes. How is this possible? What kind of insect is this? A huge explosion occurred as Xiao Zhu's energy beam pierced through the shield. The red shield shattered into pieces. Xiao Yuanwu screamed in despair, My shield is broken! No, this can't be. The Xiao family's jade pendant was supposed to... He screamed as his body was devoured by the dark energy. He only managed to utter his last words in disbelief. Be invincible. Zhang Chen quietly watched the scene before him. All traces of Xiao Yuanwu and his subordinates had completely vanished. He whispered, This way no one will find out. He called for Xiao Jiu to return to her human form. Xiao Jiu, come back here. Xiao Zhou cheerfully replied, I'm here. Xiao Zhou hugged Zhang Chen from behind and cooed, So delicious, thank you, Master Xiao Zhou loves Master the most. Zhang Chen said indifferently, The Xiao clan is nothing special. The girl from the Law family watched the scene with a horrified expression. He's so scary, the girl thought, trembling. Now that I know his secret, will he kill me to silence me? Zhang Chen turned back and asked coldly, Oh, that's right. The girl jumped when she saw Zhang Chen looking at her. You're still here. Zhang Chen approached her insects swarming around him. What should I do with you? Give me one reason not to kill you. The girl stammered, I... She quickly knelt and offered up a storage ring. This is all the treasure I have. It's worth over 10 million. This is practically my life. I'll give it to you. Zhang Chen took the ring, examining it nonchalantly. You're quite sincere, but unfortunately you know too much. And you're a liar too. The terrified girl raised her hand to swear an oath. I, La Sandao, swear to the heavens, if I lie to my benefactor, may I be struck by lightning 5 times. Zhang Chen furrowed his brow. A girl named La Sandao. Did you really think that through? The girl hurriedly explained, It's true, benefactor, I don't know what my parents were thinking either, but I'm telling the truth. Look, this is my ID. Zhang Chen took the card and examined it in silence. He asked with a hint of suspicion, Are you sure this is you? The girl puffed out her cheeks and pulled at her 2 pigtails. The picture was taken 2 years ago. I hadn't hit puberty yet back then. No, wait, it's because I hadn't lost weight yet. Zhang Chen couldn't help but snort with laughter. Zhang Chen cleared his throat, his face falling into shadow as a dangerous glint appeared in his eyes. Ahem. But still there's no guarantee you'll keep a secret. After all, only the dead can't talk. Seeing the situation turn dire, La Sandao quickly produced a large scroll. Don't worry, benefactor, Zhang Chen asked in surprise. What's that? The girl unrolled the scroll, explaining confidently. This is a sealing scroll. If the violator reveals the secret, they will die instantly. I, La Sandao, swear to protect Zhang Chen's battle secrets until death. I'm very afraid of dying, so... Zhang Chen took the scroll, a little surprised. I didn't think something like this existed here. All right, I won't kill you since you've signed this sealing scroll. La Sandao was overjoyed. Thank you, benefactor. Then the girl suddenly remembered something. She asked in a panic, "Wait a minute, how much did this scroll cost?" Jiang Chen replied indifferently. About 10 million. Jiang Chen's expression immediately darkened as a gloomy aura emanated from him. So that means the only valuable item in the storage ring was already used by you. La Sandao was terrified and quickly waved her hands. "Don't be angry, benefactor, just escort me home. My parents will definitely not treat you unfairly." Jiang Chen turned and walked away. "I have to register for the night's watch tomorrow morning. There have been too many delays already." The girl hurriedly chased after him, pleading, "Benefactor, take me home. It's much closer than going to the night's watch. My house has a teleportation station. I guarantee you won't be late. Benefactor, wait for me." Jiang Chen simply replied, "I wish you all the best." The scene changes to a magnificent mansion. A noblewoman roars in anger. "How dare they!" Inside the grand hall, countless people were prostrated on the floor, trembling. The woman continued to shout, "Robbing us and killing our people. The 3 Xiao clans are going too far." A servant pleaded, "My lady, please calm down. We all deserve to die. The young miss has suffered so much." A middle-aged man gently tried to placate her. "Wife, please calm your anger. The most important thing is that our Sandao has returned safely. The Xiao clan is one of the great clans from the Zhen Empire. They are not people we can afford to provoke." The woman was still not reconciled. "No, I absolutely must." Jiang Chen, standing to the side, thought to himself, "Oh, so her name really is La Sandao." La Sandao's father turned to Jiang Chen with a friendly smile. "Jiang Chen, is it? Thank you so much for saving our Sandao. Please accept this black card. Yes, our benefactor, I've arranged for breakfast for you to eat before you go. The teleportation will only take a few minutes." Jiang Chen took the card, but his stomach growled. He smiled and replied, "Thank you for the black card. As for breakfast," he scratched his head sheepishly, "I'll just have a little bite." La Sandao's parents said cheerfully, "We'll take you there right now." At the dinner table, Jiang Chen was eating like a starving wolf, the empty plates piled high like a mountain. He thought to himself, "The more insects I control, the more I have to eat." La Sandao's parents stared at him in astonishment. The father said, "So this is what you call eating a little? There's no rush, benefactor. You can have more if you want." The mother whispered to her husband, "Even though our daughter said he's a creation type, he's still God level. As a newly awakened, he was able to save someone from the Xiao clan." Mr. La glanced at Jiang Chen and thought, "Right. Even though our little girl didn't spell it out, he's definitely not as useless as he seems. And he's quite handsome, too." The couple exchanged a meaningful look. The husband thought, "If he can help us fight against the Xiao clan." The wife continued the thought, "If he can protect our daughter." Both of them suddenly turned to Jiang Chen with beaming faces. The father said, "Little Jiang, you don't have a girlfriend yet, do you? Our Sandao doesn't have a boyfriend either. Don't you think our family's one and only hidden class is pretty great? Most importantly, our Sandao has a perfect 91, 61, 91 figure. She's got both beauty and brains. I've already thought of a name for our grandchild." The mother chimed in, "She's also skilled in business and financial management." La Sandao, blushing, shouted, "Mom, Dad, you two are being so rude." Jiang Chen hurriedly stood up, looking for an excuse to bolt. "Thank you for the hospitality. I'm full, and I have something urgent to attend to." La Sandao's parents waved. Little Jiang, let's talk about this again next time." The father turned to his daughter. "Sandao, my son-in-law, is leaving. Why aren't you his wife seeing him off?" The mother added, "Sandao, don't worry. The black card your father gave him has a location tracking function, so you can follow him anywhere." La Sandao could only cover her face and scream, "You two just shut up!" She secretly glanced in the direction Jiang Chen had left, thinking, even though he's super strong and handsome, he's also really scary. But even if he's scary, he's still really, really handsome and strong. Meanwhile, at the Xiao clan headquarters, an old man with a white beard and hair, Xiao Yuanshan, slammed the table and roared in anger, "That bastard Yuan Wu's life jade has shattered! Investigate this thoroughly and tell me who did it." A subordinate hurriedly complied, "Yes, sir, I'll send men to investigate immediately." Another young man, Xiao Beihan, walked in and said with an arrogant tone, "Grandfather, my cousin was over 20 and had only reached level 30 for his second job advancement. He was a certified good-for-nothing. What's so regrettable about the death of a useless person? It's not worth your anger." Xiao Yuanshan, sitting on his throne, replied, "Yuan Wu's aptitude was indeed mediocre and far inferior to yours. His death is no great loss, but in the end, he was still my grandson, and the culprit needs to know who they've messed with. I want to know who in the great Jia territory has the guts to oppose me." Xiao Beihan reassured him. All right, grandfather. You don't need to worry about such a trivial matter. He clenched his fist as dark energy flared up his eyes, glowing red. After I participate in this prodigy camp, no matter who they are, I will slaughter them for you. At the Night Watch base office, Zhang Chen's arrival caused quite a stir. Someone exclaimed in surprise, "Whoa, you're here." Zhang Chen was a bit confused. Is it a big deal? He walked up to the reception desk. Hello, I'm here to work with the Night Watch. A man with a scar on his face came out of an office with the nameplate GG. He threw a friendly arm around Zhang Chen's shoulder. Zhang Chen, you're finally here. We've been waiting for you. Let me introduce you to everyone first. He pointed to a beautiful girl. With the blue hair is Yoon Shoki, a level 45 support. She used to be the youngest, but now you've taken that spot. The girl blushed and thought, wow, he's so handsome. This is the first time I've worked with someone this good-looking. He continued introducing a handsome man. That's Duan Fang, level 49 marksman. He's a man of few words and quite arrogant. Nice to meet you. Next was a boy, who was small but full of spirit. Chu Bulong, level 49 armored warrior. He's small but tenacious and also a real chatterbox, Chu Bulong exclaimed excitedly. Whoa! Now I know someone with a god-level class. This is enough for me to brag about for the rest of my life. Jijai pointed to a beautiful and charming woman who was ruffling Chu Bulong's hair. Tang Jin, level 61 fire mage, 3rd job advancement. She's also our vice commander and an amazing cook, Zhang Chen. And from now on, just stick with Auntie Tang and you'll eat well. Zhang Chen replied humbly, Thank you, everyone. A mere creation-type class like mine really isn't much. He thought to himself, aren't they all being a little too enthusiastic? Even if I'm god-level, creation-type classes generally aren't very popular. Jijai clapped him on the shoulder and said loudly, What's wrong with a creation-type class? God level is God level. Don't listen to all that nasty nonsense. None of us look down on you, right? Especially since you chose us, Chen. This is going to be your home from now on. Zhang Chen was a bit flustered. I just wanted to come here to gather resources and hide my identity. But now... Jijai slung an arm around his shoulder and pulled him toward the office. All right, let's get down to business first. Right, we want to sign you up for the Prodigy training camp in 3 days to get some resources. But there's one condition: you have to be level 20 or higher. I don't know how many more levels you need. Zhang Chen calmly replied, Uncle Ji, I'm currently level 17. Jijai was stunned, not believing his ears. What, you just awakened 3 days ago and you're already level 17? Ha ha ha. Excellent. I didn't misjudge you. You're definitely a god-level genius. Gaining another 3 levels won't be hard. I'll sign you up for the Prodigy camp later. Suddenly, everyone in the room felt a powerful aura sweep over them. Gigi's face turned serious as he asked Zhang Chen, Chen, have you dealt with anyone powerful in the last few days? There's an unidentified 3rd job advancement awakened, using their divine sense to probe for your whereabouts. Zhang Chen immediately thought of his recent enemy. A 3rd advancement awakened. Don't tell me that's the Xiao family. Daegel's signals to everyone, Shoki, this is on you. The blue-haired girl replies, she creates a soundproof barrier. I'll put up a soundproof barrier first so you guys can talk freely. A blue barrier envelops the entire building. Daegels placed a hand on Zhang Chen's shoulder and said kindly, Little Chen, if something's wrong, you should tell us, instead of keeping it to yourself. Zhang Chen then told them everything honestly. Yesterday I killed Xiao Yuanwu. I didn't leave any traces. So I don't know how they found out. Everyone was horrified. Daegels growled, Xiao Yuanwu, the grandson of Xiao Yuanshan, head of the Xiao family from the Zhen Empire. Tang Jin and Chu Bulong were also stunned. Zhang Chen looked a little guilty. I think so. I might have caused some trouble for everyone. Daegels clenched his fist, saying, Everyone knows the Xiao family has committed countless evil acts, especially their younger generation, who have been committing crimes for years now. Little Chen, what you did was a service to the people. He analyzed the situation. Although the Xiao family is formidable, from what I know, Xiao Yuanwu was their least promising and least favored member. So that old geezer Xiao Yuanshan probably won't act personally. Tang Jin added, which means he's sending someone else. And we won't just sit back and do nothing. Zhang Chen was moved by everyone's concern. He thought to himself, as an orphan, even though my neighbors helped me when I was a kid, this is the first time I've ever felt like I have a home. Daegels suddenly realized something. Wait a minute. Even if Xiao Yuanwu was untalented, he should have already passed his 2nd job advancement. How could a level 17 first advancement creator class like you kill a level 32nd advancement combat class? Zhang Chen scratched his head and said, Uncle, calm down, I had help. Dae-gels asked curiously, "Who?" Jiang Chen smiled mischievously and revealed, "The La family from Jiangnan, Lasanda. She has a hidden defense-type class." Everyone was stunned once again. The richest tycoon in Jiangnan, the La family, and their only daughter, Sanda. Dae-gels burst out laughing, slapping Jiang Chen on the shoulder. "Ha ha ha! Not bad at all. Although the La family isn't a combat family, no one can match their wealth. If you ever run into trouble one day, the La family won't just stand by." He suddenly realized a key point. Wait, if Lasanda is a defense type, she wouldn't have much attack power. Which means it was you. Jiang Chen held out his hand as a cloud of purple poisonous smoke gathered. "Uncle, I actually have 2 classes. A hidden poison-type class." Dae-gels exclaimed in amazement. "You're one heck of a kid. How many more surprises do you have up your sleeve?" Jiang Chen warned, "Uncle, this is extremely poisonous." Not believing him, Dae-gels reached out confidently. "Little Chen, you have no idea how high my defense is. My defense is—" The moment his hand touched the poisonous smoke, it immediately began to corrode. "Hey." Jiang Chen smiled teasingly while Dae-gels leaped up in pain. "Uncle, your defense was broken." Rubbing his hand, Dae-gels yelled, "Get out of here, I just let my guard down." He hurriedly called out, Shoke, come give me a hand." Suppressing a laugh, the girl replied, "Pfft, yes, sir." Yun Shok then used her healing energy to treat his wound. Jiang Chen added, "I did tell you it was very poisonous." Dae-gels was still laughing heartily. Good poison. Good poison. The more skills you have, the happier I am." He then turned serious. "However, putting that aside, even though you're very talented, when it comes to matters like the Xiao family, forget about signing up for the Genius Camp. Although we could get a lot of good resources there, I'm sure the Xiao family will also be participating. We can't take such a risk for a few resources." Jiang Chen asked curiously, "Uncle, what kind of resources are you talking about?" Dae-gels explained, "Oh, just things like monster essences, equipment, and so on." Jiang Chen's eyes lit up when he heard about the enticing rewards. "If you can rank among the top, there are rewards like mysterious fruits and secret realm scrolls." Forget it, never mind. He glanced at the insect swarm hiding in his nest space, his determination hardening. These resources are much better than hunting monsters on my own. Maybe by then, I'll be able to create another swarm. "Uncle, I have to participate. I'm not afraid of the danger. I'm confident I can protect myself." Dae-gels hesitated. Let me think about it." Meanwhile, at the Xiao family's residence by West Lake, Xiao Beihan was training on the lake's surface, creating giant waves. "Ha!" A subordinate arrived to report. The subordinate praised, "Young Master Beihan, you are truly the greatest pride of the Xiao family. Your combat power has reached a whole new level." Xiao Beihan cut him off coldly. "Enough with the nonsense. Did you find what I asked you to investigate?" The subordinate reported, "Yes, young master. I found out that young master Yuanwu had some business dealings with a woman named Lasanda. Furthermore, Lasanda was seen with a man named Jiang Chen." Xiao Beihan asked, "I know the girl from the La family has little combat power. Who is this Jiang Chen?" The subordinate continued, "Jiang Chen is a newly awakened with a god-tier creator class who has joined the Night Watch. We also discovered that he and Lasanda have both registered for the Genius Camp. But right now they're only suspects. There is no conclusive evidence." Xiao Beihan smirked sinisterly, his eyes flashing with amusement. Suspicion is enough. "And a god-tier creator class. How interesting. Since they've registered for the Genius Camp, I won't need to make a special trip to kill them." Meanwhile, at the Night Watch's office, a knock sounded at the door. Jigong called Xiao Chen in. Jigong called Jiang Chen into his office, a worried look on his face. "Even though I've signed you up for the Prodigy Camp, I'm still a little uneasy. Just in case something unexpected happens, I found you a powerful ally from among the other applicants, Mu Hantu, the little princess of the Mu family. Before you go, you should head to a secret realm with her to level up and build a connection first." He leaned close to Jiang Chen, whispering mischievously as a halo flashed above his head. "I heard she's not only drop-dead gorgeous, but she's also your age. She'll be here in a bit. Use your good looks and try to win her heart in one go, all right?" Jiang Chen could only respond with awkward silence. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. Ding dong, she's here. Another man led Mu Hantu in. The girl had an icy expression, completely different from the rumors. The man asked Jigong, "Jigong, yesterday I had Uncle Li ask to borrow one of your people. But didn't you refuse? Why the change of heart today?" Jigong glanced at the girl, then replied, for a handsome man." Jiang Chen thought to himself, "She's pretty different from her reputation." Ji Gong put an arm around Zhang Chen's shoulder and explained with a laugh.
Heh heh, I said no yesterday because I was mad at your grandfather. Today I agreed, but with one more condition.
And that is to bring Zhang Chen along. Mu Hantu spoke up, her tone icy.
I already gave you a level 30 secret realm scroll for free.
And you still want to negotiate terms? Ji Gang retorted.
Didn't you come to me because you were looking for someone with reliable combat experience?
Since the secret realm is restricted to those under level 50, this is a win-win.
Mu Hantu turned to look Zhang Chen straight in the eye and asked, Tell me, what's your combat power?
Zhang Chen calmly replied,
Level 17, creation type. She pointed right in Zhang Chen's face and shouted disdainfully, What a newbie below level 20 and a trashy creation type at that.
Isn't he completely useless then?
Ji Gong angrily grabbed the man next to him and roared, What did you just say, you little brat?
Forget it. If you're not even going to call me Uncle G when you walk in, how can you say something like that?
My Xiao Chen is god level and has 2 professions, you hear me? The man quickly pulled Ji Gang back, whispering,
Old G, watch what you say.
The young miss was just dumped by her girlfriend. She's just gone through a breakup, so she's a little unstable.
This isn't directed at you, Mu Hantu shouted, cutting off the argument.
Uncle Lee, stop talking, I agree to the terms.
Zhang Chen just stood there stunned.
This is a lot of information to take in.
The group was teleported in front of a giant stone slab. An information panel appeared, Secret Realm Beautiful Village, level 30, entry requirement maximum 5 people. Below level 50. Completion conditions 1, clear out the monsters in Bright Light Village. 2, kill the boss and destroy the altar. Zhang Chen cleared his throat.
Ahem.
Listen up. Duan Feng stepped forward and announced,
I'll be leading the party this time. Remember, if you get separated and find yourself in danger, return to the teleportation stone immediately.
As the group entered the forest, Duan Feng said to Zhang Chen, Xiao Chen, do you have any idea how much this level 30 secret realm scroll is worth? At least 1 billion. Meanwhile, Duan Feng continued to give instructions. Although the probability of a secret realm mutating is relatively low, if anything happens, everyone should immediately return here and escape. Mu Hantu suddenly turned and snapped at Zhang Chen. Newbie, don't start crying and drag us down the second we get in. The group stood before the teleportation portal. Chu Bulong patted Zhang Chen's shoulder. Let's go, Xiao Chen. I'll protect you. Zhang Chen had a bad premonition. A level 30 secret realm, I don't know why, but I have a really bad feeling about this. They stepped into an ancient village nestled in a snowy valley. Duan Feng surveyed the area. The village looks nice enough, but where are all the monsters? Chu Bulang suggested, they're probably inside the houses. Let's go search them all. Duan Feng started assigning roles. Bulong, you provoke and tank the monsters. Yes. I'll be the main damage dealer. Shoki, you support from the rear with Xiao Chen and make sure to stay close. Chu Bulang replied, Yes. They approached the village gate where a stone tablet was engraved with the words, Bright Light Village. Duan Feng sensed something was off. There's something strange about this stone tablet. Everyone be careful, I can feel a vile dark energy in this village. Yun Shoki raised her staff. Let me cast a purifying buff on everyone first. A gentle blue light enveloped the group. Zhang Chen felt the power of the buff. What an amazing buff! Not only did it clear my head, but my agility and energy stats have been boosted as well. Suddenly, a giant vortex of dark energy appeared in the sky above the village. The bright light stone tablet began to crack and fresh blood dripped from the characters. Duan Feng shouted in alarm, Something's wrong! Run. Get back now. It's a mutation. The entire secret realm was engulfed by a pillar of red light. A series of system notifications appeared. Notification: the level 30 secret realm, Beautiful Village, has mutated. It has been renamed Village of the Undead Nightmare. Completion conditions 1. Clear out the undead in Bright Light Village. 2. Kill the boss. Explanation. As the light fades, darkness blossoms. The gates to the immortal kingdom will finally open. Zhang Chen found himself teleported into an abandoned house completely alone. He realized the gravity of the situation. Damn it! The Village of the Undead. The secret realm mutated directly from normal to nightmare difficulty. Everyone else has been scattered by the mutation too. He recalled Duan Feng's warning. At my current level, fighting alone in a level 30 nightmare dungeon is probably too risky. I should listen to Doan and head back to the teleportation stone first. With that in mind, he immediately started heading back to the starting point right after stepping out of the house. Zhang Chen was shocked to find himself standing in the middle of a giant graveyard with countless coffins and hanging red lanterns. At the end of the path was a ghostly, eerie portrait. There's no exit. It's all coffins. He squinted, staring at the portrait. Am I imagining things, or is that portrait smiling at me?
A strange sound. The sound came from the surrounding coffins, startling him and putting him on guard. The lids of the coffins opened in unison and skeletons in black cloaks rose from within. An information panel appeared. Spectre level 30. Skills impact corrosive slash. Trait immune to conventional physical attacks. Jiang Chen was surrounded by the specters. He muttered, "Damn it! Immune to physical attacks, in that case I'll use poison." He unleashed a stream of toxic mist. The purple poison cloud spread out, enveloping the horde of specters, but they seemed completely unaffected. Jiang Chen leaped onto a rooftop to escape the encirclement. He watched the approaching horde of specters and sighed. I knew it. Poison is also considered a physical attack, so it's not going to be very effective. Suddenly, a childish voice echoed in his head. Master Xiaozhou wants to eat. Xiaozhou appeared beside him, pointing at the horde of specters with a greedy expression. Jiang Chen asked in surprise, Xiaozhou, you can eat these things. Eat. But isn't eating also considered a physical attack? Xiaozhou replied confidently, I can eat them. They're delicious. Jiang Chen decided to test it. All right, go give it a shot. But if it doesn't work, don't force it. I'll help if you get into trouble. Xiaozhou cheered. Her eyes glowing, she exclaimed, Xiaozhou is very strong. They are food. The little girl charged into the middle of the specter horde. Dark blades extended from her body, easily shredding them. Delighted, Xiaozhou sat on a pile of bones. She cheered joyfully. So many eat, eat, eat. Jiang Chen suddenly realized he had almost forgotten that Xiaozhou came from the abyss and, like the undead, she belongs to the dark races. After obtaining her evolution skill, Xiaozhou can develop into a lord of the abyss completely superior to these low-level undead creatures. He smiled, deciding to seize the opportunity. Since you can eat them, everyone come out and have a feast. The entire insect swarm was summoned. Jiang Chen gave the order, spread out and remember, don't let the others see you. The swarm and Xiaozhou charged in, wiping out the specters. A series of notifications appeared. Your insect has killed a low-level specter, LVI 30. You received 5,007 experience points. Xiaozhou is devouring power. You received 2,301 experience points. Ding! Congratulations, you have leveled up to level 10, all attributes plus 1 proficiency plus 10. Jiang Chen was stunned by his leveling speed. So fast! In just over 10 seconds. I've gained over 500,000 experience points and leveled up. This dungeon is simply a treasure trove designed just for me. He smirked, his eyes turning toward the ghostly portrait. Now we can go investigate that strange portrait. He and Xiaozhou stood before the portrait. The face of the man in the painting had turned into a scowl. Jiang Chen jeered. Hey, pal, why aren't you smiling now? Xiaozhou reported, master the ones outside. And have all been eaten. Jiang Chen smiled and asked, Good job, Xiaozhou. Can you see if this thing is edible? The portrait trembled. With just a single glance from Xiaozhou, the portrait exploded into pieces. A surprising notification popped up. Ding, you have scared the Necromancer's Guardian level 35. Elite scared to death. Received 8,701 experience points. Jiang Chen was stunned. Meanwhile, in another part of the dungeon, Dongfang was struggling to fight a horde of specters. He muttered while fighting, Luckily I have a magic bow with me. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to handle these undead creatures at all. What are the others up to? Especially Xiao Chen. He's not even level 20. If something really happened to him, how would I explain it to the boss? Suddenly, a series of experience notifications appeared before him. Your teammate has killed a low-level Spectre level 30. You received 4,133 experience points. Your teammate has killed the Necromancer's Guardian level 35. Elite, you received 8,028 experience points. He was stunned. What? He looked at the disintegrating horde of specters in confusion. This is a mutated dungeon. Who is killing all the monsters in an instant? It can't be Bulang. His physical attributes put him at a disadvantage here. Huka. She has the light attribute which can counter these monsters, but she can't kill them in the blink of an eye. But it's even more impossible for it to be Xiao Chen. He's too low level. Whether it's his poison or his growth of all things skill, neither would have any effect on the undead. He thought of the last person. His eyes widened in astonishment. Don't tell me it's Mo Hankyu. Is she really that strong? He quickly composed himself and rushed forward. In any case, if someone in our group can kill these monsters so easily, it means we can save the other. Xiao Chen, hang in there. In another corner, Mo Hankyu was surrounded by countless specters, her situation critical. She collapsed to the ground, covered in blood and filled with despair. No, I can't die. I have a hidden class. I want to join the prodigy camp and revive my family's honor. No, but I'm almost out of energy.
I can't even use my speed skill anymore. No, I want to go home. I don't want to die. Suddenly, she heard a commotion. Wait, what's that? Are those specters running away? Could it be that teammate from before, the one who was instantly killing the undead? She sensed a powerful aura approaching. What a strong presence. I just have to hold on a little longer and I'll be saved. But her hope was quickly dashed, as the remaining specters grabbed her. Ah! In her despair, she reached out her hand, pleading hopelessly, "Help me!" A figure appeared, looking down at her, but she couldn't believe her eyes. It's him. How is that possible? If you enjoyed this, please give us a like and subscribe. Thank you, everyone. Mu Hanthu screamed for help to the person who had just arrived. Jiang Chen, save me! Jiang Chen grabbed her hand, pulled hard, and ran faster. He threw her to the side so she wouldn't get in his way. And don't block my path. She fell sprawling to the ground. She propped herself up, looking at Jiang Chen with astonishment and a hint of admiration. Jiang Chen, you're so cool. In her eyes, Jiang Chen was single-handedly facing the entire army of the undead. His dark sword strikes wiped out everything. She was completely shocked. Is this really a trash-tier creator class? How does he have 2 classes, and one is a hidden poison type? This is his true self. Her face flushed and her heart pounded. My heart is beating so fast. Oh no, it must be the poison. Half an hour later, the other teammates finally met up. Yun Xiaoka panted, good heavens. Those undead were so annoying. Su Bulong agreed. Did Mu Hanthu clear out all the undead? Does she have some kind of secret treasure on her? So strong, Duanfeng remarked. Yeah, but it's pretty weird. After I passed that house, there wasn't a single one left. Duanfeng worried, I wonder if Jiang Chen is okay. Yun Xiaoka suddenly pointed ahead. There are signs of a battle up ahead. It looks recent. She ran forward, horrified to see the shattered bone fragments of the undead. These are the remains of the undead. Search the area now. If anything happens to Xiao Chen, none of us can bear the consequences. They split up to search. Duanfeng and Yun Xiaoka suddenly stopped, stunned by the sight of Jiang Tran sitting on the steps while Mo Hanthu obediently massaged his back. So Bat Lang whispered, Brother Duan, that's little Tran. No way, Von Hu Ka pointed and shouted, It's really him! Hold on! This is just too strange. How could the arrogant Mu Hanthu be acting like a servant massaging Xiao Chen's back? Those two are probably... The boss transformed to trick us. Mu Hanthu was gently massaging Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen turned and said, Captain Duan, you're finally here. The altar and the boss are in the backyard. But the 3 of them rushed forward and surrounded him. Yun Xiaoka asked in a stern voice, Stop, answer my questions first. Mu Hanthu immediately stood in front of Jiang Chen, shouting, What do you want with Jiang Chen? You'll have to get through me first. Jiang Chen just stayed silent. He pushed Mu Hanthu aside and said in a charming tone, Captain Duan, I know what you're thinking. I'm not a monster. I'm just a little too charming. Don't believe me. Our boss's name is Ji Gang, and Auntie Tang is the best cook. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. It really is, Xiao Chen. It's great that you're okay. Are you hurt anywhere? Jiang Chen put his arm around Mu Hanthu's shoulder, reassuring her. Don't be mad, I'll listen to you. Duanfeng said, Get a grip. Stop acting so weird. The others could only feel secretly jealous. That good boy really knows what's up. I'm so jealous, Jiang Chen shouted, cutting off the conversation. That's enough. Do you want to fight the boss or not? The group replied in unison, Yes, yes. He took the lead, kicking open the backyard gate. The group entered a large courtyard. From the darkness, a giant boss emerged. Its eyes glowed red. Undead chieftain, a level 40 boss. Duanfeng immediately gave orders. It's a level 40 boss. Everyone be careful, I'll draw its attention. Mu Hanthu, protect Xiao Chen. Xiaoka, maintain buffs and dodge its attacks. Bulong, deal damage, but your safety is the top priority. The boss began to move. Duanfeng shouted, You all have to be careful. We can't make any mistakes. Watch out, it's moving. The boss suddenly knelt on the ground. It kowtowed repeatedly in front of Jiang Chen. Duanfeng shouted, Everyone keep your distance! The group was stunned by the boss's strange behavior. What's going on? Is it begging? Jiang Chen stepped forward and said, Everyone's already hurt, so just leave this boss to me. He thought to himself, Good opportunity. Xiao Zhu, it's time to eat. Xiao Zhou appeared in its giant combat form, cheering, Eat, 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 eat. A series of notifications appeared as Xiao Zhu devoured the boss. You have killed the boss, the undead chieftain. Gained 76,690 experience. Xiao Zhu has devoured its power, gaining 31,224 experience points. You have leveled up. Level 25 is now level 26. All attributes plus 1 proficiency plus 10. Congratulations on defeating the final boss and completing the secret realm. Calculating rewards. His teammates could only stare in amazement. The boss just died like that. You're the one who instantly killed all those undead? Zhang Chen scratched his head and smiled humbly. I was just lucky. My poison is effective against them. A giant notification board appeared before the group. Completion review. Undead. Village level 30 nightmare. Rank S. 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 All participants are rewarded with the Medal of the Dead, a special equipable item. It can absorb one fatal attack one time. Bound cannot be transferred or sold. The rankings also appeared with Zhang Chen achieving SSS rank, while the others only got CD and E ranks. Everyone bowed their heads to thank Zhang Chen. The gear from the individual rewards is already so good, but the team rewards are even better. I've never received so much before. Xiao Chen basically carried us through this whole secret realm. Thank you, Xiao Chen. Zhang Chen just chuckled, ha. He floated in midair surrounded by countless spoils of war. As expected from a level 30 secret realm, the drop rate for good items is amazing. This equipment is probably worth billions. He examined one of the items, a black cloak. Dark dance cloak. Quality platinum. Attributes agility plus 60, energy plus 50. Unique trait shadow stealth. Activated. After activation, you can become invisible for 3 minutes. Cool down 2 hours. He thought happily. A stealth cloak. So practical. I'll keep it. The rest isn't very useful to me. I'll sell everything when I get back and buy blood essence for my young insects. An announcement rang out as the secret realm began to collapse due to the mutated dungeon's completion. It is about to disappear. Please leave the secret realm as soon as possible. Zhang Chen silently calculated that his devour value had increased significantly this time. If they drink a little more blood essence, I'll soon be able to get another swarm. The scene shifts to the Night Watch office building. Jay Gels is yelling in his office, hearing the report from Zhang Chen's teammates. What? A mutated secret realm. What Zhang Chen conquered the Han Qiu tomb. He continued to roar, what Zhang Chen carried you all. Jay Gels said to the others, the rest of you can leave. I want to speak with Zhang Chen alone. Everyone responded in unison, yes, sir, when only the two of them were left. When Jay Gels' face turned serious. Be honest with me. Zhang Chen was puzzled. Huh. Jay Gels looked straight into Zhang Chen's eyes. Your poison being effective against spirits might fool Duan Feng and the others, but it won't fool me. He stepped closer, his voice filled with authority. Tell me the truth. What else are you hiding? Cold sweat broke out on Zhang Chen's forehead as an image of Little Nine appeared in his mind. Damn it! Am I going to have to reveal my insects to him? I mean, they're a calamity from ancient times. If people knew about them, would they ever let me go? Jay Gels growled, his eyes glowing red. Speak. Zhang Chen stammered. Uncle Ji, Suddenly, Jay Gels burst out laughing and threw an arm around Zhang Chen's shoulder. Ha 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 ha! So even a guy like you can get worried, huh? What happened to all that courage you had in the secret realm? Zhang Chen sighed in relief. Uncle Ji, you scared me. Jay Gels sat down on the sofa and said casually, it wasn't all just to scare you. It's just that if you don't want to talk about it now, I won't force you. The more trump cards you have up your sleeve, the happier I'll be. In the future, our Night Watch will depend on you to bring us greater glory. Zhang Chen was moved by Jay Gels' trust. He promised Uncle Ji rest assured, at the very least I'll give you a full set of epic-grade equipment later on. Jay Gels roared with laughter. Ha ha ha, you silly kid, I get it. You're not kidding about the epic-grade equipment, are you? Zhang Chen replied seriously. Uncle, I'm serious. Jay Gels just laughed. All right. Jay Gels created a fireball in his hand and said, Little Chen, it's good that you have other cards to play, but there are some things I need to explain. He threw the fireball to the ground. 2 bandaged mummies appeared. Zhang Chen was shocked. Uncle Ji, what is this? Jay Gels sat on one of the corpses and explained, these guys. At the very least, they were 3rd job advancement masters above level 60. There were even 2 4th job advancement grandmasters at level 90 or higher. I couldn't handle any one of them. I'm just a corpse collector, Zhang Chen asked in shock. Don't tell me they all tried to kill me. Jay Gels waved it off. Don't flatter yourself. These people were all trying to kill Mu Hanqiu, but they were secretly dealt with by her protectors. Zhang Chen asked, oh really? Why were they trying to assassinate Mu Hanqiu? Jay Gels handed him a scroll. Take a look at this. Zhang Chen unrolled the scroll. The 3 great Jia Genius hunt lists. These are all names I've never heard before. Rank 1 Yingzhuang descendant of a martial emperor capital region level 46. Kill reward, choose one of 3 heaven grade rewards. Rank 2 Ji Xuanyu descendant of a martial emperor demonic capital region level 46. Kill reward, choose one of 3 heaven grade rewards. Rank 3 Jiang Wushuang descendant of a martial emperor Jiangnan region level 45. Kill reward, choose one of 3 heaven grade rewards. Rank 12. Xiao Beihan descendant of the Zhen Empire Jiangnan region level 41. Kill reward, choose one of 2 heaven grade rewards. He exclaimed in shock. Wait a minute, Xiao Beihan, the Xiao clan of the Zhen Empire. Jay Gels confirmed. That's right. These are all the top geniuses of your generation in Great Xia. And Xiao Beihan is one of them. They will also be participating in the prodigy camp of the 8 major regions, and Xiao Beihan will be with you in the Jiangnan region. He continued to explain. The 7th job advancement is King, the 8th is Emperor, and the 9th is Martial Emperor. The top 100 geniuses of Great Xia are at the very least descendants of kings. Mu Hanqiu is the descendant of one of the 12 kings in Jiangnan, and she's only ranked 77th. However, even so, countless experts have tried to assassinate her, but they were all killed by her secret guards. This shows the power of those backing her. Information appeared. Rank 77. Mu Hanqiu descendant of a king Jiangnan region level 35. Kill reward, receive 1 mystic grade reward. Jay Gels said grimly, if this is the power behind the kings, then imagine the power of the Zhen Empire's Xiao clan. Jiang Chun understood. So you're showing me this? To warn me not to attract attention at the prodigy camp. Jay Gels nodded. Correct. The greater your potential, the more danger you'll be in. Don't reveal your strength recklessly unless it's absolutely necessary. He bowed his head, his tone tinged with sadness and helplessness. There are powerful forces behind the other geniuses, made to protect them. And although you have me, I'm not that skilled. To this day, I've only managed 3 job advancements, and I'm afraid I won't be able to protect you well enough. In the dimly lit room, Jiang Chen watched Uncle G's back, feeling deeply grateful. Not only did Uncle G not blame him for hiding things, but he was also trying so hard to protect him. All right, I'll remember everything you said. Uncle G stopped propping his chin in thought. Speaking of your performance in the secret realm this time, if word gets out, your rank on the list will definitely be higher than Mu Hanqiu's. Suddenly, he turned back and pinched Jiang Chen's chin with a sly look on his face. Tell me the truth. What did you do to that girl? Don't tell me. Tisk, tisk, tisk. The secret realm was full of spirits. Your tastes are really something else. Jiang Chen blushed quickly, swatting Uncle G's hand away before turning to leave. Uncle G, go take a shower and get some sleep. I'm heading back to rest, Jay Gels shouted after him. This kid? I never said it was a bad thing that night. In his room inside a modern apartment building in the city, Jiang Chen lays out the spoils he's collected. 33 vials of rank 3 essence blood and 4 vials of rank 4 essence blood obtained after selling all his equipment. I can probably create a second swarm now. Without hesitation, he began pouring the purple rank 3 essence blood into a large vessel. My insects. It's feeding time. First, I'll use these rank 3 essence bloods. He recalled his adoptive father's words. This stuff is equivalent to a master over level 60 who has completed their 3rd class advancement. It takes hundreds of beasts to extract just 1 bottle. My adoptive father really invested a lot. A chibi version of Xiao Zhou sat on his shoulder looking on greedily. Master Xiao Zhou really wants to eat. Jiang Chen smiled, coaxing her. Don't eat it now. It's still too early for your next reproduction cycle. Xiao Zhou immediately pouted her eyes, welling up with tears, looking utterly pitiful. Jiang Chen couldn't stand that expression. He gave in. Fine, go ahead and eat. You can have some too. He placed Xiao Zhou on the lid of an essence blood vial, and she began to gnaw on it happily. Master is the best. Next is the rank 4 essence blood equivalent to a grandmaster, one who has completed their 4th class advancement above level 90. Jiang Chen continued his work as notifications for level 18 and level 19 flashed while the energy was absorbed. A system notification appeared. The 9-winged plague progeny have begun reproduction. Reproduction quantity. Each individual can produce 40 to 60 offspring. Reproduction time. Evolutionary skill is accelerating the process. Moments later, the process was complete. Reproduction of the 9-winged plague progeny complete. Quantity 100,000. Jiang Chen stared at his hand in astonishment as tiny black particles gathered there. From his palm, a jet-black swarm of insects poured out like a flood, quickly engulfing the entire room. What the churning cloud of insects completely obscured the ceiling. Jiang Chen panicked. This is my house. Don't go outside. He gritted his teeth, raised his fist and roared. Return to the hive and stay quiet. Do not come out until I command you." The swarm instantly retreated, leaving corrosion marks on the walls and picture frames. Jiang Chen panted, looking around with a dismayed expression. Ugh, these destructive pests are terrifying. He glanced at Xiao Zhou, who had dozed off in an empty jar, and exclaimed helplessly, "All they know how to do is eat. How am I supposed to manage them?" A status panel appeared showing his power had skyrocketed. Name Jiang Chen, level 26. Power rating, 197 stars. He smiled, satisfied. 197 stars. That's an insanely fast increase. I'm already about to catch up to an average master with a third-class advancement. Standing amidst a purple aura, Jiang Chen felt more confident than ever. Everything is ready. Now I just need to wait for the trip to the Prodigy Camp tomorrow. Once I reach level 30, I'll be able to complete my second-class advancement. He clenched his fists, his eyes burning with ambition. When that happens, I can get a new specimen. Meanwhile, on the rooftop of a skyscraper, elsewhere in the city, a figure stood shouting. Know what? Behind her was a dignified white-haired old man. The blonde girl spun around in a rage. Are you trying to make your master, the Heavenly Blade King, step in? Zhejiang sat on the sofa pondering if it was really necessary to stir up the crowd like that. Regarding Little Chen's situation, it wasn't just a precaution. He's bound to clash with that arrogant Xiaobei Han in the Jiangnan region. More seriously, the secrets within the Prodigy Camp and on Little Chen himself cannot be hidden. His expression turned extremely serious as an image of Jiang Chen appeared in his mind. There's something about Little Chen that frightens me. I'm worried his poison is actually a taboo. The blonde girl opposite him cried out in fear. How could that be? Don't scare me. A dark memory flooded back the sight of a lone figure standing on a pile of corpses. Ever since the chaos caused by the Devourer 600 years ago and the emergence of the forbidden class in the Great Xia, anyone discovered possessing it was killed immediately. The girl was still in disbelief. If Little Chen really had a forbidden class, it would have been detected the moment he awakened. I think you're just being paranoid. Jijing mused, his face full of worry. I truly hope I'm just being paranoid. Meanwhile, in a dense forest, Jiang Chen was struggling with a map. Which way is it? Don't tell me I'm lost again. Suddenly, a desperate cry for help echoed from the distance. Help me! Jiang Chen looked up in surprise. Huh? He looked up to see an old white-haired man dangling from a high tree branch. Help me! I'm afraid of heights! The old man shouted. Jiang Chen was speechless. Without much thought, he reached his hand toward the tree. All thing growth vines. Instantly, giant vines sprouted from the tree trunk and wrapped around the old man. Ah! He screamed in terror. The vines gently lowered him safely to the ground. He was panting heavily, his face still pale. Phew! That was scary. The bird's nest didn't look that high from the ground. Jiang Chen gave the old man a puzzled look. He's afraid of heights, but still wants to get a bird's nest. Is this what people call an adult with the heart of a child? The old man stood up, dusted off his clothes, and said, Young man, since you saved me today, is there anything I can do to repay you? Jiang Chen immediately asked, Sir, do you know the way to the Prodigy Camp? The old man laughed loudly. Ha ha ha, I'm heading there myself. You can just follow me. Jiang Chen happily replied, Thank you for leading the way. As they walked, the old man asked, By the way, you're an awakened one too, aren't you? So why don't you put your sword in your storage space? I'm not an awakened myself. The old man calmly replied, I just practice swordsmanship. The old man recounted his past in a low, sad voice. Back then, I had no talent. I failed my awakening. I wandered everywhere to make a living, but even after 15 years, I couldn't even afford a toilet in the city. A painful memory surfaced a scene of his younger self preparing to end his own life. At that moment, I had completely given up and ran into the mountains to die, only to find a small hut left by an old hunter, along with this blade. The scene shifts to a majestic waterfall where the younger version of the old man is diligently practicing with his sword. After that, I decided to practice swordsmanship in the mountains every day. After 55 years of training, I suddenly had an epiphany. Isn't that mysterious young man? The old man turned back to look at Jiang Chen. So, would you like to learn from me? I only know one move, and it's called... Jiang Chen stammered. Yes, The old man burst out laughing. Ha ha ha, it seems I was a bit too hasty. I'll wait until you want to learn from me, he said mysteriously. Suddenly, the old man pointed ahead. Oh, look, isn't that the Prodigy Camp? Jiang Chen looked over joyfully, but when he turned back, the old man had vanished without a trace. Huh, where'd he go? That old guy is so weird. At last, Jiang Chen arrived. The main gate of the Prodigy Camp, a large and strict military compound. A voice boomed from a loudspeaker. All those wishing to enter, please line up here to register. You will receive an identification bracelet. Do not remove it unless you are eliminated. After finishing the procedure, a staff member handed him the bracelet. Jiangchen, Shujiang City. Don't lose your bracelet. Prepare to enter the camp. Just as he stepped inside, two beautiful girls suddenly ran toward him with delighted expressions. Benefactor Master? Jiang Chen froze, completely bewildered. What the hell is this? I can overlook Benefactor, but why am I a master now? The two girls were glaring at each other. Luo Sandao, my ex, you pervert Mo Hankyu. The argument erupted instantly. Drop the X part. How many times have I told you? Stop reading those trashy Yuri novels and stop messing around with your girlfriends, Mo Hankyu scolded. Luo Sandao didn't back down. You're right. Only now do I truly understand what it feels like for one's heart to flutter. You're nothing to me. Meanwhile, Xiaozhu was floating nearby, happily eating watermelon. This looks interesting. Worth watching. Then why do you insist on following me? Mo Hankyu challenged. Luo Sandao linked her arm with Jiang Chen's and declared, Follow you. Don't be so conceited, will you? My master is Jiang Chen. Luo Sandao burst out laughing. Oh ho 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 ho, I always told you it wasn't you and you didn't believe me. But now it's become true, hasn't it? Luo Sandao blushed shyly and said, Well, he really made my heart flutter. So are we good friends again now? Mu Hanchu asked. Luo Sandao hugged her. My friend, I feel like we're both best friends and love rivals now, so we can only be considered enemies. Jiang Chen could only shake his head in exasperation. Sigh these girls and their thoughts. Suddenly, a loud explosion roared nearby. The ground shook. Jiang Chen and the two girls turned to look towards the sound. What's going on over there? Looks like someone's fighting. A giant patrolling instructor appeared with a furious expression. You haven't even entered the camp and you're already fighting. Are you looking for death? Jiang Chen silently assessed the patrolling instructor. His power must be at the level of a third advancement grandmaster. But right after that, an invisible force struck, sending the instructor flying. He fell sprawling on the ground, screaming in pain and terror. Damn it, quickly inform the higher-ups that those lunatics are here. Mu Hanchu and Luo Sandao were stunned. A third advancement grandmaster was sent flying in a single blow. Who exactly is fighting? Who else could it be? It's the top achievers from the Jiangnan area. A short-haired girl with the air of an assassin was introduced. That short-haired woman's name is Tang Ying, an assassin-type class. Her power is terrifying, and she's the youngest gold medal assassin in the Tianji Pavilion. They say that recently in the Sakura Empire, a fourth advancement grandmaster was assassinated. Next was a fiery red-haired young man who exuded a blood-red aura. He's called Bai Feng. He's known by the nickname Little God of Slaughter. He's the disciple of the commander-in-chief of the East China Sea Defense Line, the most outstanding genius in the military district. But he seems to have some psychological issues and easily loses control. And finally, an arrogant blue-haired swordsman. The blue-haired man with the sword is named Xiao Beihan, and his grandfather is one of the 7 pillars of the Great Xia. His young sword immortal class is considered god tier. Luo Sandao gritted her teeth in hatred. I know that thieving bastard. The epic grade sword in his hands was stolen from my family, Jiang Chen thought to himself. So this is Xiao Beihan. He truly lives up to the title of a genius. He's countless times stronger than Xiao Yuanwu. But then a question arose. So who is the one being surrounded in the center of the fight? A sturdy young man was fighting against all 3 of those geniuses alone. The invincible descendant Zhang Wushuang. They say he has 3 classes and all of them are hidden. He threw a heaven-shaking punch, its power creating an earthquake. He's clearly unbelievably strong. And they can't beat him even with their combined strength, Luo Sandao exclaimed in shock. Zhang Wushuang! He's ranked 3rd on the manhunt list for the geniuses of the Great Xia. No wonder. Jiang Chen stood there silently assessing them, wondering if his swarm of insects could handle these people. While he was thinking, Xiao Beihan shot into the sky, preparing to launch an attack towards him. Watch out! Someone shouted as Xiao Beihan unleashed a powerful slash. The sharp sword energy tore apart the ground, nearly hitting Luo Sandao. Oof! He landed on the ground, his cold gaze glaring at Zhang Wushuang. Humph! That fist technique could send me flying. Not bad, Zhang Wushuang. But then, Xiao Beihan's gaze shifted to Jiang Chen. Oh, Jiang Chen, he said, surprised. Jiang Chen also recognized him. Xiao Beihan. Xiao Beihan narrowed his eyes. I heard that Xiao Yuanwu died at your hands. A blue aura emanated from Xiao Beihan's body. He sneered, heh, although I didn't like that useless bum either. You'll have to die today, too. I was originally planning to finish off Zhang Wushuang before dealing with you, but since you're already here, I'll take care of you first. Jiang Chen snorted coldly as a dark purple energy began to pour from his arm. Even though your strengths are different, it seems everyone in the Shao clan shares the same rotten personality. He took a defensive stance, preparing to fight. I know I promised Uncle Ji I wouldn't draw attention, but in this situation, I have no other choice. Just as the battle was about to erupt, a massive wave of sword energy swept in from the distance, carrying a powerful voice. Stand down, the chief instructor! The Heavenly Blade King has arrived. The sword energy carved a deep trench in the ground, separating the two sides. The Heavenly Blade King, Xiao Beihan said, shocked. An old man with silver-white hair, dressed in a dignified military uniform, stepped out from the crowd. For those who wish to fight right now, you'll have to answer to the sword in my hand. Jiang Chen was stunned, recognizing him instantly. The Heavenly Blade King. He's that strange old man I met on the way here. With just a single swing of his sword, he suppressed all four geniuses to the point they couldn't move. And my little insects were almost affected by that shockwave, too. An officer hurried over to report, Sir Gu Sr., all 300 geniuses have arrived. Please prepare to take the stage and preside over the opening ceremony. Another person introduced him. That's Vice Commander Yang Guang. People started whispering. Oh my God. There have been many genius camps in the Jiangnan area, but never one with a king-level figure. In charge! The crowd of geniuses began to buzz with discussion. That's terrifying. Even though we're standing dozens of meters away, the Heavenly Blade King could still kill all of us. Sat with a single move, one person said. But that's strange. Didn't they say the old master was in seclusion? Why would he show himself now? Another wondered. I just overheard the instructors talking privately. It seems the old master requested this assignment himself. Could it be he wants to recruit a disciple? Someone else speculated. Well, in that case, I have to perform my best. The four top geniuses were also filled with shock and awe. Tian, I've finally met the living legend, Jiang Wushuang. He clenches his fists, his determination surging. Once the training camp begins, I will definitely defeat Jiang Wushuang, and I'll leave a good impression on that old master. I can't believe they managed to invite him. I have to make him my master. The two girls next to Jiang Chen couldn't hide their excitement, so he turned to ask them. You two also recognize that powerful old master. Luo Sandao exclaimed, Of course I've heard about his legend since I was a child. She added with a look of pure admiration. He's not even an awakened one. But he was able to suppress a group of 7th Job advancement king levels and become the #1 king level under the Zhen Empire. His power can even be compared to someone from the Zhen Empire with an 8th Job advancement. He once slew a dragon with a single sword strike. Mu Hanyu added, That's right. Even though they are all at the king level, Senior Heavenly Blade King is the person my grandfather respects the most. My grandfather once asked him to take me as his disciple, but he refused. At first I was very disappointed, but then I heard that many descendants from the Zhen Empire and even descendants of champions were also rejected. You must be joking. As far as I know, Jiang Wushuang and Bai Feng were both rejected by Senior Blade God before, Mu Hanyu affirmed. You've already seen what Jiang Wushuang and the others are capable of. You can't imagine how difficult it is to become his disciple. Luo Sandao added, That's right, benefactor. You might not know this, but the old master has only ever accepted 2 disciples in his entire life. And that was more than 25 years ago. Jiang Chen broke out in a cold sweat, remembering his encounter in the forest. The Heavenly Blade King everyone was talking about was actually that old master. The weirdo who climbed a tree just to mess with birds. They don't seem like the same person at all, he mumbled. I see. On stage, the old man cleared his throat into the microphone. He spoke in a commanding voice, his imposing gaze sweeping over all the geniuses. I am the chief instructor of this prodigy camp, Gu Kaitian. He turned his back to them, gazing into the distance. As you all know, our Jiangnan region's prodigy camp has been underperforming for the past few years. Because the battles here are just for show. If you don't dare to give it your all here, then on a real battlefield with real dangers, you will all die without even a grave. There are more and more monsters in this world. We need more capable geniuses. Therefore, to better showcase and unleash the potential of our geniuses and to make a better selection. He turned back his eyes as sharp as knives. This year, I have set a new rule for the Jiangnan prodigy camp, a death quota. An officer beside him panicked. Senior Goodite, the old man raised a hand to stop him. I have the final say here. If anything happens, I will take full responsibility. The officer couldn't help but worry. A death quota? The higher-ups never mentioned this. Before. This has never happened in the history of the prodigy camps. There are so many powerful geniuses down there. Won't this create a huge mess? Gukaitian announced loudly, 10 of you will die for me in each round of the test. If you wish to withdraw, you can leave right now. The crowd erupted into murmurs. Some looked terrified, others excited. It's scary, but I can't back down. My whole family would be shamed. But I don't want to die. Jiang Wushuang, however, just smirked. Just as expected of Senior Heavenly Blade King, the Jiangnan Prodigy Camp should have done this years ago. Xiao Beihan sneered, this rule was definitely made especially for me. Once the camp starts, I can easily meet 2 of the old master's quotas. Jiang Chun stood in the crowd, his expression cold. With this quota, and even if the conflict escalates later, and I kill Xiao Beihan, Zhu Ji, and the others, I won't have to worry too much. Gu Kaichen looked at the crowd with satisfaction. No one had withdrawn. Good, very good. It seems you all still have some pride left in you. Standing on the high platform, Gu Kaitian's powerful voice echoed across the square. I declare the camp's entrance assessment officially begins. The first round has 300 people. Half of you will be eliminated. He explained the rules. Inside the camp, 150 advancement flags have been hidden at random. I don't care what methods you use. This round will end at 6 a.m. on the second day. Those who have a flag will advance. He growled, his sharp gaze sweeping over the crowd. Fight alone or form alliances. You can even tear this whole camp apart if you want. Fight with conviction, kill with conviction. In short, let me see your bloodlust. With that, he ordered them to disperse. The test had begun. Instantly, the crowd of 300 scattered in all directions like a broken beehive. Some of the weaker ones quickly conferred. Let's go. With our abilities, the best way is to find a flag, then hide and stay away from those ruthless guys. Yeah, that's the safest way to advance. Meanwhile, Xiao Beihan revealed a sinister smile. A moment later, he flew down from above, blocking the path of Zhang Chen and the 2 girls. Zhang Chen immediately ordered the 2 girls, you 2 go find the advancement flags nearby. I'll deal with Xiao Beihan. But Luo Sandao hesitated. But Zhang Chen cut her off decisively. That's an order, go. Though worried, the 2 girls obeyed. Yes. Xiao Beihan sneered at Zhang Chen. Ha ha. A rookie like you, who hasn't even had his second job advancement, wants to play the hero. Zhang Chen shouted, enough with the crap! A black poisonous aura began to pour from his hand. He thought to himself, Xiao Beihan's sword aura is indeed powerful, but it's still far inferior to Xiao Yuanwu's. Although I'm much stronger now than before. I wonder if I can handle him using only poison without revealing the existence of the insect larvae. Xiao Beihan was also losing his patience. You're right. Why should I waste words on a corpse? He lunged forward with terrifying speed, unleashing a sharp sword aura. However, his slashes were blocked in midair. It was Xiao Beihan, a figure in black. The female assassin Tang Ying had appeared and stood in his way. Xiao Beihan turned back angrily. Tang Ying, what is the meaning of this? Zhang Chen was also surprised. It's that female assassin. Tang Ying coldly questioned Xiao Beihan. Have you forgotten our agreement with Bai Feng? We agreed to kill Jiang Wushuang as soon as the camp started, yet you keep leaving. To deal with these insignificant matters, are you intentionally using these excuses? Because you're actually afraid of Jiang Wushuang. Xiao Beihan roared, who said I'm afraid of him? Where is Jiang Wushuang? I'll deal with him first. It won't be too late to deal with this trash after. He shouted as Tang Ying pointed in a direction. He went towards that forest. Bai Feng is already chasing him, she said. Then they both dashed off. Zhang Chen stood there. He was completely surprised by this turn of events. Well, things have certainly taken a turn. By the way, that Tang Ying, I don't know if this is real. But why do I get the feeling she was intentionally helping me? A mysterious smile flickered across Tang Ying's lips as she glanced at him in a brief flashback. Tang Ying recalled her aunt's words. My aunt asked me to secretly look after Zhang Chen in the prodigy camp, but with my abilities I can't confront Xiao Beihan head-on. I can only borrow Jiang Wushuang's name to try and delay his actions. Elsewhere in the camp, a young man named Huang Yongchao knelt on one knee. He offered up 3 flags. Young Master Jiang, my father is your grandfather's subordinate. These 3 advancement flags are a token of my loyalty to you. But Jiang Wushuang just replied coldly, I don't need them. If you truly want to show your loyalty, help me with something. Huang Yongchao immediately bowed his head. Yes, this subordinate will serve you with absolute loyalty. From a hidden corner, Tang Ying looked anxiously towards Zhang Chen. Damn it. Zhang Chen, you'll have to handle this on your own. But I hope that Mu Hantu and Luo Sandao can protect you. Just then Mu Hantu cheerfully held up 2 flags. Benefactor, I found them. There are 2 advancement flags. Zhang Chen said, "You 2 can take them first. I'll go look somewhere else." But the 2 girls said in unison, "We'll help you look together." Suddenly, a flaming arrow shot towards them with terrifying speed. "Look out!" Zhang Chen reacted instantly. He pushed the 2 girls away and flipped a table up to block it. Mu Hantu quickly took a defensive stance, shielding everyone. "Who's there? Are you here to steal the flags?" A voice echoed from above. The attacker hovered in midair like a small sun. "Not the flags, but your life, Huang Yongchao." Mu Hantu recognized the attacker. He has the hidden class Scorching Sun Archer. He's level 39 and his father is a 6th advancement venerable, a subordinate of the Xiao family in the Zhen Empire, she said worriedly. "I don't know if my Earth's Eternal Shield 9 can—" Huang Yongchao raised his bow, another flaming arrow forming. He shouted, "You 2 get out of my way." But a purple poison wall suddenly erected, blocking the arrow. Zhang Chen stood before the 2 girls, his eyes cold. "I can tolerate everything else. But if you want to kill me, don't blame me for being ruthless. After all, someone has to meet the old master's death quota." A massive burst of purple poison energy erupted from Zhang Chen's hand, completely swallowing the fire arrow. Huang Yongchao screamed in horror as he was submerged in the purple poison mist, unable to believe his eyes. "Poison type? Isn't he a creation type? Brothers, stop hiding. Attack him together." As he was being swallowed by the poison screen, he realized with a panic that his teammates had vanished. "Where is everyone?" he screamed in desperation. Elsewhere, Huang Yongchao's teammates were running for their lives. "Run!" one of them yelled. "A hidden poison type is too terrifying," another said in a panic. "If a ranged type like Huang Yongchao can't deal with him, we melee types don't stand a chance. Good thing we ran fast, otherwise we would have become cannon fodder." In the central control room, Gu Kaiqian and Yang Guang were watching the battle on a screen. "Well done," Gu Kaiqian praised. Yang Guang whispered in amazement. A god-tier creation type, a unique hidden poison type. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. He killed a 2nd advancement genius that quickly. This Zhang Chen is truly unbelievable. There were no reports about this from the night guards in Shujiang City. Gu Kaiqian ordered decisively, "Yang Guang, go file a report. Also call in a few more space-type grandmasters. In case of emergency, we need to be ready to teleport at any moment. This is to prevent those brats from getting too ruthless in their killing." Yang Guang immediately complied. "Yes, Chief Instructor, I'll do it right away." Yang Guang hurried away. He thought to himself, "I'd better go before the old master changes his mind. Otherwise, if the geniuses really start a massacre, the consequences will be unimaginable." But Gu Kaiqian called him back. "Wait. Yes." Yang Guang flinched and turned back, worried. "Don't tell me this old geezer already regrets his words." Gu Kaiqian issued a new order. "Prepare 10 peak Tier 3 beasts and deploy them separately. Attach an Azure Cloud flag to each of them." Yang Guang immediately understood and bowed. "Yes, Chief Instructor." He silently praised the move. What a brilliant strategy. This way, the top geniuses will have to fight the monsters to claim the Azure Cloud flags, first preventing them from harming the other ordinary people. Meanwhile, the confrontation between the 3 geniuses and Zhang Wushuang continued. Zhang Wushuang provoked them, "I've already told you all. Even if all 3 of you attack together, you still can't kill me. Are you forcing me to kill you all? And besides, even if you win, would you feel any glory in your victory?" Xiao Beihan scoffed. "Although it's 3 against 1 and there's no glory in winning, it's not as interesting as fighting someone else." Suddenly, an announcement echoed throughout the camp. "Announcement number 9, Huang Yongchao has been killed and eliminated." Bai Feng was surprised. Huh. The first kill, Xiao Beihan, was also stunned. Even though Huang Yongchao's abilities were average, he was still a decent second-class change user. Yeah. And he was at least in the top 50 of this prodigy camp. He was also much stronger than Xiao Yuanwu, but he was killed in such a short time. Tang Ying couldn't hide her astonishment either. "This isn't right. My aunt told me that Zhang Chen is just a level 26 creation type. How could he kill a level 39 combat type? And so quickly. Even I couldn't have done it that fast." Bai Feng smirked. "It seems there's a hidden tiger in this prodigy camp." Zhang Wushuang taunted. Look, there's another expert here. Aren't you all going to go after him?" Just then another announcement rang out. Announcement: 10 peak Tier 3 beasts have been deployed at various locations. They each carry 3 Azure Cloud flags. Those who possess an Azure Cloud flag will receive additional ranking points. The top 10 on the leaderboard will receive a first-place reward of 100 million. Each subsequent rank's reward will decrease by 10 million. Hearing the announcement, all 4 of them immediately stopped. Zhang Wushuang scoffed. It seems the Heavenly Blade King has given us some new toys. Fine, if we're going to compete, Let's use the Azure Cloud Flags as the measure. Elsewhere, Zhang Chen also heard the announcement and his eyes lit up. The assessment has just begun and first place gets 100 million. This prodigy camp is too generous. If I win first place in the camp assessment along with the other resources, wouldn't I be able to reproduce again? Very soon. Suddenly, a huge shadow fell over him. A giant beast with a blue-flamed mane landed right in front of him. The first beast has come to us. This is a peak Tier 3 beast. Luo Sandao was alarmed. Zhang Chen warned everyone, be careful. It's equivalent to a level 80 to 90 third-class change Grandmaster. Mu Hantong observed, benefactor. It seems this beast is still in a paralyzed state. Why don't we take this opportunity to... Of course, you two get further away, Zhang Chen said, then rushed towards the monster. The monster swung its sharp claws, but Zhang Chen nimbly leaped to dodge. He landed safely and warily, looked around. Someone was on a slope. Xiao Beihan appeared, standing on the beast's head. Zhang Chen, you're really something else. Not only did you kill Huang Yongchao in an instant, but you're also planning to snatch the Azure Cloud Flag. I underestimated you in the past. It seems today I have no choice but to kill you. Zhang Chen roared as a dark, poisonous aura exploded from him. Xiao Beihan, if you want to fight, then stop your damn talking. Xiao Beihan soared into the air, unleashing his strongest move. Heaven and Earth Wind Dragon Slash. He landed, sword ki and wind enveloping his blade. I'm surprised you're so arrogant. So you have a hidden poison element. I've heard that poisons are difficult to deal with, but they're nothing compared to my wind sword. Luo Sandao grew anxious. This is bad. Strong wind can counter the poison element. Master is in danger. We have to help him. But Mu Hantong stopped her. Benefactor's poison is no ordinary poison. If we get involved, we'll only cause him more trouble. Zhang Chen focused his energy. The poisonous aura around him grew thicker, forming a giant dragon of poison bones. It roared, challenging Xiao Beihan. Poison Bone Dragon! Xiao Beihan frowned. This poison bone dragon can't be dispersed, then I'll just surround it. He unleashed a forbidden technique. Forbidden art. 7 Azure Sword, Lotus Immortals. Giant blue lotuses of sword chi bloomed, enveloping the poison bone dragon. Let's see how my sword chi consumes your poison bones. But from within the mist, Zhang Chen's eyes flashed with a strange purple light. He scoffed. Is that so? I must say, with your sword chi blocking everyone's view, it actually makes it easier for me to devour. Inside the sword chi lotus, a chibi version of Xiaojiu was flying around happily. She was gleefully sucking up every stream of energy. Yum yum, this sword chi is so delicious, she cheered as the notification panel continuously displayed Devour value plus 1,000. Outside, Zhang Chen watched with a calm expression and ordered, When you're full, give me a hand. As he finished speaking, he raised his hand to the sky and shouted, Break! The purple poison mist instantly exploded from within, shattering the sword ki lotuses. Xiao Beihan, unable to react, was sent flying by the blast. He let out a blood-curdling scream. Arr! He crashed to the ground, struggling to lift his head, his face filled with terror as he looked at the giant poison bone dragon roaring above him. How is this possible? What kind of poison can destroy sword chi? In his desperation, he hurriedly activated his last resort treasure, the protective jade pendant. A pink shield enveloped Xiao Beihan, blocking the incoming wave of poison. He laughed grimly. It seems your poison can't. Penetrate my protective jade pendant, you're finished. Zhang Chen just muttered sarcastically. So the Xiao family is pulling this crap again. But what a shame. This battlefield is under constant surveillance. I can't let my little bugs reveal their true form. He shouted towards Luo Sandao. Luo Sandao, give me an eternal shield of Earth 9. Cover this area so no one can see through it. Can you do it? The girl immediately answered, Let me try. Gathering all her strength, she yelled, Eternal shield of Earth 9. A massive jade-green energy dome covered the area. It enveloped the entire combat zone, obscuring the view from the outside. A bewildered Xiao Beihan asked, What are you planning? Zhang Chen smiled coldly, poisonous gas gathering in his hand again. Xiao Beihan, care to guess how Xiao Yuanyu died? Xiao Beihan scoffed. How can you even compare that guy's garbage protective jade with mine? You're so naive. Heh. How can you compare the me from back then to the me of now? You're the one who's naive. Xiaoju's voice rang out from above. She had returned to her full combat form. Zhang Chen ordered, Xiaoju, smash him to bits. Yes, master. Xiaoju will smash him, she replied, diving down like a meteor. A horrified Xiao Beihan yelled, This is Xiaoju split into multiple phantoms simultaneously attacking the jade shield. Zhang Chen observed calmly. Sword key protection. What I didn't expect Xiao Beihan to have this kind of ability. Just then the beast that had been forgotten until now awoke and roared in fury. Zhang Chen narrowed his eyes, the poisonous gas around him erupting more violently. The beast is awake now too. I have no choice but to use my full power. He ordered his units, poison bone dragons corrode Xiao Beihan's sword chi. Protect Xiaoju, my little bugs. The beast's flesh is here, first come, first served. Surrounded by the poison bone dragons, Xiao Beihan panicked. Damn it, my sword chi is being corroded. I have no way to attack. Meanwhile, the beast roared in agony as hundreds of thousands of tiny insects swarmed it, tearing it apart. Xiaoju and her phantoms continued their relentless assault on the jade shield. Zhang Chen thought to himself, looks like this Xiao Zhengguo really does treat his grandchildren differently. Xiao Beihan's protective jade is indeed much more durable than Xiao Yuanyu's, but he remained confident. No matter how durable it is, it's only a matter of time before Xiaoju shatters it to pieces. For example, if it took 3 seconds before now, it'll take 3 minutes at most. In the control room, a worried Yang Guang stared at the obscured monitor. This is bad. Xiao Beihan seems to be at a disadvantage, and Zhang Chen has blocked the monitoring system. Xiao Beihan is... He turned and ordered a subordinate, Fang Chengyuan, do a mental scan on him. If anything's wrong, teleport him out immediately. The soldier complied. Yes, Vice Commander. Gu Kaitian sat with his legs crossed in his chair. He asked nonchalantly, what's all this? Is Zhengguo's grandson not allowed to get hurt or heaven forbid killed? Yang Guang was sweating with anxiety. Senior Gu, what if he actually gets injured or even killed? Are you actually prepared to go to war with Xiao Zhengguo? Does our Jiangnan Sector's Corps Commander even know about this? He continued his analysis. Even though you've forbidden any information from leaking out of the prodigy camp once the camp is over, the outside world will find out eventually. Gu Kaitian mused, Xiao Beihan's abilities are considered the best of the best. Can Zhang Chen really kill him? And what is that brat trying to pull by blocking our vision under the horrific devouring of hundreds of thousands of insects? The giant beast was quickly stripped to the bone. Only a white skeleton remained. Zhang Chen stood there and said confidently, This beast might have been strong, but it was no match for my swarm. Meanwhile, the shield on Xiao Beihan's jade pendant had developed countless cracks under Xiao Zhou's relentless attacks. He screamed in terror, What the hell is this? My protective jade is... Zhang Chen observed calmly. The shield is about to shatter. Xiao Beihan can't hold on for much longer. Suddenly, a voice echoed in Zhang Chen's mind. Kid, don't go overboard. The Space Element Grandmaster Fang Chengyuan is coming. Zhang Chen instantly understood the situation. Damn it, a Space Element guide is sending a telepathic warning. I have to end this fight as fast as possible or I'll be exposed. He hastily called Xiaoju back and issued one last command to the swarm. One of you self-destruct and destroy the protective jade. The rest turn into poison. A horrified Xiao Beihan yelled, What is this? A terrifying explosion erupted from within the Earth Shield dome. The jade shield shattered into a million pieces. Xiao Beihan was sent flying by the shockwave. The Earth Shield dome also shattered. Luo Sandao cried out in pain. As the dust settled, the ground was riddled with cracks. All that remained was one of Xiao Beihan's arms and his sword lying on the ground. Zhang Chen walked over and looked at the severed arm. So only a limb was left behind, huh? Looks like the Space Element Grandmaster saved him. I'll consider this arm a down payment on the interest. I'll come back for the principal with the rest of the interest when I get the chance. He picked up the sword and tossed it to her. Sandao, your sword. Catch. She caught it joyfully. Awesome. Thank you, benefactor. All 3 azure cloud flags from the beast now belonged to Zhang Chen. Luo Sandao cheered, Master! 3 azure cloud flags, you're in the top 10 now. Zhang Chen said, we'll each take one. But both girls refused. Mu Hanqiu said, no, my sword is enough for me. And Luo Sandao said, I don't want one either, Master. You can have them all. I want to see you defeat Zhang Wushuang and take back first place. Back in the control room, an enraged Yang Guang slammed the table and roared, Fang Chengyuan, is this how you do your job? Why didn't you teleport Xiao Beihan out in time? Fang Chengyuan explained, trembling, That poison mist. It was too vicious, I sent my spiritual energy across. But before I could see anything, it was corroded. Then I heard a massive explosion and used all my strength to teleport him. But it was too late. Yang Guang grew even more furious. How could this be? How can poison possibly corrode your spirit? Stop making excuses and shut up, Yang Guang! Gu Kaitian roared. Yang Guang immediately fell silent. Senor, Gu Kaitian turned his back, his voice icy. Yang Guang, do you know why you've always been stuck at the peak of the 5th class change? It's because you suck up to the powerful so much that you can't even pass the test of your own conscience. He turned back his eyes, still blazing with fury. When you mentioned Zheng Guo and the consequences, I didn't even bother to respond. But now let me tell you something. If I dare to do something, I dare to face the consequences. On the battlefield, even a 9th class change martial emperor can die. What does an insignificant whelp like Xiao Beihan matter? Yang Guang was still anxious. But senior, forget about Xiao Zheng Guo, Gu Kaitian ordered. Report this matter internally within the camp for now, but keep this information absolutely confidential from outsiders. The camp's entrance exam ends at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Prevent anyone who's been eliminated from leaving the camp, including Xiao Beihan. With that said, he turned and walked towards the elevator. I'm heading to the Jiangnan headquarters first. Just as he left, another announcement echoed throughout the camp. Announcement number 003, Xiao Beihan has been eliminated. Eliminator Jiang Chen. The others still in the camp were all stunned. What, Xiao Beihan, General Zheng Guo's grandson? I didn't mishear. That did I? No way! Elsewhere, Tang Ying and Bai Feng were fighting a savage beast, and both of them couldn't believe what they'd just heard. Jiang Chen eliminated Xiao Beihan. He actually did it! The beast collapsed at their feet. Zhang Wushang, having just taken down another beast, sat meditating on its corpse. Oh, how interesting. Meanwhile, at the Jiangnan headquarters, Gu Kaitian stormed into the commander's office. Old Gu, what's with the urgent entrance? Find any good prospects? A middle-aged man asked. This was the commander-in-chief of the Jiangnan area, Duan Xinghai. Gu Kaitian snapped his fingers. A crimson talisman flew into the air, activating a barrier seal. Instantly, a massive red energy dome enveloped the entire Tianzhou camp, preventing any information from leaking out. The two sat facing each other at a tea table. Gu Kaitian got straight to the point. Old Duan, you're knowledgeable and excel at theory. I want to ask you a few things, Duan Xinghai observed, acting so cautious. What's this about? It seems this isn't just any normal seedling. Gu Kaitian asked with a grave expression. Poison. Can it corrode one's spirit? Duan Xinghai took a sip of tea, pondering. Theoretically, it's possible, but extremely difficult, he explained. The spirit is a form of energy composed of soul essence, combined with one's thoughts. To corrode it, the poison's intensity would have to be immeasurable. Gu Kaitian pressed on. So have you ever heard of a case like this happening before? Duan Xinghai shook his head. Never. But I know a poison king who's at the peak of the 4th class change, and even he can't do it. Duan Xinghai's expression suddenly turned grave. Don't tell me an unbelievably terrifying poison-type genius has appeared in Tianzhou camp. If he can really corrode the spirit, that would be a monstrous weapon. Gu Kaitian replied, We can't jump to conclusions just yet. Old Duan, ever since you stationed yourself at Tianzhou camp, I haven't said a single word out of respect. Are you not going to tell me the truth now? Gu Kaitian looked his friend straight in the eye. Old Duan, do you think it's possible that this poison has a consciousness of its own? Duan Xinghai burst out laughing. Ha 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 ha, old Gu, are you trying to be a comedian? How can poison be sentient, unless it's not poison at all, but merely disguised as such? Hearing this, Gu Kaitian was stunned. Disguised? Duan Xinghai suddenly looked as if he'd remembered something. His expression grew tense. Wait, I just thought of something. I think I came across a record in Ruin Number 0 about a type of disaster-class insect. It's called the 9-colored miasma wing. It can transform into poison bones. A terrifying image surfaced in his mind. The 9-colored miasma wing was born from the 9 abysses during a certain era. It once caused a world-ending cataclysm. Gu Kaitian was just as horrified. The ancient disaster? The 9-colored miasma wing? Suddenly, Duan Xinghai burst out laughing. He tried to reassure his friend and himself. What are you scared? Ha ha ha, that disaster-class insect went extinct ages ago. There's no way it could possibly still exist today. Gu Kaitian stood up, feigning nonchalance. As expected of the commander-in-chief. You can explain everything so effortlessly. I've certainly been enlightened today. You have a lot on your plate, so I'll take my leave. Duan Xinghai was surprised. Wait, you still haven't told me about that promising seedling, he yelled after him. What the hell, that old fox is so tight-lipped. Once he was alone again, Gu Kaitian stood within his own spiritual space, looking up at the crack he had sealed. The 9-colored miasma wing. A disaster-class entity. No wonder. He gritted his teeth, his expression a mixture of emotions. Jiang Chen, oh Jiang Chen, just your god-tier all-things-grow ability alone. Was enough to put you at the top of every wanted list, yet you're still hiding a forbidden power? This will get your head chopped off in the great Jia dynasty. Ji Gong, that troublesome disciple of yours always making problems for his master. You've really given me a massive headache. He recalled Ji Gong's plea. Master, I have an unparalleled seedling. He's still immature, and on top of that, he has previously offended the Xiao family. I hope you can look after him in Tianzhou camp, Master. Of course, it would be even better if you accepted him as your disciple. Gu Kaitian tore open a rift in space and sighed. Hung, you brat. You asked me to look after him, but in reality, you just wanted me to cover for him. Fine. So what if that's the case? It's a forbidden power. He clenched his fist, making a decision. A blade can both slaughter and protect. Good and evil can coexist in the same heart, because I said I would take on a disciple. I will protect this Zhang Chen. This is a disaster that cannot be underestimated. To avoid any misunderstandings, I'll have Hong Yao confirm it first. That will be safer. He sent a telepathic message. Hong Yao, I need you to go to Relic 0 and investigate the 9 obstructing wings. This is related to your junior brother, so be extremely careful. Back in the control room, he asked Yang Guang, how is the camp's entrance exam going? Yang Guang reported, it's almost over. The ordinary geniuses are all fighting for the advancement flags, while for the top-tier geniuses, 9 beasts have been released and only 1 remains. The screen showed 2 geniuses working together. Lei Ze and Liu Jietu had joined forces to kill 1. Another scene showed Tang Ying and Bai Feng fighting side by side as well. Tang Ying and Bai Feng were teaming up to kill the second one. Zhang Wushuang had instantly killed 3 at once. He seems to be moving in Zhang Chen's direction. Gu Kaitian asked, and what about Zhang Chen? Zhang Chen has killed 2 beasts. We just released the 9th beast in his vicinity right now. A giant mantis-like beast appeared before Zhang Chen. Excellent, another one. Zhang Chen smiled, a sphere of dark purple poison energy. Gathering in his hand, it's dinner time. He threw the energy sphere at the beast. The poison mist quickly enveloped and corroded it. A chibi version of Little Nine flew around joyfully in the poison mist. Eat, eat, eat. Grow, grow, grow! The notification board's numbers kept jumping. Devour value plus 1,000. The giant mantis convulsed in pain and disintegrated as a notification popped up. Little Nine level 21 is now level 22. Zhang Chen was surprised and overjoyed. Little Nine leveled up, but his joy was short-lived. A blazing golden fist descended from the sky, shattering the giant mantis's face. It let out a roar of pain. Luo Sandao shouted a warning. Master, it's an ambush, be careful! Mu Hanshu reacted quickly. Eternal shield of the earth open! He also recognized the attacker. This punch, it's Zhang Wushuang. The jade-green shield had just formed when cracks appeared all over it. The shield shattered, sending the 2 girls flying. Oof! Zhang Chen clicked his tongue. Tisk! Zhang Wushuang's punch created a brilliant golden stream of energy that shot down like a meteor. Zhang Chen managed to create a dense poison shield just in time. The fist collided with the shield, creating a terrifying explosion. He was still pushed back. The black poison mist slowly dissipated, revealing the thick smoke from the impact. Zhang Wushuang stood amidst the smoke, looking at his fist in astonishment. This poison actually corroded my punch. No wonder the other geniuses call you the poison demon. Or Zhang Chen. Zhang Chen steadied himself, a smirk playing on his lips. Just as expected from the 3rd-ranked genius in the Great Xia. That was a pretty strong punch. He looked straight at his opponent, his gaze sharp. Zhang Wushuang, did you come here to steal this beast from me? Zhang Wushuang scoffed, glancing at the beast's almost completely corroded corpse. Heh heh. You've poisoned this thing until there's nothing but a husk left. What's there to steal? Zhang Chen's red eyes narrowed. Then what are you trying to do? Zhang Wushuang cracked his knuckles as a blazing red aura radiated from his body. He laughed and said, don't misunderstand. I was simply curious about you and wanted to meet you. With poison, miasma flaring up behind him, Zhang Chen challenged, you say you wanted to meet me, but are you prepared to bet your life on it? Zhang Wushuang clenched his fist and laughed arrogantly. That's right. At the very least, you should be betting your life. Zhang Chen waved his hand and the poison miasma surged forward. Then let's begin. Immediately, Zhang Wushuang shot forward like an arrow, his fist glowing with energy. He slammed his fist straight into the ground and yelled, Heavenly Trample! A massive pillar of energy erupted from the ground, shooting straight into the sky. Zhang Chen, stunned, quickly raised his arms to block. Under the terrifying pressure, he was pushed back, forced to defend with his poison miasma as he slid backward. As he slid, Zhang Chen thought to himself, his punch is too fierce and fast. My poison spreads too slowly. Wiping a trickle of blood from his mouth, he silently asked Little Nine, "Little Nine, if you devoured flesh and blood of this level, you could probably level up a few times, right?" In his consciousness, a frightened Little Nine replied, But Little Nine can't beat him." But Little Nine is willing to die for Master Jiang Chen was taken aback. What he thought to himself, "This is the first time I've ever seen it so scared. Is self-destruction really the only way?" He quickly reassured it. "If you can't win, then just hide. I have other ways." Little Nine obediently replied, "Yes." Little Nine will listen to Master Jiang Chen became determined. "I absolutely cannot let Little Nine die." Seeing Jiang Chen panting, Zhang Wushuang mocked, "What, you're already out of breath? You don't look like the man who defeated Xiao Beihan at all." Jiang Chen knelt on one knee, placing his hand on the ground. A green energy began to spread, then exploded outwards, forming a giant dome of vegetation that enveloped him. Zhang Wushuang laughed loudly. "So this is your divine talent, interesting. Putting up a shield to fool me, huh? Wasn't Xiao Beihan also defeated inside a shield?" In the control room, Yang Guang reported, "Chief Jiang Chen is blocking the surveillance signal again." Gu Kaiqian's face darkened. "This brat?" An officer quickly said, "Chief Zhang Wushuang will be fine. There's no need to interfere." Gu Kaiqian snapped, "I'm talking about saving Jiang Chen." The officer hesitated. "Chief, don't you think you're being a little biased?" Gu Kaiqian said bluntly. "Nonsense. Jiang Wushuang is level 46 and Jiang Chen is only level 26. He is my disciple. I'm just protecting him a little. Something's wrong inside the dome." Jiang Tran raised his hand to the sky, releasing the pitch-black poisonous gas. Countless shadow monsters emerged from the poisonous gas. Jiang Vo Song looked on with interest. "So this is your true power. I get it now." Unfazed, Jiang Vo Song roared his move, Mountain Toppler Sea Overturner. Jiang Tran gestured, commanding thousands of monsters to swarm down, forming a giant vortex. Standing in the eye of the storm, Jiang Vo Song just snorted coldly, overlapping peaks. He roared, unleashing his full power. Golden pillars of energy erupted from his body, tearing 7 monsters to shreds as Jiang Tran watched. His expression became incredibly serious. Jiang Vo Song broke through the encirclement and charged straight at Jiang Tran. Not backing down, Jiang Tran swung his poisonous fist. Meeting the challenge, the two fists, one gold, one purple, collided, creating an earth-shattering explosion. Blasted into the air by the aftershock, Jiang Vo Song hovered high above. He flipped upside down in midair. Looking down with a smug smile, he exclaimed, "I finally understand why Tu Bak Han lost." He dove down like a collapsing mountain, roaring Mount Tai crush below Jiang. Tran braced himself, letting out a grunt as an invisible pressure descended from the sky. It forced Jiang Tran to muster all his strength to resist. He realized in horror, this punch is several times stronger than the last one. Is this the power of a martial emperor's descendant? 2 self-destructions only managed to blow away the force of his punch, but didn't injure him at all. His face showed a mix of determination and regret as he thought, "Don't tell me I have to make 10 of them self-destruct, or even hundreds for it to have any effect after all these little bugs. I spent so much effort raising them." Without further hesitation, he made up his mind. "I have no other choice now." 10 self-destructions. A violent explosion of purple poisonous gas engulfed Jiang Vo Song. But when the dust settled, Jiang Vo Song emerged completely unharmed. He just let out a scoff. "Ha!" Seeing his attack was ineffective, Jiang Tran immediately switched tactics, placing his hand on the ground to use his innate talent. Myriad growth. However, just as the green vines were about to strike, Jiang Vo Song suddenly held up a hand to stop, declaring, "There's no need, the fight is over." This sudden declaration left Jiang Tran completely bewildered. He asked, "What do you mean?" Jiang Vo Song looked at him and admitted frankly, "Jiang Tran, I acknowledge you as a worthy opponent. You're only at your first awakening, yet you've already forced me to use 80% of my power. I look forward to a rematch after you've grown stronger." Jiang Tran muttered with a disbelieving look. "Humph. So when you said we were betting our lives, it was just to force me to go all out, just so you could find a worthy opponent." Jiang Vo Song let out a huge yawn and said, I'm getting sleepy again. I'm going to take a nap." "You can handle the last monster, right?" Jiang Tran asked with a serious face. "Are you yielding the first-place position to me?" Jiang Vo Sung turned and walked away. "That's not what I mean. I'm just really tired. I'm off to find a place to sleep." Jiang Tran gritted his teeth, his expression a mix of confusion and slight anger. He shouted at Jiang Vo Sung's retreating back, "Stop pretending. Let me tell you, I'm not the type to let pride get in my way. If there's an advantage to be had, I'll take it all." Hearing this, Jiang Vo Sung just chuckled softly. I knew I wasn't wrong about you. You really are an interesting opponent. In the control room, Kokai Tian nodded in approval, not using his power to bully the weak. That's the true meaning of being a martial emperor's descendant. Jiang Vosong has truly impressed this old man. Beside him, Duang Quang was foaming at the mouth from his poison. Kokai Tian ordered, "Now send the 10th monster to Jiang Tron. Let him claim the championship." The scene shifts to a desolate, gloomy wasteland under the night sky. A woman in a military uniform with reddish-brown hair stood on a cliff surveying her surroundings. She murmured to herself, "Ruin number 0. This place is truly a nightmare. I bet no one below the 6th transition level can even enter." This was the head disciple of the Heavenly Blade King, senior sister Kai Kwong Nian Hongjiao, a 7th-level transition king. She told herself with determination, "For my junior brother's sake, I will endure this." With that, she charged into a horde of phantom monsters, skillfully wielding her red scythe. After clearing them out, she looked towards an ancient stone stele, emitting a fearsome aura in the distance. That stone stele ahead filled with an aura of death. That must be it. What kind of being could leave behind such a powerful aura after hundreds of years? As she got closer, she exclaimed in surprise, "What is this? The Ruins Information Database?" She leaped to the top of the stele and shouted, "Activate Divine Sense!" Countless virtual information screens appeared around her, stunning her. All this information is about rare, ancient insects. Her eyes flashed with a brilliant red light as she activated her full divine sense for a quick scan. After a moment of searching, she grabbed a piece of materialized information. On it was the image of a dark beetle. Found it. Nian Hongjiao's blazing red eyes strained as she read every word on the document. 9 blazing poison miasma. An ancient calamitous creature born in the extreme yinlands of the 9 underworlds. It once caused a great disaster in the 4th century and is now extinct. Its entire body is purplish-black with 9 wings on its back. It carries a terrifying toxin that can turn into a purple miasma. Its poison can corrode everything in the world, even spirit in space. Standing under the moonlight next to the ancient stele, she gasped in horror, "My God, my junior brother is actually carrying a forbidden existence. I must report this to Master immediately." Meanwhile, at the Prodigy Camp arena, Jiang Tran stood on the carcass of a giant monster and thought to himself, "After devouring 4 beasts..." Along with Huang Vinchao, this devour value has increased quite a bit. Once I receive the first-place prize in the entrance exam, I should be able to complete my 2nd transition soon. He turned back and gave the 2 Azure Cloud Flags to the 2 girls accompanying him. 10 Azure Cloud Flags are enough for me to take first place. Take these 2 extra flags, 1 for each of you. It should at least be enough to get you into the top 10. The 2 girls cheered happily. "Thank you, Master. This time we've won completely." Hiding in another area, Tu Bakhan had just defeated a giant red beast, panting heavily. "Phew! I finally took it down. The entrance exam is about to end. Jiang Vosung will definitely be number 1, right?" Suddenly a majestic voice echoed throughout the sky. "The entrance exam is over. Those with promotion flags gather at the square immediately. Those who have been eliminated leave the Prodigy Camp within 3 minutes or you will be killed." Jiang Trun looked up and mumbled, "Huh, is it over already? If everyone has been promoted, that means all 10 beasts have been killed." He immediately gave an order to his swarm of venomous insects. "Even leftovers are food. Move out quickly." He commanded them telepathically. "Find the remaining beasts. Eat as much as you can. Stay as far away from humans as possible." Meanwhile, at the Xiaobei Medical Center, Han lay on the hospital bed, his arm bandaged, his face twisted in anger. He gritted his teeth. "I can finally get out of here. Jiang Tren, you just wait when I return to the Xiao family. We'll see how my grandfather deals with you." At the Central Plaza, Gu Kaitian stood with his arms crossed before those who had passed the test and announced, "All who have been promoted follow me to the Forbidden Trial Grounds." The crowd began to murmur. "The Forbidden Trial Grounds, we've never heard of it before." "The 8 Forbidden Grounds of Huaxia. Each one is a land of rare treasures, but they're also incredibly dangerous. But I heard it's extremely difficult to enter a Forbidden Ground. How can so many of us possibly get in? What are you all so afraid of? With Senior Heavenly Blade King leading us, there's nothing to worry about." Gu Kaitian drew his colossal heavenly blade, his eyes sharpening. He thought to himself, according to Hong Zhao's investigation, Jiang Tren really is carrying the forbidden 9 poisons miasma. Unleashing the heavenly blade, he swung his sword, creating a massive wave of energy and muttered, "Dawn is breaking. Their people will be here soon." He gathered his strength for a powerful slash. The cadets stared up at the sky in bewilderment as the entire Tianzhao camp was lifted into the air. Gu Kaitian thought to himself, I must prepare in advance and seize this opportunity. He pointed forward and commanded, "Blade forward." The heavenly blade led the way, pulling the entire island through the air. Arriving at the Yunmeng Swamp Forbidden Ground in Jiangnan, the crowd was utterly astounded. Oh my god, is he moving the entire Tianzhao camp to Yunmeng Swamp? In this world, only Senior Heavenly Blade King could do something like this. This is the power of the first king-rank powerhouse of the Xia dynasty. How? This is unbelievable! Zhang Trun turned to the two girls. By the way, how much do you two know about the Yunmeng Swamp Forbidden Ground? The long-haired girl replied, I don't know. The short-haired girl said, I don't know much. But I've heard my grandfather mention it. Yunmeng Swamp's danger level is ranked the lowest among the 8 forbidden grounds of Huaxia. But what truly makes it terrifying isn't the hidden dangers but the distortion of time and space in that area. There are countless spatial fragments, like interconnected bubbles. Some of the spaces inside these fragments are even larger than Earth. These fragments move constantly and erratically, making it very easy to get lost. Zhang Trun summarized, so the space inside Yunmeng Swamp is chaotic. What about the time? The girl replied, the time there is completely different from the outside world. She recounted the stories. They say that a century ago an ordinary person went into Yunmeng Swamp with a determined will, and he became a 7th transition king rank. According to him, 200 years had passed inside, but only 2 hours had passed outside. My grandfather also explored it once. He was lost for 3 days inside, but 3 years had passed in the outside world. Zhang Trun pondered. So the risks and opportunities of Yunmeng Swamp are both random. The long-haired girl comforted him. Don't worry, benefactor. If Senior Heavenly Blade King dares to lead everyone in, he must have a safe route. Zhang Trun replied, I hope you're right. He thought to himself, it sounds like Yunmeng Swamp is indeed a dangerous place, but also one with great opportunities. I just feel like Senior Heavenly Blade King is doing this. For me. At the same time, Gu Keiqian stood at the front, his mind filled with worry. Since Hong Jiao was able to detect the 9 poisons miasma, the central government will surely find out soon too. And when that happens, the entire Daxia will no longer be able to keep it a secret. I hope Yunmeng Swamp can buy us enough time to find allies. The scene shifts to the former location of Tianzhao Camp. A group of people stood on the empty plot of land. One person asked, did the Heavenly Blade King really move the entire Tianzhao Camp? That place holds the elite of the next generation for our entire Jiangnan war zone. Is he planning a rebellion? Why isn't Commander Duan here yet? Commander Duan landed shouting, Gu Keiqian, you old bastard! Are you really asking me to bet my life with you? A message from Gu Keiqian appeared sent 2 minutes ago. Brother Duan, this is urgent. I'm taking the kids to the forbidden trial grounds. We will return on the day of the Tianzhao selection. Proceed as usual, and I will take full responsibility for the consequences. A soldier ran up to report, Commander Duan has arrived. Commander Duan muttered, easy for you to say. Leaving me this mess to clean up. Another person said worriedly, Commander Duan, we're too late. I'm afraid we can't catch up. My son is still up there. If anything happens to him, Commander Duan snapped, that's enough. Didn't he say? They would return on selection day after the trial. What's there to panic about? But inwardly he thought, old Gu, even if it's for that peerless genius, was there a need to rush to the forbidden ground like this? Or are you trying to hide or run from something? He suddenly realized something. No. Wait, old Gu said something. The miasma has its own consciousness. Could it be the 9 apothecary poison miasma? The scene shifts to a modern city. Jikung receives a message from Gu Keiqian. Jikung Zhang Trun possesses a forbidden item. This is a grave matter, so I'm taking him to the Forbidden Lands to hide for a while. You stay outside and try to find allies among the titled kings. When I return, we may have to face a fierce battle. Jikung sat with a woman and said, killing the prodigy of the Huang family and severing Xiao Beihan's arm, plus possessing a forbidden item. This will be a difficult challenge. The woman replied, no challenge is ever easy, but we'll get through it together. Since you're determined to protect Zhang Trun at all costs, just focus on the path ahead and don't worry about the past. I've already spoken to my father. He's willing to stand with us. Jikung stood up, his expression resolute. Right now, we have the Heavenly Blade King, your senior sister, your father, and Commander Duan. With 4 titled king-level powerhouses, we can handle any storm that comes our way. Jikung nodded in agreement, his back exuding determination. You're right, Hung. Your senior sister has already gone to see Master. Now I'm going to visit the titled kings of the Mushang and Luo families. Even if I have to lie, I'll secure more allies for Zhang Trun. He turned his head, his gaze sharp. If the worst comes to pass, I'll channel the same spirit I had when I stormed the Xiao family and risk it all. The blonde woman looked at him and smiled gently. It's been many years since I've seen you this fired up. The scene shifts to the prodigy camp, flying through the blue sky, gliding past majestic mountains. Gu Kai-Thien asked, Hong Jiao, what do you think we should do when we get back? While blowing a bubble with her gum, Hong Jiao replied innocently, Junior Brother's 9 apothecary poison miasma is so cool I wish I could raise one too. Gu Kai-Thien lightly tapped her on the head in frustration. You silly girl. Can you be serious for once? Nin Hong Jiao whined and hugged her master's arm. The great Xia doesn't tolerate forbidden things, and you know that, master. If even you can't handle this, how can I, master? Why don't you just chop off the head of the Grand Marshal of the nation? Gu Kai-Thien angrily tapped her head again with his hair. Watch your mouth, causing her to yelp. He sighed in exasperation. Oh, my lifelong reputation. Only to end up with a bunch of weird disciples like you all. Hong Jiao is always noisy and never cares about anything, while Jixung is stubborn and obstinate with a one-track mind. Nian Hong Jiao asked curiously, So, master, why are you so determined to protect Zhongtran? Gu Kai-Thien repeated. Why you ask? He reminisced. When I took you as a disciple, it was just because you were wearing red armor and I thought it looked fun. And taking Ji Kuang was even more random. He mistook me for any old regular outside a club, ha ha ha. He continued his story. Back then, when the heir of the Xiao family tried to force a marriage with Dung Kanji Kung stepped in to stop it. And I was ready to risk my life to protect him. Does everything need a reason? I do it simply because I care. His gaze softened. It's the same with Zhang Tran now. The moment I met him, I knew we'd get along, so I'm just going along with Ji Kung's wishes. If he's my disciple, why wouldn't I protect him? Nian Hong Jiao beamed. Ha ha, I knew it. You're the best master in the world. You just act all tough. But you're actually very protective. Gu Kai-Thien said, embarrassed. Stop flattering me. She continued in a serious tone. Master, there's only one way to truly protect our junior brother. He asked. She leaned in close to his ear and whispered with a cunning smile. She spoke the name Jiang Wushuang's grandfather, the god of war, Jiang Huiyanko. The scene changes. Inside a giant cave on the Myriad clan's battlefield, a figure in a red cloak landed on the ground like a meteor, creating a powerful explosion. It was a middle-aged man, the unbeaten god of war, Jiang Huiyanko. He roared, the Myriad clans dare to invade the great Xia, show no mercy. After wiping out the enemy, he gave his orders for after the battle. The Myriad races should stay quiet for a while. All of you guard the cave entrance. His subordinates replied in unison, Yes, Martial God. Suddenly he sensed something. Wushuang, isn't he at the prodigy camp? Why is he contacting me now? A familiar figure appeared from the void. Zhang Xuanji was surprised. Martial God, Zhang long time no see. Gu Kaichen appeared as a projection. Zhang Xuanji asked, Heavenly Blade King, you're contacting me through Wushuang? Is the boy in some kind of trouble at the camp? Gu Kaitian replied. Not at all, he's doing very well. I want to make a deal with you. Zhang Xuanji cut to the chase. Get straight to the point, Gu Kaichen said seriously. I've taken a new disciple named Zhang Chen. He's a god-level creation type, but he possesses the forbidden 9 poison miasma. I want you to protect his life. Zhang Xuanji frowned. The great calamity of the 9 poison miasma. You must be joking. Great Xia has always believed it's better to kill the wrong person than to let any forbidden thing escape. Do you think a martial god is all-powerful? Gu Kaitian shot back. Oh, am I wrong? Zhang Xuanji lost his patience. State your terms. Gu Kaitian made his offer. Have you heard of the Taichu Palace in the Cloud Dream Marsh? I'm the only one in all of Great Xia who knows the way there. I can take Zhang Wushuang there and grant him a few opportunities. Zhang Xuanji muttered, The Taichu Palace, a legendary treasure of the heavenly Tao. If Wushuang can go there, his cultivation will advance by leaps and bounds. He made a decision. I can agree to your terms, but on one condition. Zhang Chen is not allowed to use the 9 poison miasma in the Prodigy tournament, and if he can't win first place on the Great Xia Prodigy rankings, I will throw him onto the Myriad Race's battlefield to fend for himself. Gu Kaitian was taken aback. This, Zhang Xuanji said coldly, if you truly want to save his life, you have no other choice. After some consideration, Gu Kaitian accepted. All right. Sending him to the battlefield is still better than letting General Xiao and the others kill him the moment we get back. Zhang Xuanji snorted coldly and thought to himself, the 9 poison miasma, an ancient anomaly. It's impossible for it to reach the scale of a natural calamity in this era. Besides this generation of Great Xia, has already produced 3 other god-level geniuses, and Zhang Chen is only the 4th, and a creation type at that. Without using the forbidden item, he won't even be able to pass Wushuang's test, let alone take the #1 spot. He clenched his fist confidently. Even if some miracle happens and he causes a bit of trouble as a martial god, I can erase any evil spirit in the world in a matter of seconds. The scene shifts back to the flying island, now gliding through a chaotic magical space filled with blue fragments. Zhang Chen asked nervously, "Are we officially inside the Cloud Dream Marsh now? Do you guys remember the way here?" The short-haired girl replied, "In these constantly shifting spatial fragments? Remembering the path is impossible." She explained further, "The Heavenly Blade King relies on sensing aura to guide us. They say the Cloud Dream Marsh has 10 levels, with the 10th and 9th being relatively safe. The deeper you go, the easier it is to get lost. My grandfather got lost on the 7th level years ago." Zhang Chen suggested, "I feel like I'm already lost. Since the path can't be memorized by eye or mind, why don't we sit down, meditate, and let our spiritual sense guide us?" The short-haired girl agreed. "Sounds good." In his mind, Zhang Chen sensed his tree of all things. There's no wind in my mind, but the tree of all things is drifting towards something. Could it be leading the way, or maybe there's something ahead that the tree desperately craves? Suddenly, he was astonished. The tree of all things bore fruit. What's this? A system notification appeared. Ding, you have received red function fruit. Details ability copy card. Explanation 1. After use, you can copy one of the target's abilities at random and fuse it with yourself. Explanation 2. Copied abilities have no class restrictions. Explanation 3. It's possible for the copied ability to be downgraded or upgraded in the process. Note: you must complete the copy within 3 hours or it will expire. Zhang Chen was shocked. Copy an ability, and no class restrictions in the Prodigy camp. Everyone is a top genius, so I can choose anyone I want. He began to analyze. Of course, the most worthwhile targets would be Zhang Wushuang, Bai Feng, and Tang Ying. No, I can't. The ability copy is random, and I could end up with a useless skill. It's so hard to choose. I only have 3 hours. Should I risk it? Just then, Gu Kaitian's voice rang out. Children, we have reached the 6th level of the Cloud Dream Marsh, known as the Taichu Realm. Ahead is the Taichu Palace. That's where I'm taking you. Get ready. Zhang Chen was startled. Oh, that's right. What about Old Master? He recalled Kai Kung's words, who always said he only knew one move, and Ko Kai Thien's own words. So do you want to learn blade techniques from him? He only knows one move. And he even said he wanted to take me as his disciple. I've decided. I'll just copy it and consider it an early lesson. Before them was an ancient temple on a mountaintop connected to the ground by an endless staircase amidst the clouds. The crowd roared, "That's the Taishu Temple. We made it. We actually made it. In the past, a legendary king from Mado ascended to the king level right here. Not to mention one of the 3 great undefeated champions of Great Xia. The great dreamer attained the Tao here." Ko Kai Tien explained. "There are 3 trials in the Taisu Temple. The first is to climb 1,008 steps. Each step offers a chance to receive a reward from the heavenly Tao. The second is the Taishu Stele. Even I have never seen this. To this day, only the great dreamer has ever reached it. As for the third trial, it must be inside the Taishu Temple itself. No one has ever managed to get in before." He pointed towards the staircase and declared, "The steps of the Taishu Temple will be your final test. From 150 participants. The top 10, based on the number of steps climbed, will be chosen. They will represent the Jiangnan region and participate in the finals of the Great Xia's 8 War Zones Prodigy Tournament. The trial of the Taisu Temple begins now!" The crowd roared with excitement and surged forward. Zhang Tran grabbed a girl's arm, saying, "What's the rush? The Taishu Temple isn't going to run away." He observed the other geniuses. Look at them. They're not rushing. They're preparing. The long-haired girl realized, "Benefactor, you're right. You can only climb a mystical place like the Taishu Temple once in your lifetime. We must prepare ourselves to the absolute limit before heading up." Ko Kai Tien and Nien Hongjiao observed from above. He nodded. Those down there are remaining quite calm for now. Not bad, not bad. Zhang Tran thought to himself, I'll use preparing as an excuse to copy the heaven-cleaving single/first just in case the copy card expires. He continued thinking. I hope the old master wasn't tricking me. A notification panel appeared before him. Ability copy card. Target selected Ko Kai Thien. Note. During the copy process, there is a chance of a variable occurring which may result in the ability being downgraded or upgraded. Do you wish to begin copying a random ability? A determined look flashed in Zhang Tran's eyes. Yes, begin copying. Another notification panel appeared. Target ability heaven, cleave gold, commencing copy. Zhang Tran cheered inwardly. Awesome. The old master was telling the truth. He didn't lie to me. He really only has one move. He thought, I hope my luck holds out. I don't even care if the ability isn't upgraded, as long as it doesn't get downgraded. But then he felt something was strange. He was stunned. Wait a minute. What's going on? The copy process was underway. 1%? 3%? 5%? A powerful stream of energy enveloped him. His eyes shot open. This energy. Senior Ko is practicing his blade art. But when he opened his eyes within his consciousness, he saw an unbelievable sight. No, it's me. I'm training in my consciousness. A younger version of him was swinging a blade tirelessly under a waterfall. 15 years passed, his body grew stronger, but the motion of his swing never changed. 25 years passed, then 40 years of bitter training. His gaze grew sharp, his face taking on the seasoned features of a master swordsman. He murmured the name of the technique. Heaven cleaving, single slash. He raised his blade high, brilliant light converging on its edge. Then he swung down with an earth-shattering strike that split an entire mountain in two. He roared, cleave. The slash carried with it a profound principle of the Tao. Man follows the earth follows the heavens. He was perfecting the principle of the slash. The heavens follow the Tao. Back in reality, the copy process reached 120%. A notification panel appeared. Congratulations, you have obtained the skill Human Blade Purple. Congratulations, you have obtained the skill Earth Blade Purple. Congratulations, you have obtained the skill Heaven Blade Gold. Congratulations, you have obtained the divine skill blade of the Great Tao Rainbow. Zhang Tran doubled over in shock. My luck, it's truly unbelievable. Not only did I copy the skill, I managed to break down the heaven-cleaving single slash into 4 different forms. Up above, Kokai Thin and Nin Hongjiao were observing. He said, Zhang Vo Song and the rest have started climbing. He's the only one left down there. Nin Hongjiao worried. What's wrong with Junior Brother? Don't tell me he fell asleep, did he? Kokai Tien frowned. Something strange. Adjusting his condition shouldn't be taking this long. Suddenly, Nin Hongjiao was startled. Huh, Master my sword heart. It's resonating. Kokai Thin was also stunned as he looked down at Zhang Tran. His azure skyblade had also begun to tremble. He was astonished. It's not just your sword. Even my sword heart is resonating, Nian Hongjiao exclaimed. Could it be? Junior Brother Kai? He succeeded. Back then he was a rare genius, but incredibly stubborn. He kept trying to deconstruct the heaven-cleaving single slash, insisting it could be split into 4 moves. As a result, his cultivation has been stuck at the 3rd transition Grandmaster level for so many years. Has he finally had an epiphany? Kokai Tien mused. It's possible. Either Qi Kung has succeeded, or this kid, that fleeting aura just now. It felt so familiar. No, it can't be. Absolutely impossible. Perhaps it's just an illusion created by the Tai Shu Temple. Nian Hongjiao cried out, Master, look, Junior Brother is heading over there. She watched nervously as Zhang Tran walked towards the staircase. This is so nerve-wracking. I wonder how many steps Junior Brother can climb. Back then, I only managed to reach the 301st step. But Junior Brother Kai did even worse, only reaching the 298th step. I have no idea how that great dreamer managed it. It's terrifying. A leaderboard appeared showing the progress of the other geniuses. Descendant of the unbeaten Jiang Wushuang, 289 steps. Little God of Slaughter of the East Sea, Bai Feng, 253 steps. Assassin of Tianji Tower, Tang Ying, 248 steps. Young Master of 10,000, Demon City Leizi, 211 steps. Young Taoist of Wudong Liu Bizi, 208 steps. Descendant of the Wind King Mu Hankyu, 199 steps. Merchant of the Luo family Luo Sandao, 170 steps. The resting crowd chattered, if I had known we had to come to Taishu Hall, I would have prepared some spirit-aiding medicine. The first 100 steps are all illusion trials. I'm a gunner class, so I'm completely countered. The further you go, the harder it gets with the gravity. Each step feels like carrying several mountains. Pfft! Look, that poison demon is about to start climbing. He'll probably just be another Jiang Wushuang. Zhang Chen confidently approached the first step. Ahead lay the illusion trial. With his mental strength, it shouldn't be a big problem, but as soon as he set foot on it, his eyes widened in horror. In the illusion, a familiar man with green hair appeared. It was Xiao Zhengguo. He roared, "Jiang Chen, how dare you touch my Xiao family's grandson? Today I will destroy you." Jiang Chen was stunned. You're Xiao Zhengguo." Xiao Zhengguo swung his sword full of killing intent and sent Jiang Chen flying into the air. My bug swarm can't block it. Uncle Ji, Gang Tang Jin, and other people close to him appeared, shouting, "Little Chen, we'll block him, run!" He cried out in panic. Uncle Ji Tang. Xiao Zhengguo attacked ruthlessly. "Don't get in my way. I'll kill you without mercy." Witnessing his loved ones being slaughtered, Jiang Chen screamed in despair, "No! Back in reality!" He stood motionless on the first step, drenched in sweat. Gu Kaiqian and Nian Hongjiao watched with concern. He explained, "The first stage of the steps tests mental strength, physical constitution, agility, and power. All the geniuses in the camp have been tempered with rare materials and treasures since they were young. But Jiang Chen is the only one who has relied on himself. I'm afraid Jiang Chen will have a hard time in this trial." Nian Hongjiao panicked. "No way the bet between Master and Martial God Jiang? Does this mean Junior Brother will be sent to the battlefield?" In the illusion, Jiang Chen knelt in despair before Xiao Zhengguo. "Kill me. I don't want to live anymore after causing everyone's death." He sobbed, tears streaming down his face. But then, white branches from the tree of all things reached out, shattering the illusion. Jiang Chen realized, "This is an illusion, the tree of all things." He stood up and roared in anger. "Damn it, I fell for an illusion. It felt so real. Real, my ass. Uncle G and the others were killed, and not only did I not get revenge, I even wanted to die instead. Is this supposed to be an insult to me?" He gritted his teeth in indignation. "Tish! This illusion is clearly toying with people, Master Tree. Let's take him down." After passing the illusion, a notification appeared. "Congratulations, you have received an Essence Shard." After a while, Jiang Chen stepped on to the next step. Essence Shard. 1,000 shards can be combined to form a complete essence. When the skill level is level 1 to level 3, consuming 10 essences can increase it by 1 level. When the skill level is level 4 to level 6, upgrading requires 100 essences. He smirked. An essence shard. A single shard is worth tens of millions on the market. Such a generous reward right from the start. Using these to upgrade skills isn't my style, but if I take them back to sell, it'll be enough to feed those kids for a while. He stepped onto the second step and wondered, by the way, why isn't the illusion attacking on the second stage? The branches of the tree of all things extended, forming a protective layer around him. He realized with joy, so the tree of all things completely blocked the illusion. Ha ha ha! Awesome, baby, you're the best! The crowd watching from a distance was amazed and jeered. Wait, what's with this poison demon? He was crying and freaking out on the first stage, stuck there forever. Now on the second stage, he's laughing like a maniac. Look at him. Could he be about to be eliminated on the second stage? If so, he'd be the weakest of the bunch, ha ha ha. Jiang Chen looked up at the towering steps, then glanced towards Gu Kaiqian and the others watching from afar. He thought confidently, Next I'll show you all what it means to crush everything with ease. Wait, Old Master and the others are watching too. Should I be a little more humble? But he immediately brushed the thought aside. He looked up with determination. Humble my ass, Zhang Wushuang is already nearing the 300th step. I have to at least surpass him first. In the air. Gu Kaiqian sighed deeply, his face full of disappointment. Sigh. It seems Junior Brother really can't make it. Stuck again on the second step? Sigh. Looks like this kid probably won't even pass the 10th step. But then Nian Hongjiao suddenly shouted, Wait, look! In complete contrast to his initial struggle, Jiang Chen started sprinting up the steps, singing loudly as he ran, Climbing to Taishu, I'll sing a song from the top of the hall. The others who were struggling to climb step by step were left gaping in astonishment. What the hell he's singing while suddenly jumping to the 100th step? One person tried to rationalize, could it be his performance on steps 1 and 2? It was because he likes the illusions on those steps. Another exclaimed, He truly is the poison demon completely playing by his own rules. Jiang Chen continued his performance, pointing to the sky like an artist as he walked. This song is for my sisters. My sisters will advance without fear to the 300th step. Hearing this, the short-haired girl's eyes lit up with emotion. Wow, Master is singing to encourage me. I'll risk my life. And to get to the 300th step too. Meanwhile, the long-haired girl could only blush in embarrassment. Benefactor is truly extraordinary, but this song is really too embarrassing. This scene made even Nian Hongjiao drop a panic. Master, is the evaluation system of Tai Shu Hall malfunctioning junior brother has already passed the 200th step, and he's not slowing down at all. Gu Kaitin was also stunned. This situation is something even I have never seen before. Zhang Chun zipped past the other geniuses like a gust of wind, leaving them in utter shock. The young Taoist from Wudong stammered, "Oh, my 3 pure ones. How is this fellow Taoist Zhang so fast? Are the poison demon and us climbing the same stairs? Could I be trapped in an illusion?" Soon he neared the top where the 3 strongest had stopped. He was surprised. Why have all 3 of them stopped at the 299th step? From above, Gu Kaitian explained, "Every step after the 300th is an extreme challenge. Even for geniuses, it's incredibly difficult to overcome." Then Hong Zhao added, "That's right. When you pass it, I had to fight with everything I had. After that, every step feels as heavy as a mountain. This group of geniuses, I wonder which of you will be the first to overcome this great barrier." Seeing Zhang Chun appear, Tong Ying was surprised. "Zhang Chun, he caught up that fast." Zhang Wushuang turned back, a smirk on his face. "Zhang Chun, so you've made it this far. You really haven't disappointed me." Bai Feng just snorted coldly. Zhang Wushuang suddenly erupted with power. "But now I will take the lead," which startled Tang Ying. Zhang Chen felt a strange resonance. My god-level soul-nurturing talent is resonating with Zhang Wushuang. Could it be that he's also god-level, but I've never heard of that before? Could it be these chains are to hide his power? The black chains around Zhang Wushuang shattered. He threw his head back, reveling in his new power as a purple aura enveloped him. Bai Feng and Tang Ying were shocked. This purple aura, is that the reward for reaching the 300th step? Just as I expected. Zhang Wushuang turned and explained to everyone. The Tai Shu Hall has 1,008 steps. Every 300 steps is considered a major limit. Overcoming them brings great opportunities. This stage may seem like a test of will, but it's actually assessing the strength of one's soul. He looked at Zhang Chun with a superior gaze. "Zhang Chun, you don't come from a good family. As a child, you didn't have the luxury of being bathed in rare treasures, so compared to us, your foundation is lacking. As my whetstone, I advise you to proceed steadily. Don't rush to break through. Take your time to find..." But before he could finish, Zhang Chun casually strolled past the 300th step as if he were taking a walk. He turned back, looked at Zhang Wushuang with an innocent expression, and asked, "Hey, buddy, are you trying to pick a fight with me? Is this spot really that hard?" The look on Zhang Wushuang's face was as if he'd just swallowed a fly. A 6-sided blue crystal appeared in front of Zhang Chen. "Congratulations on passing the 300th test of the Tai Shu Hall. Reward Origin Crystal." He thought happily. "An Origin Crystal. This reward is insane, although my little bugs can't use it. I heard Uncle G has been stuck at the Third Awakening for years. This is so much better than the epic equipment I promised him." Suddenly, Little Nine appeared with sparkling eyes. It screamed in his mind, "Master, keep climbing Bao Bei, and I want to eat." Zhang Chun was surprised. Eat a stele." "You mean the Tai Shu stele up there?" Little Nine said decisively. "Yes, eat the stele." A purple energy erupted from Zhang Chen's body, and he was forcefully pushed forward by an invisible force. He yelled, "Whoa, hold on. Even if you're hungry, you don't have to push me up so violently." Zhang Wushuang, Tong Ying, and Bai Feng could only stand, frozen. Their jaws dropped, watching him go. Zhang Wushuang snapped out of it, his face flushing red with anger and humiliation. "No way! I refuse to be surpassed!" he roared. "You can't get past me!" 6 arms sprouted from his back as he climbed frantically. Bai Feng was horrified. What Zhang Wushan's war god physique? He actually managed to master it. Left behind, Bai Feng was so furious, his face contorted with killing intent. He roared, "Damn it, Zhang Chun, Zhang Wushuang, you guys are so annoying, so damn annoying. All of you deserve to die. Kill, kill, kill." He unleashed his full power, and giant blood-red wings burst from his back as he shouted, "Blood of gods and demons, dye the heavens red." Tang Ying and the others could only stand frozen, watching the 2 monsters above them rush upward like madmen. Someone turned to her and asked, "What the hell are they all insane, Tang Ying? Don't tell me you're some kind of monster, too." Tang Ying just smiled modestly. "What are you talking about? I'm just an assassin. I can't compare to those 3. The 2 people with her breathed a sigh of relief. "Phew, that's good. I thought it was just me and old Buffalo Nose who were the weakest." But just then, a massive, ghostly, serpent-like shadow suddenly appeared and shot past them at a terrifying speed, leaving the 2 poor guys hugging each other and sobbing. Grandpa Tiger didn't lie. The people outside are terrifying. And they lie too, back then. He was almost tricked into becoming someone's mount. These four are all peerless geniuses that make everyone jealous, especially fellow Taoist Zhang, who walked past it like a stroll in the park. Unspeakably terrifying. In the air, Gukatian laughed with delight. What in the world is happening? Zhang Wushuang sprouts 8 arms, Bai Feng goes crazy and turns into a killing machine, and Tang Ying isn't pretending anymore either. Nian Hongjiao was gaping in shock. Junior brother is truly on another level, driving everyone crazy all by himself. Ha ha ha, as expected of the disciple I chose. Then she was shocked again. What the hell? No way. In the blink of an eye, junior brother is about to reach the summit. The second person in history to do so, and just like that. Zhang Chen was near his destination. The Taishu Palace appeared right before his eyes as he gently landed on the final step right next to the Taishu Stele, declaring his successful ascent. Nian Hongjiao was confused. Wait a minute. Junior brother, what is he doing now? After a moment's hesitation, he raised his hand to the sky, releasing a massive cloud of purple poisonous gas, and had shouted, "Everyone come out! Take whatever you want." The poisonous gas quickly enveloped the Taishu Stele, emitting rustling sounds. Nian Hongjiao was utterly shocked. That's the 9-herb poison miasma. He released it all to cover the Taishu Stele. What is he trying to do? The Taishu Stele is incredibly mysterious. Even the undefeated dreamer used it for enlightenment. In a flash, the Taishu Stele vanished without a trace amidst the poisonous gas. She screamed, "What the hell? Where's the Taishu Stele?" Gu Kaitian's face went blank with shock. He stammered, It absorbed the Taishu Stele for itself. How could it possibly do that?" From halfway down the stairs, Zhang Wushuang looked up, staring blankly at Zhang Chen, standing alone before the empty entrance of the Taishu Palace. He lowered his head and admitted bitterly, "Zhang Chen, this time, I have lost. When we compete in the great Xia prodigy rankings, I will give it my all." Seeing this, Bai Feng and Tang Ying also gave up. Bai Feng said, "Even Zhang Wushuang has given up. We should retreat too." Tang Ying agreed. "Right, climbing this far has already nearly killed us. Going any further would damage our foundation. It's not worth it." Down below, Zhang Chen's 2 girls cheered joyfully. "Master is incredible, but luckily, we've also completed our mission." The final rankings appeared. Zhang Chen, 1,008 steps. Zhang Wushuang, 623 steps. Bai Feng, 609 steps. Tang Ying, 600 steps. Leidze Liu Bizi, 304 steps. Luo Sandao Mu Hankyu, 300 steps. Gu Kaitian mused, "If it weren't for little Chen, these kids probably wouldn't have been able to get this far." Nian Hongjiao nodded. "Yes, junior brother is truly unbelievable. This new generation is so much stronger than we were back in the day." She suddenly realized, everyone's already down. But why is junior brother still just standing there? In Zhang Chen's consciousness, little 9 was happily hugging the Taishu Stele, gnawing on it, and continuously leveling up. Little 9 level 22, level 25, devour value plus 10,000. He thought, when little 9 said it wanted to eat the Stele, did it mean bringing it back to the hive? She seems to be really enjoying it and even gained a few levels. He could feel the change. The devour value of the bugs is also skyrocketing. At this rate, they'll soon be able to reproduce the 3rd generation. Could it be that the Stele and the 9-herb poison miasma have some kind of connection? An information panel appeared. The Taishu Stele was originally an abyss anchor stone located at the bottom of the abyss, a companion artifact and one of the core essences of the abyss. It dawned on Zhang Chen. The Taishu Stele comes from the abyss, and since little 9 is the ruler of the abyss, it's no wonder at all. The Taishu Stele dissolved into specks of purple light and merged into his body. He was surprised. This is the Taishu Stele. He received a new title, Master of the Taishu Realm. You have been recognized as the sole master of the Taishu Realm. No matter where you are, with just a single thought, you can teleport back to the Taishu Realm at any time. No one except the master can open the gate to the Taishu Palace. He realized its immense potential. Master of the Taishu Realm. So, the Taishu Stele is the key to the Taishu Realm. Teleport anytime. No one else can open it. I can totally use the Taishu Palace as my ultimate trump card. He decided, there are too many eyes on me right now. I won't enter the palace for now. I'll check it out later. With that, he leaped from the peak, but Gu Kaitian swooped down from the sky and grabbed him. Zhang Chen, come with me for a moment. The crowd below whispered, Has the Heavenly Blade King captured that poison demon? It must be about the Taishu Stele, right? Serves him right. That's what he gets for being so reckless. Gu Kaitian took Zhang Chen to a secluded spot among the misty mountains. He said sternly, one of the 3 great undefeated ones of Great Xia the Dreamer, could only observe the Taishu stele for enlightenment. Tell me, how did you use the 9-herb poison miasma to absorb the Taishu stele? Jiang Chen's heart pounded. He thought in a panic, oh no. He knows about the 9-herb poison miasma. Did he summon me here to kill me? He stood frozen, not daring to say a word. Gu Kaitian let out a cold snort. Humph. You kid, did you really think you could turn the 9-herb poison miasma into a bone poison and fool everyone? Beside him, Nian Hongjiao giggled. Hey, Junior Brother's clueless expression is so cute. Jiang Chen silently assessed the situation. Judging by their demeanor, it seems they don't want to kill me. I guess I'll just tell the truth. He explained honestly, the 9-herb poison miasma and the Taishu stele both come from the abyss. They share the same origin. Or you could say the Taishu stele originally belonged to the 9-herb poison miasma. Gu Kaitian nodded. I see. He looked at the boy with a grave expression. Kid, you should know the stance of the great Xia. When it comes to taboos, you now have only 2 choices. Either stay in the Cloud Dream Marsh forever, living as an exile and clinging to your life, or return with me and fight for your survival. Millions will want you dead, even those at the general or invincible level. Jiang Chen was stunned. He realized it hadn't been his imagination earlier. The old master had come all the way to the Cloud Dream Marsh just to give him a way out. But why? We've only met once before. Seeing him silent, Nian Hongjiao urged, What are you thinking about? Master is asking you a question. Jiang Chen raised his head, his eyes firm. Although I carry a taboo, I have only killed evil people. I believe I've done nothing wrong, for I have a clear conscience. Why should I run? Gu Kaitian burst out laughing. Ha 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 ha! As expected of the disciple I chose, my will is heaven's will. If I am not wrong, why should I yield to the old order? He wasn't like you. Jiang Chen was bewildered. Huh, what does this have to do with Uncle Ji? Nian Hongjiao cheerfully explained, Oh, remember this. I am your eldest martial sister, and Uncle Ji is your second martial brother. He mumbled, So that's how it is. She continued her story. Back in the day, your Uncle Ji was nearly killed by General Xiao when he stormed the Xiao estate to snatch your Auntie Tang. Master told him to stand his ground, but he didn't want to involve Master. In the end, he was exiled to Zhujiang City. Jiang Chen understood. Oh, so Uncle Ji also has a feud with the Xiao family. Gu Kaitian turned his back, his voice full of power. The old grudges no longer matter. Whether they are invincibles or generals, as long as your will is firm, we master and disciple will face them together when we return to Jiangnan. The blade in my hand will forge a path for you. Jiang Chen was deeply moved, stammering, Master. He bowed deeply, performing a grand ceremony. Master, please accept this bow from your disciple. The scene shifts to a modern building. Inside is a conference room where the titled kings of Jiangnan have gathered, the supreme commander of the Jiangnan war zone. Duan Xinghai spoke up. Since all 12 of Jiangnan's titled kings have gathered with the exception of Gu Kaitian and Nian Hongjiao, I will get straight to the point. He announced seriously, Based on our investigation, Jiang Chen's poison bones are indeed the 9 apothecary poison miasma, according to the taboo edict of the Great Xia. Article 1. Anyone who awakens a taboo profession or controls a taboo item shall be killed without mercy. What does everyone think? Mu Hanqiu's grandfather. Mu Hanian spoke up. Although the 9 apothecary poison miasma caused a catastrophe in ages past, it's nearly impossible for it to grow to that scale today. Therefore, I believe that as long as Jiang Chen is closely monitored, it won't be a major problem. At worst, we can seize the 9 apothecary poison miasma and destroy it. There's no need to kill him. Tang Kan's father, Tang Wanshuan, concurred. I agree with Senior Mu's assessment. The Great Xia's taboo edict was issued 500 years ago. At that time, the Great Xia was extremely weak. But today it is powerful, and we can approach taboo matters with more flexibility. Another person spoke up mockingly, Ha. And now we see who has connections to Jiang Chen right from the start. Mu Hanian. I hear your granddaughter was quite close to Jiang Chen in the Tianzhao camp. Jiang Chen belongs to Jichang, and Tang Wanshuan, isn't your daughter also involved with Jichang? Suddenly, the conference room door was shattered by a blast of crimson sword energy as Xiao Zhengguo strode in. His aura was overwhelming. That brat Jiang Chen is to be killed on sight, he declared, drawing his sword. Anyone who dares to speak up for Jiang Chen had better ask my blade first, Commander. Duan sighed to himself, General Xiao, old Gu. If General Xiao hadn't interfered, perhaps I could have helped negotiate this. But now you're on your own. Outside, in a mountainous region, Ji Kang's men were preparing. One reported, Big Brother General Xiao has deployed the Heaven's Punishment Squad. They're all hidden in the nearby mountains. Jisong snorted coldly. Such a grand setup. Little Chen and the others are about to return. He drew his saber, declaring, If a fight breaks out, Tang Khan and I will draw our blades. Old and new grudges will be settled together. Duan Feng, the Zhujiang Night Guard, is now in your hands. Duan Feng objected. No. Back when you stormed that wedding, I was by your side, and I'll stir up trouble again. Don't hand it off to someone else. A green-haired girl chimed in. Get lost, I love a good fight. There's no way I'm missing this. A blonde woman smiled. Don't look at me. You guys need a healer. Tang Khan laughed. Because of old G, we're all family. No need to be so formal. A soldier shouted, Look over there, isn't that little Chen and the others? In the distance, a target was spotted. Xiao Zhengguo pointed and commanded Heaven's Punishment Squad. Prepare. Yes, sir. The divine crossbows activated. Seeing this scene, Nian Hongjiao mumbled, This setup. Is almost like when Junior Brother stormed that wedding last time. I didn't get to fight enough. Gu Kaitian stopped her. What are you doing? Many people are watching. At least show a little diplomacy before we start fighting. Otherwise, people will think our lineage is full of brutes. Nian Hongjiao pouted. You're the one who's itching for a fight, master. Master, like disciple, indeed. She turned to Zhang Chen. Don't you agree? Junior Brother Humph spacing out again, are we? In Zhang Chen's mind, a grand notification appeared. Third-generation reproduction of the 9 apothecary poison miasma complete. Reproduction quantity 5 million. Mother insect little 9 level 27. Genius level 5.1. 9. Apothecary. Poison miasma. Descendants 1 million. He stood amidst a sea of purple bugs, thinking confidently, Excellent, we've spawned. The third generation was produced before this battle. 5 million 9 poison miasma. Even if we can't defeat the general, he won't have an easy time. So Hongjiao placed a hand on his shoulder, comforting her junior brother. Even though they've brought a large force, don't be afraid. Master and I are here, Zhang Chen replied blankly. I'm not scared. Senior sister, I was just... I think I see Uncle G and the others on that mountain over there. I want to go over there and give them a gift first. Gu Kaitian nodded. Go ahead. We'll be passing by there later anyway. Zhang Chen immediately flew towards Jigong. Elsewhere, Zhang Wushuang's group was watching from a distance. Tang Ying sighed. So that's a forbidden item. No wonder he could kill Xiao. Beihan in an instant. What a pity. Zhang Wushuang said I didn't get to fight him properly last time. I hope Grandpa will... Bai Fengshi sighed. He's the second person in history to complete the Tai Shu steps. Zhang Chen's 2 female companions were worried. I wonder if Master knows about this. Will he intervene to help? The other replied, Worrying now is useless. A battle of this scale is beyond what we can handle. Just staying out of it is good enough. Zhang Chen flew before Ji Gong and Tang Jin, calling out happily, Uncle Ji, Aunt Tang. They replied joyfully, Little Chen. Uncle G, I told you I'd get you an epic-grade piece of equipment, but I couldn't get one. But I think this is just as good. Ji Gang was stunned. This is an origin crystal with this. It's like having the key to reaching the 7th awakening. He turned to generously give gifts to the others. Aunt Tang, this scarf seems to suit your style perfectly. Brother Duan, your bow isn't flashy enough. This is the Sun Dragon arrow for you. Brother Bu Lang. I have a dark gold grade weapon for you. Don't get too emotional, okay, Sister G? This is a platinum grade set of equipment, and most importantly, it looks gorgeous. On the mountain peak, Xiao Zhengguo coldly observed little Chen. He ordered, his eyes blazing. It seems Zhang Chen is about to make his move. Heavenly punishment. Squad, await orders. Commander Duan hurriedly intervened. General Xiao, wait. There are over 100 geniuses from the Heavenly Pride camp still with Gu Kaitian. We can't afford any mistakes. Xiao Zhengguo gritted his teeth and snarled. Fine. If Gu Kaitian doesn't know what's good for him, I'll kill him too. He stood on the floating island facing Gu Kaitian. Old Gu, hand over Zhang Chen to me. Don't make a mistake. Commander Duan stood between them, thinking in despair. Old Gu, I'm sorry. You and Xiao Yunshan are both major figures in Jiangnan. If we fight, Jiangnan will suffer a heavy blow. But it's better to sacrifice Zhang Chen. Gu Kaitian raised his head proudly and retorted, A mistake. In my life, I have no regrets in Jiangnan or the Great Xia. How is it a mistake, my old friend? I brought back all 150 geniuses from the Jiangnan war zone. Not only that, I also led them through the Tai Shu Palace. The parents below immediately broke into an uproar. The Tai Shu Palace. The place of miracles. Many great figures have searched for it, but never found the way. I never would have guessed that the Heavenly Blade King could actually get in. With such a great favor bestowed upon them, our children will surely make us proud. We can't just accept this without reciprocating. Even though we might not be able to protect Jiang Chen, we definitely won't stand on the side of the Xiao family either. Commander Duan was astonished. The Taishu Palace, such a monumental contribution. These 150 geniuses will all become prominent after this. And the strength of Jiangnan will soar, all of you. Xiao Zhengguo went berserk, roaring as he threw a punch through the air. Silence. A gigantic wall of water rose up, separating the two sides. He stood amidst the wall of water, declaring with authority Jiang Chen possesses a forbidden item. According to the laws of the Great Xia, you must die. Gu Kaitian, you are going against the law by sheltering someone who bears a forbidden item. Blockade all the examiners of the Heavenly Pride Camp. What contribution? It was a reckless gamble that put the Heavenly Pride Camp in danger. The wall of water parted, forming a path. The other titled kings were terrified. Walking on the sea, turning heaven and earth upside down, this is the power of a general. It's over. I can't move. It's too terrifying. We should remain neutral. Gu Kaitian ordered little Chen get up here. Hong Zhao handled the flight of the Heavenly Pride Camp. She replied, yes, master. But Jiang Chen had already acted on his own. He created a barrier that enveloped Ji Gong's group. Sorry, Uncle Ji. Everyone just stay inside the barrier and enjoy the show. If I really can't handle it, you can save me then. Ji Gang was amazed. Little Chen, when did you learn to erect a barrier like this? Gu Kaitian stood atop the water cliff and roared, Bring me my blade! The blade immediately flew into his hand. Xiao Zhengguo faced him. Gu Kaitian, are you really going to draw your blade against me? Gu Kaitian scoffed. What? As an eighth awakened powerhouse, you hold dozens of forbidden water system spells, while I have only a single blade. What are you afraid of? What? Commander Duan flew out again to intervene. He erected a giant ice barrier. Both of you calm down. If you two really start fighting, forget the Heavenly Pride Camp. Even the nearby Jiangnan base will be destroyed, for the sake of the people. Suddenly, Xiao Beihan appeared. For the sake of the people. Or how about me and Jiang Chen? Ying settled this with a one-on-one deathmatch. Commander Duan was shocked. It was Xiao Beihan whose right arm had been replaced with a demonic one. Xiao Beihan laughed arrogantly. He's the one who took my arm that day, so today I will end him with my own hands. A Commander Duan rejoiced. That's the best outcome. Let the younger generation settle their own grudges. The older generation shouldn't interfere. Jiang Chen faced him suspicious. A one-on-one Xiao Beihan, you're not that generous. I don't believe it. What's the catch? Spit it out. Xiao Beihan smirked sinisterly. Smart boy, the condition is, you are not allowed to use the 9 poisons miasma. Xiao Zhengguo laughed. Ha 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 ha! Just as expected of my grandson Xiao Yuanshan for the peace of the Jiangnan base for the people. No one should have any objections, right? Gu Kaitian roared, Nonsense! Don't think you can do whatever you want just because you're standing on some moral high ground. He was pulled back by Jiang Chen in chibi form. Hilarious! You old bastard Xiao! I've wanted to cut you down for a long time. If you have the guts, stop bullying a kid and come fight me. Jiang Chen interjected. Master, calm down. Don't let people think we're just a bunch of brutes. He whispered to his master, not using the forbidden item. Don't worry, master. I have a way to deal with him. Gu Kaitian was surprised. What way? Jiang Chen looked Gu Kaitian straight in the eye and said, Master, didn't you say you'd teach me the heaven-splitting first slash? Teach me right now. Gu Kaitian nearly fell over. Learn it right now. Are you serious? Nian Hongjiao also flew over, yelling, junior brother, what are you joking about? It took me 15 years to grasp it. Even junior brother Ji is only at the basic level. Xiao Beihan burst out laughing arrogantly. Ha ha ha! Are you saying I should wait 10 or 8 more years? Keep dreaming. Jiang Chen smirked and held up 5 fingers. That won't be necessary, just give me 5 minutes. Gu Kaitian erupted, his face comically exaggerated. What did you say, you little brat? Are you implying my heaven-splitting first slash is some low-level technique? Xiao Zhengguo couldn't help but laugh mockingly. Foolish. Xiao Beihan just remained silent, ignoring them. Jiang Chen stepped forward and gripped the hilt of his master's heaven-splitting saber. He looked at his master with expectant eyes. Master, please teach me. Gu Kaitian was utterly astonished, feeling a vibration from his weapon. What is this? The saber is resonating. He stared intently at Jiang Chen. An unbelievable thought flashed through his mind. Back at the Taishu Palace, the one who resonated with the saber's heart was actually little Chen. Jiang Chen called out shyly. Master? Gu Kaitian was frozen solid. Finally, he regained his composure. He crossed his arms and declared loudly, All right then, I will teach you right now. Commander Duan immediately got to work. Since this is a life-or-death match, I will construct an arena right here. A giant ice arena was erected in midair. No one is allowed to interfere except for Xiao Beihan and Jiang Chen. Xiao Beihan stood on the arena. He taunted Jiang Chen, "We're waiting for you. You'd better learn quickly. Last time you relied on your forbidden item. This time, I'll make sure everyone sees how I kill you." Inside the barrier, Ji Gang was extremely worried. "Damn it, little Chen, don't fight him. And Master, why did you agree to this?" Tang Xian tried to reassure him. "Calm down. The old master wouldn't make a reckless decision." Ji Gang blamed himself. "It's all my fault. If I hadn't let little Chen join that damned Tianzhao camp, as this wouldn't have happened." Meanwhile, Gu Kaitian began to instruct Jiang Chen. "Jiang Chen, remember this. The heaven-splitting first slash is a blade of will. Break your bonds, transcend life and death, understand your true self, and act without hesitation." His eyes became sharp. "Watch closely." He unleashed an earth-shattering slash, yelling, "Heaven-splitting first slash!" Xiao Zhengguo was startled and hastily defended himself. "Is this slash aimed at me? Activate all defenses. Does that old geezer really think he can take me down like this?" "What?" A Commander Duan was also alarmed. "Old Gu has gone mad. This was supposed to be a one-on-one match and you're completely breaking the rules." He realized, wait a minute, that slash isn't aimed at General Xiao. Xiao Zhengguo was also bewildered as the blade tore through the air, slashing into a completely different direction. From the void, a giant black dragon's tail was severed, blood splattering everywhere. It roared in pain and anger before disappearing. "Gu Kaitian, you old bastard, I'll be back to settle this with you." Commander Duan was horrified. "That's the black dragon from the bottom of the Yangtze River. It's been hiding nearby." What a close call. Everyone's attention was on the duel, but only Gu Kaitian noticed. Gu Kaitian propped the saber on his shoulder. He explained, "That dragon just now was definitely after the 9 poisons miasma. Based on its cultivation level, it must be in the middle stage of its 8th awakening." Commander Duan silently admired him. "Old Gu really has some skills." Gu Kaitian turned to Jiang Chen with a smug grin. "So first time seeing your master use his saber. Pretty cool, huh?" "Looking super cool." Jiang Tran gives an excited thumbs up. The old man laughs loudly. "Ha ha ha, I thought so too." "So have you learned it yet?" Jiang Tran holds out his hand.